Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your YouTube, join our cult. Hello, welcome to the Cultaholic Before the Clash episode of the Wrestling Podcast. So a very fine Borada, or if it's that time of day, Prananda. To all the Toomfats in Cardiff listening to this right now.
Toonfats?
Toomfats.
Okay.
What's that?
Idiots.
Oh.
Hopefully that's playful and I've not offended a lot of people there.
Bloody hell there, Maffew. I'll offend them.
Well, we waited 10 seconds. Anyway, just in dulcet tones of myself, Maffew, along with Jack and Ross,
Hello.
who will be looking forward to this weekend's
yes.
events, no doubt.
Very much so. It's going to be busy, but I'm excited for it. I'm more excited for WWE than AEW. How the tides have changed.
How the turntables
How
turn.
the
Turntables,
yeah.
I know.
What a crazy time. I will get more into that in a few seconds.
Last week on Mine and Owen's stream, a user by the name of Tony Khan gave us a $5 and said,
Yeah.
Jack, why do you not like me? Why do you like me anymore?
They're funny on those.
I know they are. Yeah, they are.
We had Princess Diana on one time.
Oh my God.
I think it was anniversary yesterday.
And they
wasn't
subbed, so I had to put on Cannon the Wind.
it? A dark time in the history of this podcast for me. Started off fine and then went south.
Oh dear me.
But we moved on. up the previous process.
Oh man.
I didn't realise Newcastle United had a game the day she perished.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it get cancelled?
It got cancelled, yeah.
Oh really?
Against Manchester United.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Well, no, at the time, could have been
97.
anyone's game.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll never forget being so angry when it did happen. My mum taking all my videotapes out and putting the news on all day long.
Is there any?
Was that Ian Andrew Dice Clay on Twitter, a UK person? How you doing? And he tweets out good stuff. He said that it happened at the same time as One Night Only, the UK only pay-per-view. So he said his dad woke him up the next day. I think I remember this tweet, and he said, Princess Diana's died and Shawn Michaels won the belt.
Related incidents.
Yeah, it's like those two things back to back.
I'm really worried that this one's going to be long. So, because
You know what? Yeah,
it's a
gonna
long
be-
week in wrestling, so I'm scared.
Yeah, also, my God, there's a lot of news to get through.
And
so,
next week's will be even worse.
Yes, it will. So how about we start cracking?
Shall we make a call? Are we going to cover Worlds Collide? Because it's going to be a 12-hour podcast next week.
We
And
could just race through the results of Worlds
bits we
Collide.
shave off here and there. Because I know that people hate the NXT
No one
review.
knows it's going to be 10 minutes on All Out and then an hour and a half on Worlds Collide.
I know,
so.
there's, us in here enjoy it. I mean, Jax, I think, has come back on site to NXT 2.0 over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah. And we know the two people that were happy with the decision to give them the half-year award for Best Wrestling Promotion. So
Yeah, it seems like everyone... If you want us to skip it, let us know, because otherwise it is going to be a 12-hour podcast. But if you want it, we'll do it.
yeah, we'll put that aside the podcast so people will listen to that.
You are our pappy.
The news. So as a follow-up from last week, Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara's altercation. So Eddie Kingston was obviously finishing his suspension that he had done that no one realised he was actually on until they said he's off it. And obviously left in the air, is Sammy versus Kingston going to be happening? And I was always going to save this for when we get to AEW Dynamite. However, there was literally no mention of it until when Excalibur did the rundown of the card. So
he was
it is not
rushing
on
last night.
Yeah, Kingston versus Ishii is happening. Okay, you get suspended, and then you get a dream match of your choice. That's absolutely fair enough. Guevara, there's some statements on his vlog that will probably extend this podcast by an hour and a half to go through the entire thing. But he's upset that people are branding him as unprofessional and other things of that nature. It was reported last night that Kingston and Guevara had a meeting backstage encounter and just basically patched things
Like
up.
men.
Like men, yes.
Like men, they looked at each other in the eye and shook their hands and went their separate ways like men.
Yeah. Then Guevara said request to be quoted directly on the matter when he's obviously said a lot of stuff. He said war and peace. But yeah, that coincides with some of the other AW news. Thunder Rosa pulled from AW All Out with injury, which we reported on last week. Yes, and there were people going, oh, so you never had more heat on you than any other time in your career, and backstage, apparently, allegedly, and now this has happened. What a coinky-dink. However, news of Rosa's injury was met with rumour, so she went on Busted Open Radio and gave an update on her condition. Quote, I'm not the best physically right now. I was in a lot of pain yesterday. A lot has been happening the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of commission. I don't know for how long. For a couple of months, probably. I have a problem with my back, and yesterday I was trying to be strong. Back problems are not easy. Some days are good, some days are bad. Yesterday was not a good day. I was a lot of pain. And she says, if I could effing walk, I can effing work. Dr. Sampson, he did not clear me to wrestle. I'm not clear to wrestle. It's not that I don't want to do a match on Sunday. I can't walk. It's a shame that this is being put on social media, not only to discredit me as an athlete, but also discredit me as a wrestler. I want to walk when I'm 40. I have the right to say, no, I can't walk. I can't do it. I don't want to have surgery. If we keep doing this and going through the pain, that I'm going to be out for longer. I don't want to do that.
Okay, fair enough.
It's all a case of he said, she said, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this was obviously immediately quote tweeted by people going, oh, well, you'll hurt your back doing sandbagging, which, of course, people are just brutal right now on social media when it comes to...
So nasty.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, anything we say here about anything, there'll be something come out tonight that'll just make us look like absolute whoppers because it happens every single week. So I've got
It's
no
half
opinion.
the fun of this,
Got
right?
no opinion on any of this.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing to be
wrestling
doing,
drama.
right? There was the talent meeting. Actually, we covered that last week, didn't we? And the contract tampering, we've done that. CM Punk claims Hangman Page promo was just about, quote, selling tickets.
I don't know if I believe Philip there. I don't know.
I think he's full of it.
You hate him now.
I don't like him.
You really hate him.
I'm one of you now.
Every-
You were like half the crowd in Chicago last night by the
Every
sound
video
of
I've
things.
been on with you the past week or so, you've been like, oh, we should book Punk to lose and
I'm
try.
just sick of it now. I'm just sick of him. You know, you came back and got your roses. Now we're a year in now. You've done some good stuff, yes, but now the ugly side's coming out. I want to see the old CM Punk come
This
back.
is the old. This is the old.
Yeah,
CM
wait,
Punk.
yeah, this
Not
is the old CM
newer
Punk.
old
Oh, right,
CM
okay,
Punk.
So you,
Post 05.
Okay.
Before the 11.
Yeah, that's
that
CM
one.
Punk.
The one who used to go backstage with Paul Heyman and learn the business, brother, from all aspects. That one.
Slapping Shannon Moore across the
Yeah.
face. You're a poser.
I love those bits so much. So yeah, we did get the roses, but what the roses smell like?
Roses really smell like.
That's right, Jack. Thank you. What a perfect impression. FTR.
Love Andre 3000.
That's right. FTR not upset at not being in the AEW Fight Forever.
They couldn't care less.
Yeah,
Like-
pretty much. Just save a lot of talking because we don't need to quote everything per week. But Dax
These
Harwood
young
added.
kids with their video games and whatnot. Get your tequila and your guns out. I'm not saying that's what they're about, but they certainly like tequila over video games.
Yeah, if they had the choice.
Oh, they're whiskey men, surely.
No, the tequila.
Are they?
Aye, Dax
Wow.
Harwood spends hundreds of dollars on the white bottle of tequila
Right.
with the blue details on. I don't know what it
I'm
is.
surprised. I thought they'd be whiskey men, whiskey boys.
Oh, that's because you're a whiskey boy.
No, I'm a rum boy.
He's a rum boy.
Spiced.
Yes, you are. Dax Harwood added, the headline can be, FTR is not upset. FTR does not blame anyone for pulling us out of the game. We heard about this. I want to say, it was before the Briscoes match. We heard about it a long time ago. And people asking me, is this true? It's just true. We found out it was a non-issue. We wanted to make sure we weren't doing something wrong and it was something we could do correct out. I don't care to be in a video game. My worry is having a legacy, having fun with my best friend, and on top of all that, taking care of my wife and daughter. Yeah.
It's a weird response when you hear how much they make from being in video games.
It is, yes.
That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah. And there was some quote from some fella who, I don't know if he was high up with whoever's, is it THQ who's making the game? I think it is something to do with some branch of
Ukes.
Ukes.
That's a weird thing as well because it's like, wait, THQ's around? I thought they died, but it's the name of the studio that is using the. You know what? I'll just say yes and move on.
A man
Sorry.
who was prominent in the video game was like
Carry on.
the mechanics of their game capturing footage and whatnot wasn't quite right, and that's the reason they're not in the game.
That's interesting because in every other instance of a wrestling game, they just figure it out and just do it. Well, no, I just.
Yeah, they've never had that issue before.
So you've got the Young Bucks going. You can't do it.
The big rig, the big rig though.
Yeah.
Very
Trying to-
complex maneuver.
We can't get the mocap quite detailed. That punch he gave that one fan that attacked Brett.
But the cynical part of me is just like, surely it's just like they're going to be part of a DLC. More money out of our pockets.
Maybe.
And into FTRs, yeah. Because you want us, pay for it. Also, they were saying that they thought the logical match at All Out was going to be them versus the Bucks. Surprised it wasn't happening. Like a lot of people, considering the amount of FTR chants that had been happening. So
I think the Bucks are scared.
I would be.
I think they know that people would want FTR to win over them, and they don't want that. That's just my own speculation, but that's what I think.
So they've put themselves in a match where I want the Dark Order to beat them. And Hangman Page to pin that arsehole
All
Matt
the best
Jackson.
friends, that match hasn't happened. Anyone could win.
Talks between the Good Brothers and WWE have fizzled out.
No! Why? Anyway.
The Good Brothers have finished up with Impact Wrestling, follow the company's most recent set of tapings, but they will not be coming to WWE, it seems. The report noticed that the previous regime made overtures to Gallows Anderson. The Good Brothers aren't going to be coming back cheaply after already having been burnt by the company once before. In complete unrelated news, there is renewed hope and pride within WWE. Morale has reportedly increased significantly within some of the departments of late.
That's weird that the former, hierarchy want them back after the former hierarchy had them before and did bugger all with them for many years. Yeah. Gave them they signed the big deal, didn't they, for like $500,000 or whatever a year, and then got given the boot. So I don't get it.
Could it come back? Like, is
Do
this
what?
a joke? Is this the ball and the peanuts?
The ball and the peanuts.
Charlie Brown, I should have said.
Oh,
the strip was called Peanuts, right?
Pulling the ball away
Yeah.
when you go to kick it. Yeah.
Yes, that reference
the money ball.
is in black and white. Moving on. Reason for Lacey Evans' recent WWE absence? She'd been AWOL, which I thought was a good pun. Is she supposed to be doing the military gimmick?
And
That was good, Dan. That was good. She's been AWOL.
Yeah. Sergeant
Oh,
AWOL.
yeah. With private stash.
Well,
Yes.
I can exclusively reveal, because for some reason I follow her on the Instagram, she's got a new haircut. Congratulations to Lacey Evans. It's all straight and long and whatnot.
Does she have a dog?
Mate, I don't know.
Usually when you follow a wrestler on Instagram, it's because they've got a dog.
Yeah. Maybe. I think I might have been roped in when she was doing those little skits off her own back on social media where she was going to like old people's homes. You ever see those?
I think I remember
And
them,
she was
yeah.
like getting her leg out going, "You'll never have this, you old so-and-so." Good stuff, that.
Go back to doing that, Lacey.
Wow. I forgot about them. Bloody hell.
But she's been having her hair done.
Yeah,
extensively.
she's medically sidelined, according to Sean Rossap, and she's had a haircut, which doesn't sound as impressive now about that second detail, I admit. Velveteen Dream arrested twice in August. The former W star arrested twice on August 20th, then 26th, 6 days later. According to records from the Orange County Clerks, I forget that right, office. Clark was... Put Clerks then Clark, right?
Oh, because he's called
That's a
Paddy
pain in
Clark,
the backside,
yeah.
isn't it? Was arrested on August 20th on charges of first-degree battery and trespassing on property after a warning. He pleaded not guilty. The charge had posted a $200 bond on August 22nd. The arraignment hearing was held, and then on August 26th, he was arrested again on charge of possessing drug paraphernalia. However, WWE investigated and found he'd done nothing wrong.
What are you like?
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I was thinking
Guess
about
not going
this
to
the other
Cardiff.
day. Obviously, I haven't really thought about it too far back in the past, but he, in terms of recent memory, is surely the biggest example of wasted potential.
Mate, as
I
I
can think
go back
of.
to these podcasts, I was over the moon about him. I'm like, this is the next big thing. Look
Yeah.
at him, stun him.
Well, they were saying there was overtures from backstage. There was the reports back in the day, weren't there? The people high up, like, I'm sure there was one saying Cena wanted to work like a big event with him. And
I think I remember hearing that.
so it's like both in front and, but it's just, he's pissed it all away.
Yeah. I can't think, I'm sure there are bigger examples, but he's the one that springs out the most at the minute. There's got to be something.
And he's still only like 26 years old, isn't he?
He was
something like that.
Oh man, it's so annoying.
Crazy,
He was
isn't
so good. Anyway.
Anyway.
Pissed it out.
Yeah, I'm
away.
good to youth, though.
Oh no.
He got delayed yesterday in the
I'll
airport.
say Fraser's a very different character to the Velveteen Dream. I just like to point that out before anybody.
Oh, God, yeah, he's going to hear that and go, all right, Matthew, square go, me
I
and
hope
you.
he got home all right. His flight was delayed on the way back from holiday. He was tweeting about it.
I thought he was flying out to Cardiff today or something. I was
No,
confused,
he's been
so
on
it's-
holiday.
Oh, right.
He's been
okay.
in Nice.
That's...
Ooh la
thank
la.
you. It's hard to keep track of everybody, what they're doing, comings and goings.
We need a big Marauders map. Mischief managed.
That's just you going to rise every
Is that
week,
another
you dirty
D&D
stop out.
reference, is it?
What?
Is that another D&D reference?
No,
Is
it's
it?
Harry
Harry
man.
Potter one.
Same thing.
That niche. No.
And then the final big news thing, so we talk about other stuff that comes up later on in the podcast. Rey Mysterio had to tell Dominic's teachers that custody angle wasn't real.
We sat here on this podcast months ago and spoke about this.
It's been brought up again on Cultaholic News.
Who had to be told this?
His teacher in the playground?
Oh, when
Ray
he was a
had
kid.
to
Oh,
assure
right.
Dominic's teachers that it was all make-believe. Discussing the angle with Fox News, the biggest little man said, who calls him that?
The biggest
Everyone.
little man.
I've never called
He's
him
the
that.
biggest little man in WWE history.
I
He can
struggled
take
calling
down
him...
any man of any size. Are we really going to sit here and talk about this again?
I don't want anything.
I thought it was funny. You know, it's just you have to like the news, it's like, war, horror, famine. And now a funny little news story. But you're right, it's been told. After one of his teachers approached Ray and said, "Is everything okay at home? Are you sure, Dominic? Is there anything we can do to help?" After Dom told me that, I remember approaching the teacher and telling her, as you know, it's not real.
It's a work.
It's a work.
Like my knee. No, his knee was real. That was real.
Fraser went to knees. I think the only thing we have to worry about then is when Dom misses school and he's able to take his homework with him and do it when he's on the road. But besides that, everything was okay. Sadly, Ray was talking about Dominic last week. So, he's 22 years old.
He's not that bad, man.
Everyone really hates Dom, and I don't like it.
It's because they're all jealous, aren't they?
Yes, right now I am. Wasn't a few weeks ago.
Oh, come on now.
And after that easy joke, let's go on the rest of the podcast there.
Aye.
Yeah.
He's been practicing his batting in Shinjuku.
Ooh.
Easiest cage, can still barely hit a thing. Sweat emoji.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Now it's time for everyone's favourite segment. Second favourite after that one, I guess. The Hall of Fame.
We'll see how it goes.
In condescending order from last week, the hard and patient Mr. Usk, never get his first name right.
Usyk.
Usyk.
Alexander Usyk.
I've been calling him Usk the entire week. No one's corrected us once. 18%.
Oh, he's the champion of the world.
That's right.
Oh, well.
Anthony Joshua's got him beat him on best mic, though. So, backstage wrestling gossip, surprisingly, only 29%. Are you kidding? All right, fair enough.
Literally been keeping us going over the past little while.
Okay. But, that's one of the things that kept us going. The other main important things are the quality of videos here at Cultaholic, because the clear winner is me for picking Jack's CM Punk Ring of Honor video.
Well, thank you very
53%. That's more than half.
Thank you,
Love that
Maffew.
video so much.
Cheers.
Isn't that great?
I'm glad that we got it out before the sentiment towards CM Punk changed so rapidly.
We hate wrestling gossip. Oh, but we love CM Punk. Oh yeah, never involved any of that. But
Before we give our own picks, have we got the name of the person who provided that jingle for us?
We do. It's on
we
the sheet of
certainly
paper.
do. The person who created the Tubman and Japan jingle was Lewis Jerry or Gary. Beg your
Thank
pardon,
you very
from
much.
Exeter.
Oh, thank you. Wonderful.
Home of the second best St James's Park in the land.
Ah. On that interesting note, it's my pick to go first, isn't it?
is.
Because I won. Woohoo! It's been a while, isn't that? It didn't even involve a dog or a small animal or anything like that.
Well, the small anime people go like, ooh.
Oh, very good, yeah. I am picking this week a little viral superstar.
Thank you.
Another little viral superstar. I think it's a
Andrew
trend.
loved that.
And so
Andrew's,
he did, didn't he?
Andrew's
He
producing
loved
this
that.
one, everybody, by the way.
That's good.
Thank you, Andrew.
Is that your impersonation of Andrew?
Yeah,
Same
it's
as
very,
the
it's very similar
impersonation.
to, but I've only got three.
Same as the one of me, yeah.
You're well aware of this. And one of them's Alvarez, which is just, it's just like Jack's dad at this point. And it's not,
My dad would knock it out Alvarez.
it's a viral superstar, and it's not the three pirates walking while the Russian beat plays, though I do like that one. It is the only other thing of this week of note. Quick cut to this little shot here of the primo superstar himself, courtesy of Woo Woo Clips.
Oh,
Not Woo Woo
this
Clips.
blow.
World Wrestling Unicorn Clips. He is, of course, the man whose name I haven't forgotten. How dare you accuse me of that?
Pizza Man!
Luigi Primo. There you go.
Primo.
Look, that's 5.6 million views. It'll
Has
be
it?
all right because they look at him, like the Harlem Globetrotters of dough.
If this promotion comes after us and sues us, my God.
No, it's handled. Sorry, I spoke to him. It's all right.
Have you? Good.
pretend I have.
That can't be real dough.
I think it might be.
Who are you to doubt Luigi Primo?
It's just look at, there's no
Primo, not-
elasticity to the dough, is there?
But he's doing all this.
He's not a stiff worker, I'll admit, but he's learning. Oh, he's got it. He's got it to me, to you. He's still got a hold of it.
He does look a bit like Barry, doesn't he? Barry Jungle.
And that's a compliment on it. Oh, still able to grab. Oh, well, maybe not. Okay, he's not got the advantage right now, but still not got the.
Oh,
he wants a pizza, him, but he's not able to get it.
Look at his tag partners. They're going wild.
Look, let's please discuss this. As he, you'll get it later. Arm drag. Take down. Oh, no.
Oh.
Pepper Army, it's a bit of an animal, and he's able to take him down with dropkick. And yes, that has gone all over the world, so why not show up at Cultaholic HQ as well? That is Luigi Primo. And I was rather tickled by that.
Fair enough.
Up the Primo.
Up
on,
the Primo,
Luigi.
that's right.
Yeah.
Primo.
It's one of those ones that I just didn't even search for once and just saw it about 50 times this week. Everyone was sharing it. It was huge. It's huge.
Massive.
Well done, Luigi Primo.
Grande.
Yes, Venti.
Yeah, that's
coffee,
Veni
innit?
Vidi. Yeah, wait a minute.
I'd love a
That
Venti
one.
pepperoni, please. Fair play to him.
Aye.
He's got himself a transferable skill.
Oh, well, yeah.
He does, kind of.
More job-based gimmicks in wrestling.
I was going to say we used to
It's
hate them in the
time.
mid-90s,
It's
but now,
time.
a wrestler can come and make you food while they wrestle. I like that.
And for his opponents, he can just feed them pizza and make them worse. It's a foolproof
Yeah,
gimmick.
no one wants to wrestle after pizza. Do you think he's going to have to go a stage further now, though? He's going to have to get further and further in the pizza creation process.
Oh.
He'll be sprinkling toppings on it.
Chop up his opponent and use them as a topping.
Yeah.
Oh, this opponent's big, so it's calzone time. Yeah, I can see that.
I want to know what his finishes are called and his signature moves. I need to know this.
Pizza cutter.
Yeah, there we go.
And that was the end of that discussion. Yeah, so that's mine. And who
It's
was
Ross.
second? It is.
I've got a thing from the internet again. And
Oh.
I hope we get away with this, but a man just said something this week that has just captivated my imagination. I'm just going to play it down the microphone here.
You really are the most devious bastard in New York City. Well,
Now, imagine if you're Matt Berry and you're given a script and it says, your line is, sir, you are the most devious bastard in New York City. And you've taken that and produced that. I find that sensational.
Yes.
Matt Berry is
New
good.
York City.
New York City.
You really are.
It's so weird seeing him be doing good things because he used to be that guy with that amazing voice who was in utter crap.
No.
The IT crowd is
No,
sensational.
The Mighty Boosh.
No.
The Mighty Boosh is
You're on a. I object. I object.
Absolute Radio Network is flawless.
Toast of London.
Hearing all of those
Garth Marenghi's
jingles
Dark
every
Play.
single day. No. I didn't say that was good. You. I knew I shouldn't trust you as a news source, but
He does play literally the same person in everything.
yeah. But there's some things it's worked very well in,
Yes.
like the IT crowd, and the Boosh, and
Toast of
Garth
London.
Marenghi, Toast of London. There's other times you just hear that voice and you go, "Oh, this will be good." Oh, it's not, because he's such a good voice man.
Oh, he's
It makes
fantastic.
it makes it sound so easy. You have to
thing-
go look at clips where he's not using that voice to appreciate.
I don't know what
it
his
is an
normal
acting
voice
voice.
is.
It's a slightly toned down, but you can still hear it in
posh,
his normal
right,
voice,
yeah.
But there's a clip as well, which is you've obviously seen that tweet going around. I assume everybody it had a lot of likes and retweets and whatnot. There was a bit underneath where someone replied, and I don't know what show it is, but he's doing this bit at some stables and he's speaking a bit like football.
Yeah, that's the one.
That is like worse than looking at Jen doing an Essex accent. It's like
Right.
when a different person is taking over the soul. That's what it felt like, but yeah.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Just imagine it written down on a script in black and white, and he's taken that and turned it into that. I wish I had that.
I
You
enjoy
do
it.
have that.
No, I don't
people
have
love
it.
it. People love your accent.
Tell you who's got it. Ben Potter.
He is
can
the
do it.
closest,
He's
yeah.
got a good
yeah,
voice.
he does.
And he can do a Matt Berry.
He's counting down the days until Matt Berry dies. When he does, and it's absolute radio 50s, not the 1950s,
Yeah.
but this deck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that'll be Ben Potter's gig then.
Hello.
Just pottering around here. Absolute radio. Yeah, that'll be him.
not for nuts! That's not how he does it, is it? I've butchered his own thing.
What's your what's
Yeah, he
your,
just yells in the microphone. It's great.
What's your
Yeah, that every 3
What
seconds.
is your pick though? Is it him or is it the line?
It's the line, the delivery of that line
Okay.
by Matt Berry.
Nice.
And yes,
Probably easy when you just put Matt Berry in, but I like you picking just that one line.
I mean, there's a whole catalogue to pick from. Father!
Oh, that
Father! I
So
hear
many-
you, father. He's like, no,
Oh, I've looked at my desk.
you must-
I found a gun.
Yeah.
Click, click. Oh, it's not loaded.
the bit at the funeral when his dad's like, I want you to watch this tape privately, Douglas. And he's like, these are my friends, father. I can show them anything. And he's like, you'll find a secret account. He's like, turn that off. It's so good.
What's that?
Yeah.
Damn those electrified sex pants.
He's flirting with the guy on the phone. Oh, and some chicken wings, please. He's just ordering a pizza.
There was a new one for me as well this week where it's like the best line from an 80s hospital drama or something.
I think it's Garth
He's
Marenghi's, I
speaking
think.
the voice you hear on the L Google when you put, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's supposed to be bad. Yeah.
Really good. But that line in particular
Yeah.
tickled me pink this week.
It's good to be tickled pink sometimes. What about yourself, Jack?
Coincidentally, my nomination is Ben Potter, King of Mountains. Why are you laughing at me nominating Ben Potter?
Unexpected Ben.
King of Mountains. So last weekend, me and my girlfriend decided, when you've had just too many weekends in a row where you've done nothing. We're like, let's do stuff this weekend. It was bank holiday. We went to, on one day, the thing at the the Wyland Brewery, they have sometimes Battle of the Burgers or the Pizza Battle or whatever, and it was Champion of Champions, so they had the best Indian one, the best pizza, it was fantastic. Lovely stuff. Everything was delicious. Saw Ash from Rise and Max, his wife.
Man, so
and I went over to say hello to Max because I went to school with her little brother, so I've actually known her longer. And I was just like, oh, hiya, how's it going? And she was like, oh, we've been to a baby shower and we've just got so much cake, just so much cake. This guy appears out of nowhere in a tracksuit. Excuse me, did you say you've got way too much cake? And she thought he was my mate, so she just kept talking to him, and I was like, oh no, what's going on? Anyway, that's beside the point.
Is that double meaning for something in the...
No, he literally wanted some cake.
But you hear that voice and you think, he wants that made-up drug cake.
Like 30 degrees, full tracksuit. On the second day, I went to the Tynemouth Market for the first time ever. It was fantastic, really good. Did all this sort of stuff. Really felt like I'd achieved something when I came back into work this week. And then got to the office, and Ben was like, oh, I climbed a mountain. I'm like, what? So he climbed Mount Snowdon at the weekend.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that one.
The one in Wales. I think it's the second biggest in the UK behind Ben Nevis, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's the second. Do you know?
I think it's the second.
I think it's the second as well. And I said, have you done this before? He went, no, it's the first time I've climbed. I was like, what? So I'd felt like I'd done loads that weekend, and Ben had climbed a mountain. But I said, how hard was it? He went, it was pretty hard. But I just kind of powered on, and in my headphones I had on the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, Ben listens.
So...
Oh, well, for several weeks' time. Keep gunning. Keep gunning. Almost there, pal.
I'd like to apologise for my impression of Ben. Now I realise that he listens, actually. Oh, well. But no, he was like... He listened to us, and it got him to the top, to the summit. I said, what was up there? He said, a cafe that was closed. I was like, oh...
There's a cafe.
God, that's a weird
Apparently
business
so.
to have at the top of a mountain.
And it was shut.
And it was shut. And everyone really needed a wee as well. And the cafe was shut.
Oh, where did he go on the front door?
Don't know.
Well, no one's
Off the
around.
mountain.
No
No
one's
one
around,
protest.
yeah.
Shot on me, will you?
So yes, congratulations to Ben for climbing Mount Snowdon, and thank you for listening to the podcast to get you through. In fact, instead of Ben Potter King of Mountains, because he's only climbed the one, maybe Ben Potter King of Mountain. That's my pick.
It should really be Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast,
For inspiring.
kick up the arse for men, climbing hills.
It's like a bit Rocky 4, but it's a podcast instead.
He wouldn't have got... Really, Ben should be thanking us.
Yeah.
Because he would not have got there if it wasn't for us.
Also, I love doing the Hall of Fame, not because of the amazing picks we pick every week, but we get further into Jack's psyche, where Jack is constantly at battle with other people's success. First of all, it's been
I've
Fraser.
nominated him for the Hall of Fame.
First of all, it's been Fraser, the arrogance of youth, making lists about him. And now it's like, I had a good weekend and I think I'm doing really well. And now it's, I did well. And then Ben's climbed a mountain, some passively aggressively.
Make a
Put him
list
in on our Hall of Fame.
I did make a list of Frasers, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I did.
Hey, you're doing well, Jack.
I know, thank you. I got
Good.
a little poster, like a metal thing you stick on the wall from the market that says South Shields, but it's like an old-timey postcard design.
Oh, nice.
Might put that above my desk. Fantastic.
So you know where you're from,
Yeah.
in case anyone asks.
Yeah.
That's nice. So Ben Potter, king of a mountain. So it's not quite Jeff Jarrett
King of
yet.
Mountain.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm sure like that.
Very diverse picks there.
Very diverse picks. All the flavors in the world. Ben Potter, king of a mountain.
King of Mountain.
King of Mountain.
Just
Make sure you
funnier-
type that out.
just
King
funnier
of,
if it's
that's how
wrong,
people
isn't
speak.
it?
King of
Yeah.
Mountain. Matt Berry's delivery of that one line.
You devious bastard.
You really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Luigi Primo, a.k.a. the Pizza Wrestler.
Fair enough.
End bracket. These 3 picks are your 3 picks alone if you go to patreon.com/cultaholic and place your votes now.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
The long week of wrestling,
Oh, yes.
that isn't going to be as long or half as long
As
as the
next
next week
week's
of
week,
wrestling. So
yes.
let's get to it. SmackDown with this Jack's wacky subtitle. Wait, is Drew actually going to win?
That one wasn't a pun. That's just I've
That's
started
actually-
to
yeah,
think.
for
Yeah,
some of them
hang
are.
on.
Right?
I'm starting to believe.
Gotta believe.
It's very reminiscent of last summer. Very reminiscent.
With who?
The England national football team.
Oh,
right.
The men's,
God.
not the ladies.
Yeah.
It could be like the ladies. You could bring it home, but it could be like the men's. It's all set. It's not going to get any better than that. And the bugger it up.
I think that he might do it, you know. And I did a video with Ross and Andrew earlier this week, and I was shocked to find that they both were leaning more towards, I think, Roman.
I don't think it's time for. I know obviously a British big premium live event like this isn't coming around very often. It might never happen again. We don't know. But I just don't. I'm not feeling it for Drew. Just not feeling it. I don't think it's time.
If it's not going to be now, I don't see it ever happening. Just beating, obviously, come with the title again, but actually beating Roman.
Yeah.
But I hope he does, because it means that people won't have to keep on telling me, The Rock should beat him. I'm like, that would be the dumbest way to end one of the greatest runs we've had of any wrestler.
Our generation would have our own Bulldog moment. The pop at the end of SummerSlam.
That'll come with Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast Rest of the Year 2021. Sheamus bringing the big one home against Gunther.
The ring general. Anyway, Ricochet beats Happy Corbin in the opening match. Sort of basically repeat of what we had already. Pat McAfee then uses diagrams to demonstrate why Corbin is such a loser.
Do you know what? I couldn't bring myself to write the word telestrator. I felt not American. Like, I was like, I can't.
Telestrator.
I started to type it and my hands just went, God save us. I was like, I can't do it.
He's got a pure fancy touchscreen computer. And he's drawing wiggly lines on it.
He's a loser. His Philadelphia accent really came out as well. He was like, this guy's a loser, or however he does it.
And you can tell it's an American thing, the telestrator, because if it was a British thing, we'd be drawing willies on him. So
I thought this match was like the Edge versus Undertaker match at WrestleMania 24.
why is that?
In that Edge, obviously in that match, had an answer for everything the Undertaker did, so the Undertaker had to bring out something new. Corbin was the Edge of this one, and Ricochet was the Undertaker, but he didn't have to do anything new to beat him in the end. He just did an SSP for the 1, 2, 3. Woody bitty bats eye. I thought the finish came around really quickly though, because I thought Happy Corbin had his number all the way through until the very end. But I think that was so Pat could go, wow, look at him.
Does this mean we're getting a rematch between Pat and Happy?
That's what they're building. He keeps on mocking him. This is like a satellite wars between two states. Benefit the other place, because it's like, keep on going at him so I can mock him some more from commentary.
I think Pat's being a bit mean. He's beaten him. He's won the match. Leave it.
Yeah, but it's Corbin.
It's going somewhere, this. We're going back to bum-ass, hairy, people doesn't know who he is, Corbin. To give him his full name.
Hairy ass bum, nothing Corbin.
It's this match just reminded me that it's just refreshing in this new era to see, because like 99 times out of 100, Corbin would win this match, or it'd be a DQ finish, and you could just put your house on it every time. But now different wrestlers are winning and stuff. And even if you don't particularly agree with the wrestlers that Triple H is pushing over others, at least it's a change. Yeah. And I like the match as well.
I agree, Jack. Well done for positivity.
Hey, thank you.
Backstage, the Street Profits make friends with Hit Row. Yes, they do.
More on that later on.
Yes, we do.
They got one thing in common.
What's that?
They want money, 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 money.
So the Good Brothers. We get a video package on Drew McIntyre's path to success, and it's a beautiful little
This
video
is where
package.
I started to turn. I was like, hang on, he's going to win.
I used to be the chosen one, and it was too much too soon, then I got released.
He came from a long line of warriors, scientists, and poets.
Allow me to name a few. And then it cut off. Afterwards, Karrion Kross says that Drew's dreams mean nothing to him, and his time is coming. All I've written down on my notes is, I hate Karrion Kross with hair.
Such a little bitch, isn't he?
He looked so scary when he was born.
With the hair, that's just a lad.
A big lad, but a lad, yeah.
Yeah. TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok. Oh, he's waiting for his alarm to tell him to get a haircut. Go on, pal.
I thought his promo sounded like somebody from a My Rise cutscene on a video game.
Oh.
Sounded like one of those pre-recorded ones. That's what it sounded like, even though it was live. It was very weird. You'll know what I mean if you see it, hopefully. I don't know. Back to Drew, though.
If he ends up costing Drew...
I like you trying, though. That's I'm really proud of
I'm
you.
never going to forgive him if he ends up costing Drew. They wouldn't do that.
Well, it's interesting, because it's either setting up Drew's first title defense or something to not make Drew win. But we don't know.
It's his first title defense.
And that's why you want to. That's why you want to watch it. It's not that obvious. Watching to see the result. So
interesting for WWE to say that nobody from Scotland has ever been signed to the WWE before Drew, which I thought was weird.
Is that what you said? No one in the wait.
No, the Highlanders.
I double checked this right.
Roddy and Rory.
Rowdy Roddy Piper was billed from Glasgow at WrestleMania.
Of course he was. If he says he's from there, he's from there.
Aye. So that was weird.
How did they not? Did they not have telly in the 80s? Did they not have heard a Scottish accent anywhere else?
I know, it's like, here's Roddy Piper from Glasgow, Scotland. Why you know? We don't know where he's from. So. In the last chance women's tag team match, oh boy, Nikki ASH takes a superplex to the outside and seems to be legitimately hurt because, God, that's a risky thing to be doing. She took it all in her ankle, bless her.
She was fine.
She was actually fine.
Yeah, she was actually fine. Sonya Deville rolls her inside immediately and pins her to progress the tournament alongside Natalya. Later backstage, Deville and Natalya are interviewed about their chances, and no one pays attention to them because Nikki and New Drop are seen arguing in the background.
And the backdram, that
about
was
that.
weird because it felt like they were splitting up because it felt like a few defeats have been happening for those two over the last little
And then
while.
what happened, Ross?
And then NXT 2.0 ripped up the rules, so they did.
I think further seeds will be sown if they lose against the Cowie girls.
They should lose against
They
the Cowie
will
girls,
lose against the Cowie girls.
Imagine Nikki Cross on Cowies.
Oh, please.
Well, that was sanity. Wasn't it?
But I thought the match itself, obviously someone was doing double duty, so it was always going to be 100 miles an hour. But I thought the finish was, even though it's been done a few times now where there's been something happen, then someone rolls someone in and then distractions and whatever, I thought it was good. It was quite a fitting end.
I thought the superplex was very nice and a very risky maneuver. It's always cool to see. The rest of the match was rough.
Ooh, Aaliyah's good, though.
Is she?
No, it's Aaliyah. She is in AEW.
Yeah.
God, we're on in fuego this week.
Because of that,
Andrew's-
I've changed my
Andrew's-
opinion because I got hit so hard and went, yep, you're right.
Popped Andrew Massai there. Look at him.
He's in tatters in the
Can't
corner.
believe it.
Let it know, Andrew. It's fine. We don't mind.
We'll just decide to end This Week in Wrestling there and then on
He
SmackDown.
loved that.
He's writing it down. Hey, Ross said something really good at this point. We can see you.
That's literally your impression of me.
Sorry. Sheamus cuts a promo in the ring, but is interrupted by Imperium. All two of them. Sheamus runs through a list of people he's beaten in the past, including John Cena and Triple H, which, yes, if you are a young'un, yeah, he did. Gunther says that on Saturday, he'll break the man people think is unbreakable. They have a stare down. People don't take it as seriously as they probably should do. It didn't have the effect it was going on. Because as they're doing this and staring like, oh yeah, WrestleMania 3, Butch and Ludwig Kaiser get into a brawl and brawl around them. And the crowd at the end were more into Butch than they were Sheamus. So
I thought it was wonderfully put together.
it was wonderfully put together. I'm not sure if it built up. Because then the crowd were like, yeah, go with that. Aww. Like that. They started dancing. Yes, thank you.
It's the eye of the storm, isn't it?
I thought
Yeah.
it was that. It's meant to make them look really cool and badass. They don't care about violence.
Yeah, but people are
around
too
them.
busy looking at the cars flying around them, I guess. You know.
It's like when, like, in the 90s, Oasis crowds are going mad and Liam Gallagher just stands there. That's what I thought it was going to be like.
I need to have a tab.
It was funny though how he was like he's going to beat the sauerkraut of him, even though
Yes.
he's not even German, is he? But then he was like banger after banger after banger, and I was like, that's why. The second time I'm going to mention this in the podcast, he was our wrestler of the year for last year.
Thank you. I'll put that down as well.
Thank
Yeah.
you to Andrew and the boys in Unit 5 for agreeing with my pick instead.
Who was your pick again?
Can't remember, but it wasn't Sheamus. Oh, it was Bryan Danielson. Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. Yes. The best wrestler ever.
Yeah.
The timing on that. Yeah, they agree with me. Who was it? I can't remember. Yeah, Sheamus gets cheers for saying he's going to drink next week, which I thought
Starting fights and drinking pints.
Yay, we do that!
NXT UK.
America.
I think you'll lose, actually.
Sheamus will.
It's could, I get your point, though. It could go either way. They could do a hot potato just for the pop.
I could see, obviously, Gunter's flying at the moment, isn't he? So is Sheamus, to be fair. Maybe Gunter's flying a bit higher.
Sheamus has been flying for quite a while now.
Yeah. It could go either way, but again, that's a good thing.
If Gunther loses, I wouldn't be that upset because it means he's going to go higher and higher. Ready for that world champion Drew match.
And there's obviously good ways they can do it, as highlighted by me on the pictures video for Clash at the Castle 2022.
Oh, we should click that.
Yeah,
Not now,
please do.
obviously. Jesus. But yeah, I've also said Sheamus getting that fiery babyface thing that was going against evil Gunther after being the other evil foreigner in the company until now, I guess.
I just hope if he does win Sheamus, they've got to get the whole Stone Cold can gimmick in the ring with Guinness, though.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to see because I've never held a can of Guinness for a while now. Do they still have the balls in them to make them frothy?
That was the last time I drank one.
Yeah.
God.
Aye.
A
I've just been
widget,
on-
isn't it?
Widget, yes. I've just been on the drafts, which you don't obviously get that. You get a little brrrr, vibrating plate gimmick doing. Got no time for that. Imagine that. Guy at ringside, carefully pouring a pint, puts it on the little vibrating plate.
Gotta leave it for a couple of minutes first.
Sheamus, banger after banger after Are we ready yet? Banger after banger. And then backstage, Sami Zayn goes to see Roman Reigns. Sammy has a match with Drew. Actually, I'll skip before that. He tries to see Roman Reigns, but the Usos are like, no. He's like, oh, please. And then Roman's like, hey, is that Sammy? Why is he in the hallway? Let him in. Oh.
Fantastic.
Sammy has a match with Drew tonight, and Roman wants him to make sure that Drew's focus is elsewhere.
Well, that's what
by
I
the
do.
time
I'll be in his head.
the pay-per-view comes around. Sammy agrees because he'll be dancing, and there's Jay going,
Dance was so good. When he, and
oh,
he's
I
like,
hate this dude.
Roman goes, is that the dance you do? He's like, yeah. Just does it again.
You know, dance, the concept of dancing. Well, Jack's pick for the Hall of Fame a few weeks ago. Sammy agrees, but wonders if the Bloodline could all do this together as a team. Roman disagrees and said that this is Sammy's moment. Sammy leaves and shakes hands with Jimmy Uso, but Jay brushes him off. We got told on commentary that it was the Usos' birthday last week, and Sami Zayn only wished Jimmy a happy birthday. Loving this.
Him and Jimmy have got a secret handshake. They were doing all this stuff. I was like, oh.
Technically, isn't he right, though? Didn't it get revealed that was Jay not born after midnight?
Not this. That bit, but Big E's going like yelling at both of them, going, you can't be this stupid. Please tell me.
Because then the other rest of the New Day start agreeing, and then Big E's like, am I the only one?
Yeah. He's getting gaslit by his mates. Oh,
I love everything about this, though. I like Roman just humouring Sammy just because he's using them just in case the Usos can't be there.
Oh my God.
I like Jimmy. I like Jimmy's relationship with Sammy. I like Jay's relationship with Sammy. They're sleeping with each other, I tell you. They are just not ready to tell the world yet. Because you don't go, and then I hate you within the space of 30 seconds without something untoward going on.
I've just thought there, I don't think it will happen, but imagine if Sammy had the Kurt Angle moment when he won it for the WWF, when he turned back, and Sammy just in the crowd, like he's helped Drew beat Roman. Imagine. I don't think it'll happen.
That's what I want now, is just for them to just use Sammy, like chew him up, spit him out, bully him for ages, build an organic baby face there, have him go after the world title. 2 years down the line, he beats Roman. Finally, the 4-year reign comes to an end. Lovely.
Roman's losing it this week. I tell you now. Oh man, I'm scared for that match.
It was so good before his match as well. He was like, don't come at me with your negativity, Jey Uso.
what
What are you doing?
So great.
Good storytelling.
Raquel Rodriguez and Alia beat Sonya Deville and Talia to progress to the final of the tag title tournament. Dakota and Io get in the ring afterwards for a stare down.
Pat McAfee, big Bailey fan on commentary, because they were on commentary for the match, and he starts going, dig dog, right in Cole's ear.
Yeah, there was one point when one of them went out the ring, and Bailey went, look out, Michael Cole! And then, obviously, nowhere near him. And Michael's like, thank you, Bailey, for saving me. God, they were good on commentary. I think the commentary overshadowed the match because I don't remember anything of it, but I remember what it sounded like.
There was I can't remember which segment it was. Was it either after this match or something? It was one where like Bailey and them. Yeah, I think Bailey and all them are like staring at the one thing and we've got to beat you now. That is Dakota and Io. Bailey looks like intense. Dakota looks intense. Io looks gutted. She's like, oh no. I don't know what she was doing. But yeah.
I liked about this match was Aaliyah getting the fall in this match after they wrote her off in a promo, and I can't remember when the promo happened. It was either on SmackDown or maybe it was on the start of the Raw where they actually won the belts. But like that little bit of like, oh, they've written her off, but she was the one to get the fall to win the big one. It's good if you pay attention, I find. Maybe.
Yeah, these shows rule if you've got your eyes open.
Yeah. I thought, again, Aaliyah, I've put Aaliyah hanging with Natty. I meant like in terms of wrestling, it's the same.
Yeah, that's what we thought you meant.
She's good. I thought you meant I was just hanging with her. Yo, Aaliyah and Natty.
The Maximum Male models, obviously the highlight of SmackDown, are having a photo shoot, but the mood is ruined by a party bus belonging to that 70s guy, Mike Awesome from, beg pardon, to Hit Row. So it takes like 3 of them to come up with like, aha, I've got an idea. No, I've got an idea. We get that anyway. The models in Los Lotharios spray, Hit Row sucks, on the side of the bus. Hit Row arrive and point out, this isn't their bus. The Street Profits emerge and the bad guys quickly leave.
Oh, the Street Profits like really scary.
That's just what I mean. We need a new Kane or a new Big Show to fill this kind of role. Because I didn't think the Street Profits were that role, were they? Although Tez is a bit full on, isn't he?
Yeah, but they're not. It would be a fair fight. In fact, there's more of Maximum Male Models and Lost Lotharios.
Top Dollar. No, it's not even Top Dollar, is it?
He's the big one.
Yeah, he is the big one.
Yeah.
He wasn't involved in this, though, was he?
He showed up and goes, that's not ours.
Yeah, going after LLLL and MMM.
But Marseille is a big one. Marseille's a big intimidating man, for example.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're the ones who are like, spaghetti,
I'll get you, Marseille, said Terence Ford.
We say that, but on Raw, he's the one who pushes Otis like 6 feet out of the announce table.
Was that not Angelo? He loves a big pound.
Damn it.
Oh, yeah, it was.
I can't remember. I just remember all I saw was Otis. I saw blur, and then Otis was suddenly 3 feet in a
Byron
row.
Saxton getting knocked over like a bowling pin. Fantastic.
Yeah, Graves
This
loved
was something needs to happen with the MMM. It's lost all of its steam for me.
Ooh.
After that first fantastic week. What it needs is Pat just always commentating on whatever they do. Because he made that segment for them, I thought.
I think dream booking now is William Regal commentating over those segments. We wouldn't be able to talk on the podcast, though, because it would get demonetized just speaking about it.
Well, I'd just get his cookbook out, wouldn't he?
William Regal.
Name every single pudding in there.
Yeah, sounds like cookbook. Go on.
William Regal is never going back to WWE because they've massacred his boy this week. We'll get to that later.
Oh, yes, we will, yes.
Well, I would argue they've actually made him a better wrestler.
No.
By giving him several. What did he do again? Teachable moments.
Yes, gentlemen, NXT 2.0 is coming. Don't worry. This is like later tonight, NXT 2.0 discussed. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, in brackets in a wheelchair, head to the ring for a promo about how the Viking Raiders have been battering them for weeks. We know. The Vikings interrupt and call the New Day pathetic. One of them sounds cool, the other one sounds like an American dude.
No, I did not write
That would be Eric.
They say, yeah, there you go. They say that sometimes a wounded animal needs to be put down. They prepare to destroy the New Day, and I'm glad you put this as well. But Xavier Woods does the old Linda McMahon trick before revealing hidden kendo sticks. They send the Raiders running.
It's Kevin Nash, isn't it? Not Linda.
Oh, yes, it was Kevin Nash.
Fake leg.
Wow. Super Bowl revenge, yeah.
Yeah, he had the little blanket on and everything.
Got no sympathy
the-
from me,
He had the Outsiders parody
Yeah,
shirt
the
on as well.
NWO, yeah.
Whoa.
which he shouldn't have been wearing because Nash kept doing that thing where it's like, hey, Scott Hall, like he's not coming back, mate.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Oh, in WCW.
No, Jesus,
Sorry,
lads,
sorry.
mate,
Right, okay,
lads.
right. No, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Malfunction at the junction.
No, come on.
Indeed. But interestingly, though, we're getting the old ruleless matches back next week. So that means the Vikings are going the good ways again, hopefully. Because
War
there
Machine
are no
rules.
Viking rules.
Yeah, one one would be like Viking Raiders doing their thing, and two, hopefully it'll be the end of this feud.
I hope they batter the New Day. Because
Yeah.
they're gonna look right mugs. Vikings rules match. And they did the funeral for the battle that they haven't yet had. They've got it bad.
They used to win all their Vikings rules matches back at our place, yeah. They called them War Machine rules every week.
Yes,
every
every
show.
single match.
There are no rules.
Uh,
And I was the timekeeper sometimes, so I had to wait for them to say that to ring the bell. And I was so terrified of accidentally ringing it during the promo. Like, War Machine, ding.
there are no dings.
Yeah.
He should have just won. Right?
Get on the microphone. We get it. We hear it every week.
We're having a go to this for. You said there are no rules. And the main event, Drew beats Zayn despite interference from the Usos. Roman comes out afterwards to lead a beatdown on Drew before sitting over him on a chair to end the show, like in Tango and Cash. And then there's the Usos either side looking all proud. And there's little Sammy's head to stick it out.
I love the long-term storytelling. Because a few months ago there, Drew and Sammy were having a feud, weren't they? Where Sammy kept running out the arena.
Yep.
But now he's half in the bloodline. He's got the confidence to stand up and have a good wrestling match against Drew.
Yep.
Kavorka.
Yeah, and he's got your beard as well. So, my highlight of
I wish
SmackDown.
I had Sammy's beard. It's very, very thick.
He'll get that.
Dense.
He'll get that. My favorite bit of SmackDown was during the four-way women's match. Cole stating the 24/7 title rule has been suspended for this four-way match, and Pat asking, "Has that always been a thing?" Before Cole carried on and ignored him. Anyway, AEW Rampage, more like AEW Rampage me when this is over, so we could talk about Raw instead.
Yeah.
This is because that 5 is non-refundable. The Dark Order beat the House of Black in the Trios tournament, which is a nice surprise, after distraction from Miro, but Malachi seems to injure Ten's knee in the process. The House of Black attack Miro afterwards, but Sting and Darby Allin make the save. God's a lot happening in all of these matches and segments in AEW right now.
What, the heel beatdown foiled by the babyfaces running in?
Followed by someone else
happens
coming in.
Why does
Followed by
that
someone
happen
else coming
every
out.
time?
Happens every time.
Because this was a match that, when it ended, should have been allowed to breathe, because this was Malachi Black's first loss. Or was it? Yeah. First loss for the House of Black, sorry. In AEW. That's a big thing, is it not?
Yes, it should be.
So I don't mind it being a distraction finish, or at least they're protected somewhat.
But they didn't really. It wasn't a big deal that they lost.
No, just moved on quickly. Didn't let it breathe.
Well, there we go.
It's
So
almost like there's too much on these shows.
I'd say so, but also surprising that Darby is still feuding with House of Black after they had that big coffin match. I thought that was the blow
Oh
off.
God, yeah.
So that's carrying on.
Miro needs friends, though.
Yeah.
He can't take them down on his own.
He can't.
He probably
could, yeah.
He
can
God
fight
a coward
God.
this week.
Yeah, he can fight God by himself, but House of Black. So 10's injured. Damn it. If anyone was a sexy cowboy that could replace him.
Andrew was busy. You actually sounded like your impression there a bit there. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrew, for changing your voice to make me sound accurate. Much appreciated. And also, Buddy took a beautiful press slam from Hero on the little apron. Not apron. The little ramp.
Yes.
The little ramp.
What's it called? It's not called the Titantron. That's the
The
WWE
entrance
thing.
way.
That's the normal people way of saying it.
stage?
You know, you forget the actual terms of things because you're just saying the wrestling thing.
Stage.
The elevated platform that leads down to the ring.
Yeah.
The fleur. What would you get
They
then?
need to do. I think they need to do something with Hungy Me, because that crowd, by and large, I thought was quite dead. But then again, I think that's because it came after Punk and Moxley. That happened. Obviously, the taping happened on the same night. I think it was.
Has the hungry window passed?
That's what I'm worried about.
Me too, because he deserves a big push.
But he's one of these people there's so many of these people that he's pushing, and he's one of them that's bubbling under.
But he's been one of them for one of the longest, I reckon.
Yeah. He's at the hook level of, all right, you're cool, but we're not doing anything much of you. Also see Orange Cassidy. Also see Claudio, etc., etc. Ryan Nemeth, who was not in the same tier as the people I just mentioned, cuts a heel promo on the great city of Cleveland. Wardlow beats him very quickly with Jay Lethal and co. watching on, again, because every segment has to involve 3 teams.
Now,
And
they're
more
both-
importantly...
So they're both from Cleveland, you see. So Ryan Nemeth's from Cleveland, but he was like, I hate this place. And then Wardlow's from Cleveland, so everyone cheered Wardlow.
And they all went, Ohio!
Yes, they did. Yes.
Couple of bits I enjoyed about this. Ryan Nemeth using the phrase "two pump chump" on TV.
Okay.
That's what that means, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
I hadn't put much thought into it.
It is.
I thought honestly, I thought you could only do 2 reps, but I'm like, look at the size of Wardlow. Yeah, well done.
Premature ejaculator.
What's he repping? A car? Go on.
And then also the fact that Ryan Nemeth didn't go along with the roll-throughs at the end very well, which I thought a lot of people should do a bit more. After 3 power bombs, you wouldn't be able to do a perfect roly-poly, would you?
I get you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I thought there was just that little thing.
I think they call that selling, but I'm not in the
Yeah.
business.
The Nemeths are good at selling.
Kent State.
There's one thing. Yeah.
Backstage, PP argue with Andrade and Rush. Andrade warns them that everything has consequences.
I'm bored of Andrade.
Oh.
I forgot PP was with them.
Stop
For
calling
what?
them PP.
Sorry, private party.
They were for a long while, and then they weren't.
And now they
Now
are.
he's trying to again. But he's trying to sign everybody.
Everyone's
get to
just
it,
trying to
but it
sign
made no
everybody.
sense.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
It's boring. I like him wrestling, but this gimmick of like, I'll sign you and do nout.
I'm sick of
Yeah.
people being signed up by managers now. That seems to be what Rampage is these days.
Apparently, you can't just be by yourself,
No.
which is odd. Or doesn't bode well for Ricky Starks, who apparently is one of the big stars who isn't. Oh, him and CM Punk, I guess. So maybe they'll get together.
CM Punk's got his own manager now. Hey, Steel.
Oh, yeah, more on him later.
Sex appeal.
Powerhouse Hobbs squashes Ashton Day.
We just
I
saw this a
remember that.
second ago with Wardlow.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I don't mind squash matches, though. But backstage, we see, hey, QT Marshall and the factory beating up Ricky Starks. Hobbs looks pleased with this because he's okay with factory's help, but he's not with the factory, or maybe he is.
I would never have guessed this was the way it was going to go. I never thought they'd actually...
right,
when he
right.
went, you better make sure you take care of Ricky Starks, I never thought they would successfully take care of Ricky Starks. They just have.
Yeah.
Right then.
It makes sense because he's using them and he's a heel, and why would he bother if he doesn't have to? But then again, it's the factory.
Well, they've
I keep
pulled it
forgetting they
out right.
exist on the show. Athena jumps Jade Cargill backstage, and they brawl until officials separate them.
Yeah. Yes.
I did enjoy Jade
happened.
getting rid of Layla Gray. I thought that made her look badass, not
that
needing
is
all
true.
of the baddies.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think Athena's been built up anywhere near enough to end the streak.
Who
At
is?
least she's been doing stuff. I know it's
nobody?
lasted seconds. It could fit an entire highlight reel of what she's been doing with Jade Cargill on a TikTok, but at least it's something.
Oh, you are scathing this week.
Oh, just
But
wait.
TikToks can last up to
wait.
10 minutes now, so maybe that's not. a
Oh,
bad
damn
thing.
it. Yeah, that's actually really good for AEW.
I don't know. I just who is? Let's put where next on the line. Who is going to end the streak?
I
I
think
have no
Athena,
idea.
Do you reckon?
Do you think?
if not her, I can't see anybody else getting that push. Almost said push then, like Rush. Damn it. So I had to change. Whatever.
Oh, you're a Scottish man now.
I can't think of anybody.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. If you can't think of anybody else, then surely it's got to be that. But we had this with Britt Baker for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
She injured. Oh, damn,
She's injured at the minute, yeah.
Yeah.
I think if they tell the story well with Hayter and organically get her being a big old arse-kicking baby face, she could be the one.
I was having a look at my pro wrestling scorecards predictions game that I did at the start of the year, where you predict from WrestleMania to the next WrestleMania, I think. So
Okay.
like, or is it just from January? Whatever. And I apparently said at the start that Jade Cargill would lose this belt at Full Gear. So I'm going to need someone to emerge really quickly to get the points for that prediction.
Good luck.
Yes, thank you.
And then Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti beat Ortiz and Ruby Soho after interference from Anna Jay.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they did. Jericho forgot why Ruby had her arm smashed. He said there was some sideways glances from Ruby towards him and Ty Conti, or Ty Mello. And then the commentator go, no, the other stuff happened. And he's like, oh, yes.
Oh, we broke her arm.
Yeah.
Was that deliberate or not?
I don't know. It just felt
Jericho
like he
forgot
just felt
an
like he
angle
forgot
he
the
was
story.
in.
Yeah, it just felt like he forgot completely. I guess the pairing of the match made sense because Ty did Ruby's arm and then Sammy came back dressed as Fuego, didn't he? To cost Ortiz's hair. But we're finally getting here now because was it the injury to Ruby? Why's it taking so long for it to get from the hair and the arm to?
I don't know.
£5, Ross, £5.
Yeah. But sorry, yeah, the friendship with Eddie Kingston's what?
Oh, yeah, and
Jericho
speaking of
forgot.
which, do you remember from a few weeks ago that was saying about Santana Ortiz not getting along? Or I think it was Conan who said it, which is
Yeah.
like, oh, if Conan's saying it. But yeah, Ortiz and Ruby Soho. How about that?
Santana's not been seen for ages. He's been tweeting countdowns, waiting for his contract to run out.
I forgot he was in. I'm Chris Jericho now. Disregard everything I just said.
I
In
thought
the main
they
event,
did well as well with the rules in place with the sort of innovative spots of having men and women do some
Yeah.
wrestling things, but
Yeah.
not outwardly do moves to each
I
other.
guess so.
yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. So we've obviously got the AAA mixed tag titles. I don't know how many of the people they can wrestle against. Or how long they keep the titles for.
How many more couples are
Jericho and his wife. Sorry, I just thought of that.
Why was Ortiz bleeding at the end? I missed that bit.
I don't know.
There we go.
That reckless, ruthless Sammy shooting on people. Like, I have no idea. And then, apparently, there was going to be a segment here that was then removed where Kingston talked.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because obviously that was then cut from the broadcast.
Got you.
So it's not the one where Sammy talked and called him
Yes,
fat.
that's why.
Yeah.
And some stuff happened backstage. I think, or maybe it was previous week.
You can't call people fat in AEW. Let's wait until Dynamite.
Yeah,
No, again, Sammy pointed out in his big explanation, look, he said there's a list of things people say, hey, look, in promos, we can go, everyone's got, obviously, if you haven't watched AEW before, don't worry, people obviously say what the hell they want to say, but people have this list, you say whatever, but I don't want you to bring that up.
Well, Eddie Kingston had a
Which is
valid
fair
point
enough.
because he said that Sammy, by calling him nothing, he's burying his opponent. Then it means nothing if he beats him. He's lost it. It's that classic thing of trying to make your
Yeah.
opponent look good.
Cool, so I mean, Sammy said, look, I didn't mean it like that, I was just saying it because obviously but then...
But I just meant
punch in
CM
the
Punk.
face. Oh, right.
Yeah.
But fans don't get to submit a list of things you can't say about them. So I guess it's fair game. One arsehole Punk is. Up the fat lads. Here we are. We're taking over the world.
How bad is it when it's like, wait, he attacked me? He's like, yeah, and everyone was chipping Eddie. Everyone's like, yeah, get it, everyone. Oh, anyway, we're going to a deep hole, so let's get ourselves out. In the main event, Claudio Castagnoli beats Dustin Rhodes to retain the Ring of Honor World Championship. My God, it's easy to forget how old Dustin Rhodes is sometimes.
Yes, I was. I was guilty of going into this match with expectations that were too high, and it was still a good match. But I was like, oh, I wish I hadn't hyped myself up as much for that because I was like, oh, Dustin Rhodes is still, and he is still very good. But I think I'd built this up in my head to be like Cody versus Dustin levels, and obviously it's not a pay-per-view match, and it's
They only had the one segment build, didn't they?
Yeah,
Just Dustin
yeah.
going, I'll challenge you. You'll see. That's like Stevie Richards.
Yeah, I was going to say,
This could have been with the right build a pay-per-view match if they
Yeah.
wanted. But God, there's enough of that. There's enough on the show. Yeah.
No, I don't think that.
A
But,
Ring of Honor pay-per-view match.
Yeah.
Split them off for God's sake. But I thought the commentators did a good job of like bigging up, not tearing down, I should say, Dustin's shoulders for the story of the match. Obviously, it started off 100 miles an hour, and then Dustin was still going 100 miles an hour by the end. I thought it was really good, man.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
I was going to say, it was good. I go, wow, my God, he is 51 years old. Okay, well done. And we did get, it was weird though, towards the very end, he did the thing where he did the leapfrog and then accidentally crotched Claudio
Yeah.
with his head.
He's like an action man, Claudio, by the way.
I was like,
How he didn't sell that.
But I was going to say, like, either they really skipped ahead or they cut out an important bit, because obviously I know Rampage is only an hour long, and they've got 15 storylines to do. But the whole point of that bit, because I've done that bit before with Dustin Rhodes in matches years ago, is like, oh no, Dustin having the moral dilemma. Do I use this advantage? And then there's been times when he didn't get the advantage, and then someone's got mad at him and stuff like that. But edited down, it was, low blow. Dustin going, all right, turn him around. Claudio's recovered, hits him with the European uppercut, and then pins him. And you're like,
Yeah.
did they cut that out, or did they forget how that spot works? It was really weird. So it was an odd finish, and it was like, okay, that was a Rampage main event. Cool. Next.
Yeah.
I'm ready for, I think Jack mentioned it earlier this week, for it to become Ring of Honor
Ring of Honor Rampage.
Yeah, just their weekly show. I don't think it... In the early days, it did add stuff where they sort of built up a big match that couldn't fit on Dynamite, and then they did it like a good, long and proper thing on Rampage. But now it's just 100 things thrown at you in the space of an hour. Nothing's got time to breathe.
It's like that Rick and Morty episode of Intergalactic Television where they just skip through the channels and it's just really random stuff. It's like, here's the Trustbusters.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
God,
were
Rick.
they were rubbish episodes, by the way, on Rick and Morty. The ad-lib ones.
I've looked to Andrew for...
I've not watched
I
it.
don't know.
They did episodes, I think, every season where it's like, hey, we've ad-libbed everything.
First one was good.
It's like, you can tell, it's rubbish.
No, the first one was good.
Don't ad-lib me and act like it's funny.
Eyes Johnson. I'm Anson Eyes Johnson. Oh, it's good.
Yeah, the same thing said over and over again. No. There's some. I like there's some episodes of Rick and Morty, but I'm not going to say the rubbish ones are good. They're not paying me a $5. I'm open to suggestion. Monday Night Raw. Your wife left you and took the kids.
Well, I didn't know what else to say.
Yeah, I mean,
that
fair
just knocked my socks off, that did.
Judgment Day beat AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler in a tag team match to open the show. Edge arrives and says that Judgment Day are angry because they couldn't get tickets to see My Chemical Romance.
They were your stable,
Edge did
man.
a lot of insults and goes, Judgment Day's coming soon. What does that even mean? It's like, my brother and Christian, it's your stable.
Yeah. And I didn't mention the bit where it was a cool bit, to be fair, where they were like, Beth Phoenix wears the trousers in your relationship, and he's like, it's 2022, like, I'm not going to rise
You'll never
to
get
that.
a girlfriend, you caveman.
Yeah. But then he went, you wish you could see My Chemical Romance. I was like, what?
It's like, yeah, I do actually. I'm proud of them.
It is.
They've come back. Did you know that, Edge? Anyway.
It is strange how they put. I know that there's obviously big baby faces missing on the Raw side now, Cody and whatnot being out. But it's weird how they didn't. I thought they would have gone back with the new regime because it felt like that was just the sole reason for making Edge leave them. It's weird how they've gone even further the other way, and Edge now, as you say, mocking the thing he made.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah. It's almost like, all right, Edge. It's like, look, I've only got a few matches left in me. I don't want to be with Judgment Day. I've changed my mind. All right, you're Edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We see clearly on this day. So
Just segments like this. Amazing.
But didn't you used to think you were a vampire? Come on.
yeah.
Mock me.
You should have come out dressed like that because what are you guys even supposed to be? Ugh, look silly. But there was some bits of this match that looked a bit awkward, and you're like, is it AJ Styles teasing if he's going to join Judgment Day, which I can't see him doing.
I didn't
Or
get
was
that.
it a bit
Imagine
where Priest was a
Would that be more ill-fitting than Nature Boy AJ Styles as a gimmick?
I'm
here, Judgment Day. Got my guy liner on.
Yeah, it'd be like Owen Hart, the Nation of Domination. Yeah.
These days, I can see AJ Styles doing the Nature Boy thing much better than he did back then. He kind of went to Japan and learnt how to cut a promo. It was weird.
Yeah.
He came back really good at them.
Yeah, it was good. Ric Flair have all those like $5,000 robes, or maybe even more than that. I don't know, 20,000 more, and they get him like one that costs $100, and like, there you go, you're the new Nature Boy, and it's so big it fits over your head. Fantastic.
The finish for whoever's putting the finishes together for these Raw matches especially needs a pay rise, because in this one they had a back body drop to Styles, who went over the guy who gave him it, but then over Ziggler as well, who was going under him. It's like Cirque du Soleil. It's amazing what the innovative stuff they're doing in the finishes for Raw.
Absolutely, and especially after the finish, where they want to fight afterwards. The Mysterios attack from behind to even the odds with kendo sticks. Very popular nowadays.
I read a thing online, a post or something that said like they attack with kendo sticks because chairs don't exist anymore. They've replaced chairs as
Yeah.
That's AEW's gimmick now.
Yeah.
You've seen the ITV advert for is it Dynamite or Rampage? One of the two.
No.
It's like the ITV4 advert. It's just a couple of chairs. It's a chair, a steel wrestling chair, in therapy with a normal chair. And it's like, I don't know why they're so horrible to me and stuff like that. And it's just footage of that. It's really,
That's
really
pretty funny,
good.
actually.
Yeah, it's really good. That's obviously not the reason they've done that, but you know. Just
Dom can't bring himself to hit Rhea, and she takes the stick from him. Balor and Priest drag her out the ring and leave. It's the section where you can write your own joke, to be honest with you, because I think we've said them all. His name's Dom.
Her name's Dom.
Yeah. No, her name's Pappy.
Okay. That would have been great if he just hit her, though. No, with the... If he just swung the cane, not maliciously, not in a shoot way, just like a nice stiff shot to the arm or something like that, and then she was like, and then rolled away. That would have been good.
No. It's funny if Dom's like, all his might, just even blink. Oh, that's what we want.
Stop Dom hate here, please.
I know you hate Dom. What's Dom
I
doing
don't
to
hate
you?
him.
Everyone in the
I was mocking him before because it's like, because he's been, before when I brought up the news about how to go to schools, I mocked the fact because he's treated like he's a bear and he's in his 20s.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, Dom, like, come on, when you grow up, and he's like, Dad. Dad, I've got a car and, stuff. I'll buy alcohol on the weekend and everything else. But now it's like he's still treated like he's a kid, which is funny to me. But these segments, he's doing all right because he's doing what he's doing best, which is getting beaten up.
Okay, yeah, I guess so.
I guess I do agree with the criticism. He hasn't really got markedly better since SummerSlam 2020. Is that what?
He's got to be going to the dark side. The dark side soon. On Saturday.
Judgment Dom.
Judgment Dom.
I'm here for that.
I think we'll see that. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about me.
That'd be the most interesting thing, because then we'll finally maybe get Dom versus Ray.
Unless...
After, 3 years of build?
Unless he does turn on Ray and then tries to join the Judgment Day and they're like, nah. Then you'd laugh.
No, Rhea turns on Dom. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize what you were saying.
I got to see how it fits, I guess. Yeah, I just can't picture... But then again, I couldn't picture myself wearing a dress. But I've been doing that recently, it turns out, because I bought one of those T-shirts, or I thought it was a T-shirt. I wore it on the Pictures videos this week from Primark and Greg's. Right? And I went home last night and I was like, I felt it was a bit long. But it was like, oversized. It's a style these days, isn't it? So I was like, it must be one of them. But I was looking in the mirror yesterday and it was literally coming down to just above my knees, this T-shirt, alleged T-shirt. And then I was talking to my girlfriend. She was like, you do know to dress, don't you? And I was like, what? You were there when I bought it? It's like, no. She's like, when you flashed up on the till, it says dress. And I was like, you didn't think to tell me this when this actually happened. But it turns out I quite like wearing a dress, and I'll wear it again. So
just a big T-shirt.
Well done, you, Ross.
Yeah. So I'll see what Dom looks like in the Judgment Day when it happens. You never know, I might like it. That's how that parallel happened in my brain.
They all come out dressed in leather and black and tints, and then there's Dom in a big Greg's dress. Awesome. I can't wait to see the video just to see you happy as Larry with the big...
I'm sat down, so you can't really tell, but it comes way too far down. But I'm going to come.
I've got T-shirts that are almost at my knees. Is that a dress?
I don't know. But this is officially a Greg's... If you look on the website, it says Greg's T-shirt dress.
Okay.
No, most of the shirts I have do that, but that's just because I'm small. Backstage, Kevin Patrick, him, tries to interview The Miz about what happened last week, but he doesn't want to talk about it.
I've shoved all the Miz stuff together in one.
Later, Adam Pearce warns Miz that Dexter Lumis has been released from police custody because Miz didn't press charges. That's a good loophole. Yeah. Pearce asks him what happened last week, but Miz tells him to go away. Later in the night, Miz takes on Bobby Lashley, but Dexter appears in the crowd, and he does it's the wall, brother.
This is the first hiccup in the Dexter stuff, by the way. Because
go on.
The spotlight was on him. I've enjoyed the realism, as real as it can be, in terms of it being like a shoot guy turning up who shouldn't be there. But this week they had the spotlight on him, and that's the one hiccup so far. Don't
worry. I think they redeemed themselves because after Miz frantically tells Ciampa to deal with him, but Dexter disappears and Lashley wins with the Hurt Lock. Towards the end of the show, Miz still refuses to answer questions about last week. No, I'm missing a bit. They're walking down a hallway, and he's just
that was on his way to the match.
Just in shot.
Yeah.
And then zooming on Miz. Wait, did you turn around and it's a different guy? That made up for the fact that there was a giant spotlight going, here he is, the kidnapper. That's his gimmick. That made up for the fact that was a bit silly with the spotlight.
But we're inside the Miz's head now. I think it's an interesting storyline for the Miz to be involved in, because it's like, in years gone by, he would have been like, yeah, I was the guy who got that man arrested at NXT 2.0, but now he won't speak. What's happened? I'm sure we'll find out. I'm sure it'll be dark and disturbing.
Yes. And I'm sure we'll cheer it happening to him.
And it was unfair that Adam Pearce put this man who was stolen last week.
Adam Pearce is rubbish at his job.
Yeah. In a match with Bobby Lashley after going through that. That's horrible.
Yeah, don't worry. You got an easy night tonight. Just Bobby Lashley.
Also,
All
I
right.
don't know if Miz not pressing charges is enough because on national television we saw him kidnap a man.
Yeah.
Don't know.
You
I
can't prove
guess
he
that's
did that. You're like,
that's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just what happened, when the cameras weren't there that matters.
There's gonna be one of these videos years from now, like a real lawyer watches Dexter Loomis kidnap people. I go, that wouldn't happen in real life.
But in the car park story, there's a bit at the end.
Towards the end of the show, Miz still refuses to answer questions about last week and drives off, unaware that Loomis is in the back of his car. Ooh, where to, Miz?
Miz and E.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Ciampa's role in that. He called him Mike.
Did.
It makes it feel a bit more real.
Yeah, and he had glitter on, so he was being really real.
Yeah, what was the glitter about?
Because he looks fabulous.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I just imagine him and Miz play with glitter.
Look, I've got to take your mind off things. I can't. There's a guy, let's play glitter fight.
Glitter fight!
Oh, you know how to cheer me up, Ciampa. Yeah, the fun they have.
Tommy probably calls him.
He says, don't call me Tommy, I'll kill you. And he goes, I'm sorry. Bella,
I reckon it could be some sort of insurance scam. Oh my God.
You got that right?
You know what I mean? Why can't I say this word?
Insurance.
Insurance
go.
scam for the
That's
Miz.
good enough.
That's why he can't talk. I don't want to give the game away. Imagine if it was.
No.
Pulls it round that way.
That's not going to get Dexter over.
Nah, he uses
Maybe
what's
they're
happened
in
with
cahoots
Loomis.
together.
He uses what happened with Loomis to get Pierce is like, all right, yeah, we're pretty culpable in the situation for not protecting you. Could we give you a title shot to make up for it? Oh, that'll be all right. Crazy wrestling logic. And then Belair, Bliss, and Asuka beat a team of local athletes in a quick match before saying that they're going to win at Clash of the Castle. Alexa Bliss did her little thing. What do you even call it? Where she goes, hey, lands on her knees, and God, did she smack her
The
head.
Disney.
Yeah.
She asked on Twitter what you should call that move when she started doing it, and she enjoyed people suggesting the Disney because she likes Disney, but I don't think they can call it that. Yeah.
come on.
Jimmy doesn't know the name of wrestling moves.
Jimmy, no, of course he doesn't.
That was not an Ask a Lock at the end. I am sorry, James.
It was a Cultaholic.
Kamahana.
The
El
Kataja Hajime.
Straight from the playbook of El Guapo Guapo.
El Guapo Diablo.
El Guapo Diablo.
What do you call him? Guapo,
He
guapo.
calls him it everywhere.
It's just they always say it so quickly, and
El
my
Guapo
little ears
Diablo.
can't pick it up.
The handsome devil. Or El Diablo.
Polo Diablo, the devil chicken.
It'll be Diablo Guapo, I think. But yeah.
He's hiding for his looks.
We had confirmation as well that Bailey's stable is called Damage Control.
Okay.
It's got no O in there.
Yeah.
Well, no O's in there. CNTR.
Damage. Like the key on the keyboard.
Damage.
Did they say that?
Yeah.
They
Some
don't
of these-
say control.
Wait,
Some of these people, the commentators, they'll speak and I'll be like, did they say anything?
When I think it was Bianca was cutting a promo and she was like, "Oh, you like to call yourselves damage control." Oh, well,
Do you?
yeah.
Like everyone should have gone, what?
Oh.
Well, you like to control your narrative. I don't know.
They invaded.
Narrative Qatar
They
is here.
invaded the
Right.
NWA the other day.
Oh, we didn't speak about the rumors that apparently they're looking at Strowman to come back. Oh,
Yeah, that's cool.
He'll not be able to control his narrative anymore. Oh.
Be able to control his savings in his bank, though, will he? Oh, that was bad.
He built his
I
own.
paused.
He built his
Still
own
said
house,
it.
didn't he? Braun with his WWE money. Fair play to the guy.
Yeah, but kind of heated. Yeah. You know what? I would be all right with Braun coming back because I enjoyed his work in the ring. I thought he was at probably the best he was in terms of like in ring experience, and then they sacked him off. Which
I reckon
it's just belief begging to
they
me.
should have pulled the proverbial trigger. 2017 was the year. He was
absolutely,
trying
yeah.
to kill Roman Reigns, and he had that title match against Lesnar where things went a bit, whoopah, and they just had him lose to one F5, and I was like, that's a bit of a shame. But I enjoy, because I was thinking when I saw the news, I was like, didn't we see just about everything Braun can do in his first stint?
If he had a return, then he'd instantly get a title shot. You'd be hot as soon as you'd be hot.
Yeah, right now, it's like, okay, they've had like basically Roman at the top and then some others, but then Cody's out, Randy's out. It's like, how about we get some more people just in case this happens again? So let's see him having Braun as a backup.
Having him push over big things, though, that's where the money's at.
Yeah, big, useless, stupid things. So Killer Cross his first night in. Hometown hero Kurt Angle, because they're in Pittsburgh, or Burger, as it looks like. If you, do you want to pronounce it? Ever done that? Pittsburgher?
Nah.
No, I've never done
It just
never
me that
done
one
that.
time. That's fine. Good to
That
promo.
one
that
time.
one
That one time.
Bastards. Bastards. They sent her to buy Alpha Academy. He rejects an offer to join the group before he and Gable have a shoosh off, like the woo off. But we can't have that guy back on TV, so we'll do it with him instead. Otis prepares to beat up Kurt, but the Street Profits arrive to save the day. This sets up a tag match, which the Profits win after Duncan Otis. God, that was a good push. Before Kurt whips out, he has a bit of a drink, then he goes, "Oh, let me try some of that," and goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" And the commentators are quick, "Oh no, he's on the wagon." Is that right? Yeah, he doesn't drink anymore. So they're like, milk. And he made sure to have them in a little cooler because Kurt posted on his, he did obviously, whoever controls his social media, posted about when him and The Rock did like on a Steve Austin-esque, yeah, let's have a few milks after this exciting episode of SmackDown. But the milk hadn't been properly stored somewhere cold. So it was warm, thick milk and it could barely drink it. And I nearly gagged watching it.
You can see the lumps, can't you? It's lovely.
Oh, stop. But Kurt still, what a trooper.
He just loves milk.
Yeah. And I thought him and Gable were really good together because Gable's taken a few cues from Kurt Angle, you can tell.
Clearly,
from
yeah.
dorky Kurt in the early 2000s.
Yes.
It was a nice little reward for us long timers, I thought.
Oh, absolutely.
Back in the days where that should have been his son. I don't care what anyone says. Gable should have been his son. It was some classic stuff from Gable.
No, but it's not funny because it's funny if it. What's the payoff for this? Like, thanks for laughing in response, Vince.
There's easy ones set up for him, but he went for like there's only one Olympic here in the ring. Oh, also Kurt's here, stuff like that. Just nice, easy stuff.
It
Lovely.
was, and also like the commentators going, the crowd chant along, "You suck" to Kurt is a form of endearment to him. It's ironic now because it was started the chant. So don't worry, if it's your first time watching, it makes sense. And I was like, imagine if this was the first time watching Raw, and you're like, the local legend, the hero, you suck. It's like, wow, God, he's not very popular, is he?
The match itself, though, Otis is getting better and better.
It really is.
Every week. His little pop-up World's Strongest Slam.
Yep.
The footwork in that maneuver to pull that off is sensational. I think he's fantastic.
I thought it was the finish. I'm like, oh, that's out of nowhere. I kicked out, right? Okay.
Pop-up World's Strongest Slam. Dawkins as well. His stuff, he did everything with Gable, which I found very interesting. And he hung with the guy. Not in the way with Natalia and Aaliyah.
Hey.
But he did all the moves with them at the same time. Good.
Yeah.
So yes, in the way of Natalia and Aaliyah.
Yes.
Huh.
He went with them step for step in the best way possible.
Like Dirty Dancing. We see footage of Riddle and Seth brawling in the car park before the show, and it was good because they made a good job of making this look like an American filmed it, because it was like, yo, what? Oh, man, what? Because all the Americans on the footage, they're always like, yeah.
I think that was probably real, you know? I think that was probably real fan footage.
Oh, come on. Perfectly shot on Raw.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
No, I think it might have been. Phones these days.
Kayfabe. Yeah, so that happened, and then we get a split screen interview between the two. Corey
Quite a
Graves.
tame one at first. Quite a tame one, I thought at first.
Yeah. They argue back and forth until Riddle says he'll prove that Becky Lynch is the man in Seth marriage, which means we're 2 for 2 for saying, haha, your wifey's harder than ye.
Yeah. You'll never get a girlfriend.
Yeah. You'll look like Ellsworth. Seth suddenly gets far more serious than usual, but the interview runs out of time. We then see extra footage from after the interview, and I think it was just a take on John Jones, Daniel Cormier.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Well, probably.
Again, if you're going to borrow, might as well borrow from that, 'cause it was awesome.
Yo, Riddle, you still there?
Still there, bitch. Seth wants to talk about...
Hey, baby. You're still there, bitch.
Seth wants to talk about Riddle's family, but can't because his wife left and took the kids with her. Turned the weans against him.
Like, you know who made this, Maffew? And you're not going to like this. It was Seth Rollins, right? Because he realized the cameras were off. So he stopped being the guy. Yeah. And he switched his delivery up.
He was serious.
He was serious
You're right.
because he knew the cameras weren't on. And he made the segment. And you've got to say this out your own mouth because it's true. And you're not going to pretend he's a baby face or whatever you pretend to do on this podcast.
Well, I never... How come your ears have this weird thing where, one, they hear time instead of time.
No, that is.
And two, you hear the crowd cheering Seth every week.
We don't. They sing along with his song. They sing along with his song and they boo him.
They do.
They go, whoa.
And then he gets to the ring.
They sing along to Judas.
They do.
They sing along to Judas. Is Jericho a baby face?
No. Jericho still gets cheered by lots of people, yeah.
Does that make him a face?
He's shades of grey. You hear the crowds every week. They get cheered, and Seth gets massively cheered by half
They
the crowd
just sing
still.
his song because that's what he wants. He's like the Pied Piper, but he's an arsehole. He's the Pied Piper and Beetlejuice mixed up in one annoying hairy bundle.
So Jeff Jarrett's going to hit him with a guitar. Oh, you mean the other one, right? Okay, fine. But yeah, so heel Seth, and say again, Maffew. Heel face Seth was good here. Yeah, he said, ha, yeah, wife left you and your kids left you. And Matt goes, yeah, but joke's on you, I've got my full name back. Riddler's furious and wants to know where Seth is. And then, I think that's the end of that.
I will F you up.
Flip him up.
I'll F you
I'll
up,
flip you up, bro.
And then he says, I'll smash your face in. And I was like, my G. He's straight from the northeast of England.
Right.
I can't believe I just said, my G.
He's your homie.
My home boy. Jimmy Smith, though, once again. And I feel like I'm coming down on this man with a ton of bricks, but it's deserved.
What did he say? Rollins hit him with the Ascalock again.
No, he's like, the animosity between Rollins and Riddle is 100% real heading into the castle. I was like, what about the rest of the card?
Everything else isn't real.
Yeah, everything else not real,
Oh,
Jimmy.
I think you're being a bit silly. Nah, come on.
Absolutely not, Maffew.
Well, what's he supposed to be? It's 50.
On the
it's
contrary.
50. Guys, this is 50% real because this is fake and wrestling after all. Nah, I
Don't
think you
say
guys
that.
overlooking. Nah.
Boo, Jimmy.
I'm sounding like Brucey P now. Ah, you podcasters.
Yeah, you WWE loyalist.
You're yeah.
Yeah, you're happy to sit there and scorn AEW when it comes to WWE. Is Triple H paying you a $5?
That's right. I've been renowned for being paid by WWE. Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting thing because, yeah, real life. There were some people who went, wow, he really said it because it's a scripted promo. It's good for the feud and everything like that.
He obviously didn't really. It wasn't a shoot.
There were a few people
Cheers
who
for
I
that,
respect.
Maffew.
No, like it has to be said, there were some people who I thought were a bit smarter, going, I can't believe Seth said that. I'm like,
No.
Oh, go on.
come on,
when
yeah,
they
that's
went-
what I was like. Come on, mate. I wear like.
When he went, yo, Riddle's still there. That was real.
Imagine if it was.
You didn't know the cameras are on, mate.
Oh my god.
To me, I really like that detail where they were like, "Oh, we got this."
No,
from
it,
the-"
very
yeah.
well. Like I said, production-wise, well done. Again, kissing W's ass because the product's gotten better last few weeks. I'm saying it because I think it's true, and it's one of the things that they're doing really well. These and
However,
teasing.
I'm not sure. At first, I was like, Riddle's definitely going to win after this. Like, he's got to win because Rollins has been really mean. But then I looked at the calendar, and the next pay-per-view is Extreme Rules. So would Rollins win the first one, and then Riddle wins the hardcore rematch?
Yeah.
Do you think?
That
I'm
makes
not
sense,
sure.
wouldn't it?
I don't know
I
what
could
to
see it going either way, and I'm still wanting. You know what? I didn't get enough stuff out of you.
I don't know if it was just me, but Riddle seemed really different in this one. He wasn't like because that was obviously none of the.
Wendy.
You think he was a bit more serious because he went on Twitter this week? That's all we're saying about that.
Yeah, this promo happened before that as well. I thought the delivery of his promo was really something that we've never really seen before on the main roster. So I think there's a chance that Riddle might just flatten Rollins.
Yeah, that's true.
With an MMA influence.
No, I mean that's always what they say is that if they want one-on-one properly, Riddle will kick.
I was
the
watching
runs, but
I'm
if
just saying, like,
Rollins is always good at attack and sneak attacks, that's where the
I was
drama comes
watching
in.
a compilation of MMA knockouts the other day.
Oh, that was fun.
And one of them was a Matt Riddle one in the Ultimate Fighter or whatever. Was he in the Ultimate Fighter one? Yeah, probably.
I couldn't tell you.
He knocks this guy out, and the guy's on the floor, and it's horrible. It's one of the most uncomfortable ones I've ever seen because it's hurt the guy's jaw's like locked up, and he's on the floor just going. It's like, and then Riddle's like, yeah, what? It's really distressing to watch.
Oh, distressing and Riddle, those two, how they go together. Moving quickly on. In the locker room, Edge does a throwback to his hilarious poster prank with Kurt Angle. And we are all very old men. Yes, we are.
He
'Cause
bollocksed it up though, didn't he? He wrote it from Edge's perspective, but Kurt was holding them. Go on, tell me I've reaching too far there, Maffew. I dare you.
Yeah,
I don't know
that
what
is
you're
true,
talking
but
about.
it doesn't really.
So whatever. It doesn't really work, does it? What? No, there were pictures of... What do you
It
mean?
doesn't really. I don't think
When
it mattered
Kurt was
that much.
holding them, it was like Edge was speaking the words, but Kurt was holding the poster.
It was like you suck, but in the original one it would have been like I suck. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't think that matters too much.
bollocks to
That was it. That's how
is
they...
the
It was an
main-
homage
The
rather
main
than...
sticking point of Raw. That
I like
that
how
made
this...
me turn it off.
That was it. But Yeah, it was like a nice little bit. It didn't get any reaction from the crowd because it's.
I guess
that bit's like 300. I went and checked on
Edge is a
Google.
heel then, probably.
It said on Google that
Probably means that
actually
Edge
happened 70 years ago.
Edge probably is a heel then if the crowd weren't cheering it.
Yeah.
Yeah, have that. Yo, Maffew, still there?
I think you.
Still there, bitch? I'll literally kill you. Anyway, then that segued because they went, oh, he got me. And talks to Ray, and then he's like, and then Ray's talking to Dom. And he goes, hey, can you be in Edge's corner at Clash of the Castle? And it says it's a strategic error.
It is a strategic error. Dom's going to turn on Ray.
Because Dom didn't understand why his dad had picked somebody else and not him. And Ray had to tell him. So Dom's
Edge
not...
is really good.
Yeah.
And he's won matches before and that.
So Dom is upset. That was Dom being upset, I thought.
Was it?
The range of Dom's performance was sensational.
Yeah.
Range Mysterio.
Oh, take a boo.
Take a boo, son.
Sami Zayn and the Usos arrive, hooray, and reveal that there'll be a big celebration on SmackDown to celebrate Roman's 2-year reign. Good God.
Which is still on, by the way, after what happened on Raw. Sami confirmed on Twitter on Wednesday. Just
The
in
party.
case you were worried.
Yeah, the party you tweeted.
Oh,
saying
right, I
the
thought in the
party's
ring.
still
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Party's still on.
Thank you very much.
We're all invited.
Oh, goody. Kevin Owens interrupts and accuses Sami of forgetting that he's one of the greatest in-ring performers of all time. Now he's just the Bloodline's personal clown. They call them jesters. Owens and Jey Uso insult each other, and Sami tries unsuccessfully to keep the peace before they agree to a match right now. Then Owens beats Jey after Sami can't bring himself to hit his old friend with a chair, which is something that Kevin Owens would not say, because he would absolutely clatter Sami Zayn if the roles were reversed.
Driven each other on ladders and stuff. Yeah.
The wheels are in motion for a slow babyface turn, I feel, for Sami, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kevin reminded everyone he's one of the best wrestlers in the world and all that sort of stuff. It's good. Good stuff.
I just love Raw. It's my favourite wrestling show. Brilliant.
Yeah, it
brilliant.
never feels like 3 hours.
No.
We have a sit-down interview with Johnny Gargano earlier today. He says that Theory was born with all the genetic gifts Gargano wasn't, or doesn't have, I guess. But since he found success, he hasn't been in touch with Gargano at all. Not even when his son was born.
Really, really selfish perspective there from Johnny, I thought.
No.
Yeah. Austin Theory's been busy traveling the world,
You could have texted him.
becoming the youngest Mr. Money in the Bank.
Congratulations on your
Winning
son
the US
being
title. Big match at WrestleMania. Trying to keep happy. You know him. And Johnny's like, oh, I'm sat at home changing diapers. He could have texted him as well, I thought.
Yeah. Dear Austin, you never wrote me back. Theory arrives and points out that Johnny didn't call him when he won the US title or the money back, as you just said. Gargano says he was busy with the baby, but Theory thinks maybe he was jealous.
Even when it was napping, Johnny, when it was having a little sleep, you were there taking care, were you? I don't think you were. Feet up watching the telly, watching those Cleveland Browns.
I used to be your baby, he said. He didn't say that. But yeah, it's at least making sense and going back in their past, which is the only thing they've got to go off with NXT and the way.
I wonder, I was thinking this week, and it didn't happen in the end, but I had a little secret prediction to myself. That
Ooh, secret
Gargano and
prediction.
Ciampa would like pass each other in a corridor, and be like, but they didn't. Just be,
Miz goes, is it Dexter Lumis? He goes, no, it's worse than that.
He kicks out of everything. Matt Jackson kicks out
Oh,
of we'll get
I know, right, I know.
Don't get me started.
Do you think that'd be bad if Dexter Lumis kidnapped one of the Bucks and he's there trying to hack their head off and they're still kicking out?
It's the headless Matt Jackson.
Lewis like, what the hell?
I've still
gotta
got
do
my
the thing.
shoulders there, Dexter.
The skeleton kicking off an acid bath.
Lewis has got to do the thing where he sits against the ropes going.
The main event is the final of the tag team tournament. Dakota Kai and Io Sky versus Raquel Rodriguez and Alia. Bayley interferes, but Belair, Bliss, and Asuka chase her away in a really weird run, allowing Alia to surprisingly roll up Dakota for the win. But what isn't she?
She wasn't the legal woman.
That's right. My
But the
God.
referee's decision's final.
I like how it was done, though, because it wasn't like the SummerSlam. What was the pay-per-view before SummerSlam with the Street Profits and the
Money in the
Usos?
Bank.
Money in the Bank, yeah.
It wasn't like telegraph like that. It was just like Dakota front of screen going, I wasn't legal. But I will go back to it, hopefully.
No, but
Bloody
I mean, obviously, yeah, they
legal.
didn't. Thank you. They didn't do it over and over again.
I
But
think
like
Ross
the
did an
commentators.
Australian voice, actually. I've stolen that from him earlier this week. Sorry, Ross.
That's fine.
Okay.
Don't you worry about it.
Sorry.
Yeah. But then on commentary they were going, hang on, that doesn't look right. So I think they did go over it, but not as much as they did the Street Profits.
It felt more real to me.
That means because with Jeff Jarrett is gone, they'll have to get the roadie, Road Dogg Jesse James, to be their special guest referee at the next pay-per-view for...
Just knees. Loving it.
1, 2.
That's why I try to do the knees thing when we're sat at a table.
I know, right?
You know,
Should have thought 1,
I was
2.
doing it.
But yeah, you can't say that they haven't given this the role, the tag team tournament, bringing back all these great wrestlers and giving it lots of highlights on Raw and SmackDown and finishing it with the main event.
If only there were a pair of forgotten superstars who could challenge for these belts.
Well, someone didn't forget because someone had one of those signs that says, we don't want Botcha Banks, we want...
Yeah, what the hell? Hang on.
It is
First of all,
so weird.
First of all,
hell?
What the hell? What the hell? Well, no. First of all, it made me go American. I was so offended by it. First of all, I think Sasha Banks is better than Naomi. Not that I'm not a fan of Naomi, but I've always just assumed that Sasha's on like a different level, guys. And this guy thinks that Sasha's bad.
I'm really, really sorry for having Botch's suddenly become weaponized.
Oh, right, okay.
Like, I always assume people
was
on the
just a
same
fun
wavelength
thing,
of like, this person fell over. We all
Everyone
mess
makes
up.
mistakes,
Look at me
yeah.
trying to read English every week on these podcasts, my only language.
Botcha
and then
Banks.
it's like, Sasha Banks fell over one time. Get her out the business. I'm like,
There's a weird,
Yeah.
if you dig into it on Twitter, isn't there? There's a weird like underbelly of fans of just one women's wrestler. And if you say anything bad about that one woman, Sasha's actually got probably the biggest group of stans.
I mean, there's no such thing as
We're
a
in
good stand.
dangerous territory here.
I don't care.
Yeah.
They see this podcast.
Why? What
doubt
are
it.
they going to do?
We'll
Don't
be,
say that. Don't say that.
Call
No.
Call me a dick in my mentions.
we'll be mizzed.
Mizzed. Oh, kidnapped.
That's good.
I'll be driving
That's
home.
good. They've been mizzed. Yes.
I'll be driving home 1 week next week and just turn around, 1,000 of them in the boot of the car.
Wake up in a room covered in Sasha posters. I think Sasha's
I'm like,
one of the
hang on.
greatest of all
This
time.
is Pachiti's room. Sorry.
Why Sasha Banks?
I don't know.
Noelle Foley.
You
surely.
believe it, right?
It's not, what's her face from... I was going to say Power Rangers there, but that's not right. Is it Gladiators? They're a bit different.
Oh, Pachiti fancies
Jet.
Jet.
Jet,
Oh.
that's the
But who
one.
doesn't?
Ooh. Jet.
Or didn't, I
WrestleMania.
guess.
Oh, sorry, no. Paul McCartney's. Never mind. I'm be depth there. I think we all are. Let's go into the main event. Who cares about Raw, AEW,
I was
NXT?
going to say it was a good thing that the bougie and the badass won, though. Because they're fleshing
bougie
out the
and the
tag
badass.
team ranks, aren't they?
They are.
They're
That is
making a
true.
good old division now.
I initially thought that it was
Yeah.
the wrong decision. But
So did I.
When you said that, I was like, you know what? It does make a bit of sense. And it sets up a rematch because of the tag confusion.
Right. There is a bit of interest. Are they going to do it at Clash of the Castle or just keep it
No, they're
on
in the
Raw?
6-woman tag
yeah.
against
Control,
Asuka, Bliss, and
control,
Bianca.
damage control.
You always thought these, you know what? Maybe I was thinking they would be too smart themselves and gone, aha, this will be a tag team. Oh, but because the shenanigans will change this. But it's like,
I'm more looking forward to the
no.
6-woman tag.
yeah.
Hopefully it's wild and crazy.
And
six
young.
people. And young, wild and young.
Yeah.
So slow it down. You move a little too fast.
That song.
I love that song. I love
Why?
it. Because it's great.
Name one thing about it that's good.
It's cheesy in a nice way.
Slow
A lot, of,
it
a,
down.
lot, a lot of the NXT cast were wild and young. Justin Gabriel.
To name but one.
Yeah.
Speaking of NXT 2.0, do it for NXT UK. After their verbal confrontation last week, Grayson Waller.
Oh, sorry, lads. There's a lot of segments in this one, so maybe we need to skim over some of the shorter backstage ones. There's
Yeah, I'll just
15.
read it and we'll just. Yeah, okay.
Can we just summarise and say it was good to see the title holder who used to hold the title, the
Yeah,
current
yeah.
holder is now, come back and say, you better win, so my legacy is cemented. You've got to make me look good by not having my title
Yeah.
dissolve.
Yeah, as Dangy, we just saved ourselves 10 minutes.
There, that's happened for all of them. It was weird how the heels were cheering on the baby faces. I don't know. It was good to see.
It's
the
just
title,
like, this is more important than heels and faces. About the
Yeah.
lineage of this title that no one cares about.
Yeah.
So, Waller goes to speak, but before he's allowed to speak, Apollo Crews' entrance music interrupts. What does that sound like again, Jack?
Apollo.
That's right.
It was good though, because at this point he could still see into the future, and he knew that Grayson Waller was going to speak, so his music started.
Wow, Grayson Waller does look like the one before Dexter Lumis in the Evolution. You know, you could call him Dexter Lumis there.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, he could evolve into Dexter Lumis, actually.
Yeah.
Dexter, if you're watching,
So he-
steal him next.
Okay.
He is the crapper version of the Miz, as we learned.
Throw him at your enemies.
Yeah.
He's beating Apollo Crews next week. He's going to kill him. Yeah. So he beats him this week. nice opening
I was
match.
surprised.
I love
but-
this, right?
Oh, go
And
on.
for one reason, because as we all know, Apollo Crews surely with his gimmick can never ever lose a wrestling match again because he can see into the future.
No.
But in the midst of this match, he caught a blow to the eye, which meant he was blind and he could not see that the finisher was coming, and that's the only reason Grayson Waller beat him. So if you're an aspiring professional wrestler who might face Apollo Crews in the future, just quick little fish hook.
You know
to
what?
the
I
eye.
didn't even put those two things together.
Come on, that's the story
It's
they
so,
told.
that's amazing.
He was blind.
I
He
thought it was
couldn't
like,
see
it's easy. I know what he's going to do. Ah, my eye.
Yeah,
oh, no.
I've got to.
I can't see the future.
I'd like to straighten out a few of the rules of Apollo Crews' visions.
That's so
He
great.
doesn't just know all of the future. He can't select when he sees the future. It just happens to him like that's so Raven. And he's never actually even certain what it might mean. Like when the Diamond Mine were beaten down, he didn't know that meant Gallus were coming back. It's a bit rubbish of power, really.
It only really happens he's at the shops. He's like, "Ooh, should I get which Ben and Jerry's flavor should I get?" He's like, oh, they're both good. He's like, "Why can't I have that feature on wrestling? That'd make my life a lot easier."
Yeah.
Because it hasn't come back for a few weeks. I think we dropped it, but we're going to keep on bringing it
We've also
up.
learned that it's not just something that exists inside his own head that only he knows about. Because Grayson Waller's like last week, let's talk about these visions you've been having. See the future, can you?
Can I just say, Vic Joseph went into business for himself here as well. He was a right prick during this match because Wade's trying to explain things from Waller's perspective, how someone like Apollo would come down to NXT and steal the spots from the people who are there each and every week. And then Vic brings up back in the day when, Wade was the Waller of the piece.
Yep.
And people like Brock Lesnar was mentioned as the Apollo Crews of the piece. And Vic says, did you ever speak up?
Whoa.
How man, Vic?
Yeah.
Vic's really got
Eggshells are backstage, Vic.
Vic's really gotten cocky. I think it's been Desert Storm Vic Joseph because since he's been wearing all the khaki and all the all the camo gear.
I think he's had to step his game up because Wade Barrett got that contract extension. So he's like, all right, that horny old uncle's going around for a bit longer. But step my game. Roddy Strong tells the Diamond Mine he has security footage that clears himself of blame. They still don't trust him and he storms off. Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxi are getting ready for their tag title shot and tells the boys to get it together. They lose to Katana Chance and Kaden Carter,
Cowgirls are on a roll.
who successfully defend the belts. After the match, their celebrations are inexplicably interrupted by Doudrop and Nikki Ash.
Who got a Bobby Lash pop, by the
They
way.
certainly did. Who challenged them? Who challenged them to the title match at Worlds Collide? They accept. That's the
Welcome
build.
back.
Now,
Welcome
I thought they were splitting up on Raw.
Yes.
But now they're going after another set of titles. Maybe the split will happen on the grandest stage of them all
Yeah.
at Worlds Collide. I've got a question, Ivy Niles' tactics, though, because what she called Tatum Paxley had a face mask on, didn't she? Like she had her nose broken. Training too hard. Ivy Nile, calm down. It's affecting your matches. That's what I took away from
That's
it.
good character work, though. That is what Ivan I would be like as a trainer. So I like
She
that.
needs to calm down. Calm it.
We lost in like a minute. What happened? I'm beat from the training. I can't.
I'm not 14 stone, I'm 18 stone.
I'm the best shape in my life, and I can't stand up.
Yeah. I've written down here the Cowie Girls are like a modern day Hardy Boys, but a bit more innovative.
Bloody. All right, mate.
Some of the moves they were doing quite nice, though.
Oh no, I'll agree. They're very good.
Yeah, I might have gone a bit too far there. But yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, is it now time to speak about Keanu James, BBM, BBA,
I'm not
CMA,
sure what
GBA,
order.
CCP, CPTD?
I'm not sure what order I've done this in.
To give her a full title.
What?
Keanu James, BBM, BBA,
Oh,
CMA,
I didn't even
CBA,
type this up.
CCP, CPGD.
Yeah, she's in a business. She's in a business office doing. He just mashing the pad. In a business office doing business, and explained that she's more than ready for Zoe Stark later tonight. Zoe wins the match, and then James is attacked by Nikita Lyons, who manages to get away.
Well, Keanu James managed to get
Now,
answer.
I mentioned this to Jack yesterday, and Jack was flummoxed.
I didn't understand why.
mention it
I love
to
the
you.
word flummoxed.
When obviously Keanu James got an assistant, I just thought I was watching porn.
Thank you, Wade Barrett.
That's what purpose did she serve?
She's an assistant.
But then she was gone. She was never referenced again.
To demonstrate that Keanu James is important and has people in her business office helping her with business.
But it
She's
was
a
like
businesswoman.
it was like the stereotypical porny lady.
Oh,
Yeah, just obviously just made it. Let's move on.
As
The
in-
match was fine.
just there and doesn't really say much of substance.
Yeah, she's just there, dressed.
Yep.
Aye.
Aye.
Zoe Stark was good, wasn't she? Bit of a
Business.
clinic from her in the match.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
betcha. Backstage, Finn Balor tells Bron Breakker to win on Sunday. But trying to estimate Tyler Bate because he hates the English. Fair enough. Later, Ciampa also tells Bron to win and protect NXT's legacy.
Not NXT's legacy, his legacy. They're all selfish, these old timers coming down. You better win so my title stays around.
Can I hold the belt again? Actually, I like that from Ciampa, to be fair. I think he was the best one of these.
Yeah. Daddy's home, etc.
I enjoyed Butch.
No, he wasn't the best one.
All right, mate.
I'm just here on FaceTime.
Yeah. And Philly's like, don't let those bloody Yanks win anything. Get out of James. I've done that. The Schism come to the ring.
Oh, bollocks. Do we have to speak about this?
I'll do it quick. Where Joe Gacy presents the Jihad with special pins for their efforts so far.
Shawn Michaels, if he's the one writing these shows, loves a segment like this. Like Tony D'Angelo did it, where he bought his lads like presents, watches and that. But it never served any purpose, though.
Or like, it felt also like they were doing a goodbye or a funeral thing as well. I've sort of had that loads of times on NXT as well.
But it makes you wonder, doesn't it? If the Schism, the Dyad continue winning matches, are they just going to be a human button? Because they'll have like 100 buttons by the end of the year.
I think that, look like one of those old army generals. Yeah.
Want to use stickers instead, Joe? That's where you're going wrong.
Imagine if you give him a sticker. There you go.
Gold star for
Those
you.
old WWE ones from the big sticker books.
It's
just shiny Mark Henry.
it was sad though, because on Twitter this week, and I don't know if it's just because NXT UK is obviously going away, but Zach Gibson tweeted I think it was an upside down smiley face emoji. What does that mean? He's unhappy? I don't know.
Yeah, it means like, oh god.
Yeah, and it was
I think that's what they mean.
And it was a
When you
picture
see
of
someone just tweet the upside down, and he's like, oh.
it was a picture of him and James Drake back in the day holding the NXT Tag Team Championship.
Oh, saying look how far we've fallen.
Yeah.
I reckon that's what that means.
Yeah.
I think so.
Now we're getting.
I'm
big
not saying I'm miserable, but I miss NXT UK. God. The Schism do the thing. They then come from. Gacy asks Cameron Grimes to come to the ring, which he does, but he refuses to join. It's so great. Okay, I'll give this. I don't know if it's deliberately set up, but the fact that they waited 5 minutes to pick him up and everything, he came down. It's like, you gonna come out? Gonna join us? No.
Just join them.
Just end the
so we can hurry
storyline
up
there.
the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No need to chase many more, Joe. He said no. It's fine. No means no.
Yeah. Gacy brings up Cameron's dad, which leads to Grimes clearing the Jihad out of the ring. Gacy hugs Grimes, who leaves confused or bored. Oh, wait, sorry, that's us.
My main takeaway from this segment is that there can't be any plants in the crowd because there was chance of boring and shut the F up.
There's some plans.
No, it's shut the... shut the...
There's some plans. Because there was a segment later on that confirmed to me the existence of plans. But we'll get to that.
Interesting.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that.
Tease.
I'm looking more forward to that than you talking about that than I am Gacy.
Okay.
I wish they would write the whole thing off.
Do you know the Jihad?
No, get them back.
Jihad.
The grizzled young veterans.
Yeah.
I miss the days of them being Marvin, what's his face from Home Alone?
Yeah.
You know.
The Wet Bandit.
Yeah, the Wet Bandits. Sticky Bandits.
You stupid, ignorant Yanks.
That was great.
I'll steal your Uber Eats. That was terrible. Let's move on.
Getting ready for Cardiff then. Roxanne Perez goes to the river to think about Cora Jade.
Oh, man.
John Wesley
I don't remember this.
John Wesley went to the beach. It was like that. But she was on, I didn't know how to describe it. I've said the river, but it was like a bandstand on the end of a pier. Like she walked out and the bandstand was in the middle of a lake. It was beautiful.
She sends her a message telling her to watch her back before blocking her number.
It shows her on her phone, like scrolling through.
That's not my baby face, I tell you.
Oh, really?
Blocking her after sending a message like that?
Yeah.
Nah, that's not it.
Tusk.
That's not the
Watch
way.
out, Cora. No one knows you like I do. And then it shows you her go onto the menu and like scroll down and then block number while she's sat at the lake.
That's where we all go to think.
Well, Wesley goes to the beach. I'd like to see like a map of NXT land. It's obviously somewhere in Florida.
Oh, it sounds nuts,
There's
doesn't
a beach where shenanigans happen sometimes, like with Toxic Attraction and the towels being stolen.
There's
There's a pier with a lake and a bandstand.
There's
a
the
restaurant.
pool, the pool where they all live. Shenanigans happened there.
Yeah.
Sanga got, it wasn't drowned, was he last week? A few weeks ago? Had his head pushed under, didn't he?
Oh.
Yeah.
There's
Just
the
try-
We haven't seen him since, have we?
there's diners and coffee
Don't say
shops.
that. I like him.
There's the diner where Apollo Crews.
Yeah, there you go.
If anyone can draw the NXT land, there's the college. There's Andre Chase
Chase U, yeah.
University.
The big grounds there.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a nearby airport, so you can go see the Queen.
I'm just imagining it like a map of like Pokemon on the game,
Yeah.
where like just all the towns and everything.
Just looks insane.
Yeah. And there was obviously the performance center.
There's,
in the
the
middle.
performance center.
There's
A car park, which you should never go
Never
alone,
ever
especially
go
not
there.
at night.
No.
There was Tony D'Angelo's like thing, his big house where the table was randomly.
Yeah.
Where they had the big meeting.
There's a
Big showdown.
park where him and Santos met.
That's what I'm referencing.
Oh, right, yeah.
Was that
yeah.
just a random park?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the grounds of his home.
There's a bridge where Two Dimes now resides underneath.
When Roxanne's cutting this promo, you just see him going, oh!
I'm not dead.
Imagine if he was just looking out and he's just in there doing the backstroke.
He gets re-signed after Tony Khan gets sick of him. He just... oh, God. Finally free of that.
There's an adventure park, like a
There's
go
a Woodlands as well,
Yeah,
where
where-
Von and Cum and Kyle went.
Yes, and near there,
There's
the adventure.
Western cowboy bars or whatever.
Yeah, where
yeah.
the Toxic Attraction.
Yeah.
Thing. There's the adventure park where Cora Jade and Raquel Gonzalez went and trained. Yeah.
This sounds better than Disneyland.
I'm loving it now. Can we go there?
If the Heartbreak
It's like
Kid is
Beamish.
watching, get it open.
See how Americans live in 2022. Ooh, look how crazy it is.
What's wrong with that man on his own on the beach? He lost his tag belts. Just let it leave him be.
Got a lot to think about. Backstage, I've already done that bit. And then, Gunther tells Tyler to win for the honor of European wrestling. Yeah, there you go.
Hang on, I've written down a translation here.
Oh, go on.
This makes Gunther der Heuchler,
What's that?
the hypocrite. Because he left the European wrestling to go to the big promised land, didn't he?
He did.
Der Heuchler.
Well, I mean, when you've won the equivalent to the treble every year, I mean, what are you going to do? Stay there forever?
Yes, to keep the scene alive.
I took one look at it and went, nah, you're right. BJ and JB lose to Not Gay, just
Fallon
English,
Henley.
because of... Oh, you ruined my joke.
Sorry.
No, it's JB, BJ, and Fallon Henley take on the Not Gay, they're British, and Lash Legend.
You mean Deadly Lashes?
Deadly Lashes.
Or Pretty Legendary?
That's great.
Those
They're
are
both good.
really good.
I stole them from Wade.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh.
I mustn't have been listening to him.
I love that,
Anyway.
though, walking down the ring, he's going...
Yeah.
Reminds me of my former PE teacher, Mr. Kushner-Han, who had no eyelashes whatsoever, so he was always like...
He didn't have any eyelashes.
Didn't have any eyelashes, so all day he would speak about just... He was our, like, stand-in PE teacher. I'm sure someone watching this might know him. He was he Irish or Scottish? I couldn't quite tell. Because he would always speak about, I'm going to coach you football like Ajax. All the time.
I don't know.
What, he wanted to do a bit of total football?
Yeah.
Wow.
We were like in year 6 at the time. He's like,
You're a roaming central defender. I need you to...
You, him. But, I mean, why do you have no eyelashes? Is that a birth defect? Or
he
did he
didn't
just
have any? No? Just
lose a bet?
Underlap the winger, for God's sake.
Mr. Kushner-Han, his name was. Lovely fella.
Oh, what was Fraser Porter's maths teacher?
Mr. McMath.
Mr. McMath, the maths teacher.
Mr. McMath from Peebles, come on.
He lives in a technicolor dreamland, that boy.
He lives in NXT.
You know when, is it Homer Simpson? Someone puts on Ned Flanders' glasses and the world's all like,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, God.
Yeah. Anyway, Gallus interfere and Joe Coffey hits BJ with a boot. I hate it when that happens. Allowing Elton Prince to roll him up.
Yes, he doesn't hit him with that. What I mean by that is he's got a boot in his hands and he swings it into his head.
He did, yeah. Allowing all the teams brawl afterwards.
I'm worried Gallus are going to win the belt.
Oh, man. Yeah, as well. It looks like
I
they're going
don't
to
wanna
stay
know.
around. Looks like they're staying. It's not just an excursion for the lads. They're a fully fledged fixture of NXT 2.0.
Oh, no.
Anyway, as we'll see. Backstage, Shayna Baszler pretty much bows to Mandy Rose, the most dominant women's wrestling champion in all of WWE right
Yeah,
now.
but she says if you don't win, everything you've said's been rubbish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she
another-
kisses the ring and goes, yeah.
I don't think that's
I'm sorry
quite
for
true,
disturbing you.
actually, because Mandy's beating people. Why does this one... I don't think
They have to
telling
have
you,
someone.
it's
They have to have a
self-
guest appearance from somebody to come up and it's like, all right, Shayna, say hello to Mandy.
Selfish. They don't care about NXT surviving. It's just their lineage of their title remaining.
Oh, not one of these people went, where have you been then? Like now you care, do you? All right.
It's like the fact they're all just walking around and just rocked
Yeah.
up. Just like, oh, I mean,
Like, well, we're having a quick stop before we go into Cardiff, where we're going. Oh, God.
Yeah, they've all been in Pennsylvania. That's a long journey, I think. Do you think they all got on the same
get your
flight?
map out.
No, I know where it is. Don't worry.
Oh, I see.
It's like up here.
Where's Pittsburgh on the map?
Pennsylvania's
Burger.
there. Pennsylvania.
And they're going all the way
Show the
over.
camera.
What? No, they go to Florida.
Oh, Florida's down there.
Yeah.
In my mind, I've always thought Florida, where California.
No,
California was.
Florida's the little Willy of America down here.
Thank you. Right there. There's Jack said.
The little Willie.
There it is. Little Willie won't go home, so we'll go from there. And where we are?
JD McDonough.
Oh, before that, later Rhea Ripley tells Blair Davenport to win, and Meiko Satomura has a respectful moment with Alba Fire.
Yeah, she was the only one who didn't really. Yeah, she just
At least, Meiko and Kaylee Ray can discuss the all-day breakfast at Wetherspoons.
That is true.
Did Satomura beat Kaylee Ray for the title? Is that what that was?
Oh, I can't remember actually.
Andrew,
Andrew's
you're
nodding.
sure.
He knows NXT UK.
He's one of the 12 who watched.
Do you watch
well
NXT?
done, mate.
Do you watch NXT? Normal NXT?
No, I used to, but not when it changed to 2.0.
Oh, but you'll watch
used
NXT UK. That's interesting. Who's your favorite NXT UK wrestler?
Yeah. No, Meiko Satomura.
Oh, is it?
Meiko Satomura,
Fair
okay.
enough. She's very good.
Do you like
Cheers.
Gallus?
No.
Why don't you
I
like
thought
Gallus?
he was going to
Andrew?
mince
said
words,
no.
but he didn't at all.
Boring.
Yes.
Oh.
They are the Ned Flanderless glasses of the NXT 2.
Wait. So, are they boring? Yeah. What a banger of a theme song,
Come
though.
out with Northern Soul. No, I don't know.
JD talks backstage, says he'd rather be creepy than emotionally fragile like Wesley.
So sorry, have I missed? I don't know why he's targeted Wesley. Did they have a fracas last week?
I honestly can't remember.
I think it's funnier.
remember.
I think it's
Like-
funnier if he's just gone, I'd rather be creepy than emotionally fragile, like...
Or maybe he's
Yeah, honestly, we pay more attention to the show than anybody else. I have no idea.
maybe he's just picking on Wesley
Why
because
is he targeted Wes?
Wes has been, trying to find
All
himself.
that
Because you
happened-
think people are like,
all that
hey,
happened last week was that Wes was too happy around the Cowie girls, and Ross thought that
Oh
was
my
ridiculous.
God, that's what happened.
and JD
That's
went,
not what JD did.
JD McDonough. Oh, God.
Oh, do you know what it is? It's because
what he would do.
when they were hanging
Hey,
out...
JD, with your square head. What do you want with me?
I'm a creep. Oh, he admitted it.
When they
Oh,
were-
sorry,
You're
creepy.
a creep, are you?
When you...
I beg your
Go
pardon.
around the corner of a door, do
That's
you?
why, because they were
have ice
laughing.
bath.
They were laughing at JD's promo video when this is why he's picking on Wesley.
Ah, yes.
Because they were all watching that going, oh, that's weird. He's upside down. Right.
And he
got
zoomed
it.
in on his stupid looking head.
And then
That's
Wesley had to
right.
go, oh, he's upside down. Got to keep your head in a
No doubt, no doubt. You can do it, girls. No doubt.
But for JD, I don't think it works if you're the one who's calling yourself creepy and nobody
Yeah.
else is calling you creepy.
Look, the crowd called you boring as hell.
Oh.
I'd rather be boring than on pills.
No, I liked
Doesn't really work, does it?
I liked his promo when he came out through the crowd and went like, Wade Barrett, you've got calcium deposits on your knuckles. That was class, that. Should
And
be a
he's like,
song.
hey, you, what? You're fat. I was like,
No, that
crowd
was
like,
CM Punk.
Don't body shame.
yeah. JD, shocking behavior. Can't believe you do that. Andre Chase absolutely schools William Regal and Pete Dunne's kid. It's nice to got that kid together. And beats him with thanks to that himbo who works for him. I put down
Bodie Hayward.
Yeah, that's it. Himbo Slice.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Yeah.
No, that was. If you're getting booked to lose to a man in a red jumper, like, I'm sorry, but
He was so good because he was
Au
like, here he
contraire.
comes, son of Regal. El Hijo del Rigo is going to school.
El Guapo
And
Guapo.
Yeah, Andre Chase absolutely hanging with him.
The monkey flips Maffew,
Yeah.
the extraordinary neck bridge of Andre Chase,
Yeah.
the final fall the way tied him up like a bloody pretzel. Absolutely fantastic. There's not.
this is like if Peter Avalon beat Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Oh, shocked us.
Who was that match Andre Chase had recently where it was just like he'd been doing silly bollocks with like going to London and whatnot. Then he came. Was it before? Maybe
Giovanni, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Was it Giovanni?
Because
Yeah.
they parked their bus in front of his car.
horrible actions. But it's wonderful. It's fantastic. He's the best gimmick going in NXT. He's got a university. He's teaching people. He's giving people like young what's his face Charlie, young Charlie a little foot in the door in NXT. And he just whaps it out in the ring and just starts being fantastic at wrestling in a jumper.
Yep.
There's nothing that man can't do.
Oh, man.
What a man.
More of him, less of Gallus. Get Gallus out of there.
Yeah.
I'd love him to feud with Gallus.
Oh, Chase U versus God, love that.
Imagine them trying to cut a really hard man promo on Chase U, all stood there like,
Hey, Andre, you think you can teach me?
Yes, we can. We have lessons every week. You want to come on Wednesday? And they're like, hey,
I don't got a skill. I stand outside the bike shed and tabs and whatnot.
I've got a C+ and been dull.
oh man.
I didn't even got a skill. What the hell was that? Gallus, Get Gallus out.
We're only kept employed because Triple H didn't want to talk to us. No. Boring can spread. Anyway, moving on.
man,
moving
what
on.
a-
Sorry.
Fantastic, though.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy little match there between Andre Chase and Charlie Dempsey.
Charlie Dempsey, who did this, I've never seen it before. He had Andre on his on Andre's stomach.
Yep.
He had his arms hooked like a chicken wing.
Yep.
And he was doing like the Homer Simpson, like,
Oh, yeah. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah.
Just
with
that
his neck.
amateur wrestling
Oh,
kid.
man.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Chase
Well-
still beat him.
Yeah. Because he's got that red jumper on.
Yeah. That must be hard to wrestle against, though. Imagine against your skin, it's quite coarse. Maybe it's a tactic.
I think it's hard to wrestle with.
Well, both.
You get really warm.
Imagine if someone just comes out with a rash.
Oh.
Against the jump, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be his finishing move. Just like be Will from the In-Betweeners, just rubbing himself up against people. Oh, the Andre
Oh,
Chase.
ref, he's rubbing his jumper on me. The Nathan Fraser, as if this episode wasn't great enough.
my
I know,
God.
right? I knew that would get a reaction from you. Nathan Fraser and Axiom are reading WWE
wait.
comics backstage.
Nathan Fraser
And you know
goes-
this because they're going, ooh, this comic really is good.
And the person goes, Seth Rollins, classic. Although I am biased. I don't know what he means. What does he mean that he's biased?
Wait, Seth Rollins trained him?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Right, thank you. Seth Rollins.
Of course, we all know that, silly.
You not seen that picture that's still around on the internet loads of times? Maybe 3 or 4 times.
Oh, of course, we've all seen it.
Who is it? Who does he remind us of?
I could have
Nathan
made it
Fraser.
in the EPL. I still can't work it out.
Oh, bloody hell. Oh, yeah.
It's pretty good. Classic.
Really?
No, it is. One
It's
day,
someone off TV.
One day he'll say something and the penny will drop and we'll be like, I really can't think who it is though.
I always go to the guy who had the magical bicycle ride, but I don't think it is. You haven't seen it, have you?
Magical bicycle.
Oh, you haven't lived. That's a fantastic video. Some people at home will know. What
Oh, running along, singing a song.
I mean. No, not that
I was going to say,
guy.
it doesn't remind me of him at all. Next to Master Pylon. Anyway, whoever Nathan rides us off, he does. And then Nathan says he doesn't know who to support at Worlds Collide because he's been part of both brands. Something Axiom can't relate to because we're still pretending Axiom is an A-kid. And so Axiom says, oh, could I not? Can't understand the concept of working at 2 different brands. And Nathan Fraser goes, well, we had this thing over there called the British Round System. And then he goes, how about we do a best of 3, which is a bit weird because he didn't explain what the round system meant, and he will have a best of 3.
Well, we all know what the Heritage Cup is.
Because, no, but it does make sense.
We all,
It does,
we all see that one picture of Nathan Frazier. We all know the Heritage Cup.
it does make sense because Axiom does know.
I think that
Axiom-
was the joke.
Axiom and kayfabe is a kid. That's real in the story.
He seemed mad by the gestures that
He's got such a much deeper voice than I thought.
a deep booming voice.
Yeah, it's like Batman. It's class.
You would have loved it over there.
Yeah, he made it sound like a wonderful place.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. We did this thing called a round. Yeah.
All day breakfast.
I thought it was a nice little wink and a nudge to
Yeah.
sad people like us who know that's A-kid.
Yes. And Axiom of used to work for Chikara.
Should we swap comics? Oh, New Day. Classic.
Oof. Yeah, great segment. Where are we at then? Oh, here we come. I've put Gallus take on Roddy's Magoos.
What?
Like, it's supposed to be like Roddy
like the
Magoo,
OSW thing.
yeah. I didn't think I'll get a good reaction. I'm sorry. Roddy's Magoos take on Gallus and absolutely wipe the floor with them
Yeah,
in terms
buddy.
of talent, excitement, interest, and crowd support.
The kids say there's levels to this game. And that
They do.
Julius and Brutus are several ahead of Joe Coffey, at least.
Oh,
I was having a party with Wolfie. I'm going to have a party with
Wolfgang's
Wolfie.
got exciting offense. Like, to be
Wolfie's
fair
good.
to him, yeah, Wolfgang's probably the one I'd most want to watch in the ring. out of
Mark
the
was Mark was my favorite of
Was
these
he?
3, but he would.
He's a big bruiser.
Yeah, he's a big bruiser, but he would have really good singles matches and like do the technical stuff and all this. But it's in a 3-way match against these lads.
Future
These
WrestleMania main
studs.
eventers. Here we go.
Yeah,
I love the Creeds.
Yeah.
And Damon's all right.
yeah.
Oh, Martin was
Oh, yeah,
good.
yeah.
Martin was a good hot
Martin,
tag in this match.
yeah,
Martin
yeah.
Kemp.
Absolutely, but not again.
Probably miles better than his brother because we've not seen.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Roy Strong comes out onto the ramp because he wants to show the Diamond Mine something on his phone, but Damon Kemp says doesn't care, smashes it.
threw it on the ground.
However,
Oh,
the distraction
reference that was Jesus Christ.
is enough for Gallus to get the win. After the match, all the competing teams at Worlds Collide come out for a big brawl, because that's what happened at Worlds Collide, and the locker room empties to separate them.
Yeah, it's out of control.
It's completely out of control.
Julius and Brutus, though, the stuff they do in a match. I think it was Julius with a double underhook suplex deadlift. Oh.
And then when he
did the
went to
reversal
suplex
with the
Joe
hand-
Coffey, then Joe Coffey went to do a small package. One of them,
Handstand.
let's say Brute, then did the handstand from position to then get the support to bring him up. I'm like, okay, we're getting a bit crazy now with these.
I have a Joe Coffey where Sergio Takamai down to the ring. Eh?
And then Gallus did an Irish whip at one point.
No,
Really
I'm
good.
looking forward to this match because Gallus are good in multi-team tag matches because they had that one in Wales against the Welsh lads and another team. There was a 3-team tag match and it was class.
Was it involving ladders?
It was Imperium, wasn't it?
Was it Imperium as
Was
well?
that the other match? You just said
maybe.
that. Sorry, I just realised what
Maybe
you
it
said.
was.
That was, yeah.
I just remember Mark Andrews flying everywhere.
You know what I remember most about Gallus is that was a good position for them to be in. And then inexplicably, they went from the booking to be Imperium versus Ilya Dragunov and some lads, and then changed it to Volta versus Joe Coffey in a singles match, which it shouldn't have been because the last time we had that network special was like 3 months ago, and Volta just battered Joe Coffey out of the ring.
Oh, so what?
Like, get out of the ring. Yeah, that's it. So then I was like, all right, well, we're going to wrestle each other. It was like, okay. Complete waste of time.
The finish was well put together. Like it was, good
Yeah.
for what it was. But maybe I'm being too harsh on Gallus.
No, I like the joke about them being rubbish. That should be a good recurring joke.
Yeah.
So much nuance to this podcast.
Oh, there's all the stars are here, and Quincy Elliott is still coming to change the game.
Oh,
He's off the drugs though.
yeah, he didn't do as much
Didn't do-
lick in the air. Yeah.
Andrew, he had his debut promo, and in between sentences, he was trying to be seductive.
And he
But he
was
would go
going,
like,
Literally
so it
lick
just
the
looked like he
air.
was off his face, licking the air. At least he stopped doing that.
Quincy Elliott had a Spice Girls shirt, so
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
think that gets them the number one contendership for any of the titles they want.
No, that's not true. Sorry.
Spice Girls fan.
That's fine. I preferred the Bratz t-shirt from last week. That was more quirky.
You picked the Bratz or Spice
I
Girls?
don't know.
Powerpuff Girls next week.
Yeah, that'll be.
Oh, okay,
that'll be good.
all right. You just need to spice up your life, pal. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. The main event, not just of the show,
This
but the
is
main
where
event.
I
This
thought-
was my
This
go
is
get
where-
up a move
this
of the
is
week.
the segment where I thought there was plants.
Why?
Because when Ricochet arrived, it was like the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah. So Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams arrive for a promo. Hayes says he won't be defending his
vexed.
title. Yeah, why am I not defending my title? Because, that's right, there's nobody on his level because he is the A champ. Ricochet arrives, and yeah, you think this was like 2017 Ricochet, the way the crowd reacted, and argues with Hayes over who's better. But before he does that, he gets a microphone, and
Is it
Carmelo-
Trick Willie?
Carmelo says, "Hey, Carmelo says to Trick, hey, he's got a microphone. Does he know how to use it?" And then Trick goes, "Don't hurt yourself."
And that, Andrew, is my move of the week.
Oh, no, as well.
Oh my! Oh, baby!
Don't
I had to
hurt
pause.
yourself.
I had to pause with how hard I was laughing to regain myself on the idea that not only are they like mocking him because he can't talk, but also that he might be so bad at talking, he may cause physical damage to himself with just speaking, which isn't that good of a line for most people, but it's hilarious because it's Ricochet and he's pretty crap at talking.
But he was okay
Tried
in this
his best,
segment.
It was
yeah.
okay.
And
then.
he didn't go, which was a
There was
big
one
improvement.
little bit
yeah.
where they got stuck in a loop of going, where they were like interrupting each other, and I was like, one of you take the reins.
Yeah.
It was
But-
fine.
And Drew McIntyre appeared and just went, "Then shut up."
The delivery from Trick Willie for "Don't hurt yourself, dog." really
Just-
good.
The pair of them were just magnificent here.
Was
So
it-
Ricochet challenges them to a match. Ricochet takes them both out, raises the North American title to
Hey, I'm
end the
excited.
show.
I'm excited for the match.
Yeah, it'd be really
It'll
good.
be a really good match.
Oh yeah.
Was
Yeah.
there a Velveteen Dream reference from Carmelo?
No.
Because he says, I broke a rebel heart. This ain't a dream. You can't swerve me."
Possibly then.
Or is it
You know,
Dusty?
I heard
Dusty?
those other things and was like, all right, whatever. So I didn't think too much.
Well, he's mentioned Swerve
Maybe it-
Dream and Rebel Heart.
You know what? Maybe then you're right.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's a Dusty one. I don't know. Depends who wrote the promo for.
Oh no, Dream. It's a Wendy Chu reference.
Oh, she wasn't on this show.
Well, she's knackered.
Recovering from a
Yeah.
lights
Would
out
be
match.
good.
Yeah.
Man, they were missing the beat there by having someone come challenge. Someone like Bailey knocking the door. It's like, where's Wendy Chu? I'm supposed to challenge them. So they're sleeping. So I'll forget it then. Just tell them I said, go get them. I guess I'm going to tell
Let's do
you.
Dynamite. I feel like we're
Dynamite.
on like all right pace, but
Yeah.
I'm worried about. It's probably like 3 hours in.
Have we had any like messages of people saying that like about the length of these podcasts? If
Just
it's too long?
just
people
good
love
ones,
it,
but
yeah.
They actually. So there's been. Oh, okay.
yeah, I
nothing.
don't.
That's what I'm just checking. Like, is it tide turn? Is it just in here? That's fine. AEW Dynamite. The face, the heel, and the ace steel.
Ooh.
Good, isn't it? Rhymes.
I don't know which one of them is the face and which one's the heel. Ross would say.
Well,
Punk's
that's
the
very
heel,
yeah.
but then-
Shades
Punk's definitely the heel.
Oh well. Anyway, we'll get into that. John Moxley.
Moxley was just a brave baby face this week.
John Moxley cuts up
Chicago
promo.
were heel. The city of Chicago.
That's
were
right.
heels.
Yep. They open the show in Chicago. Very important because they brag about how good their pizza is, and you look at it and go, "Why?"
I'd try it.
I'd try it. So I mean, it was like
I'd try
it was okay. But
I would try it if I was in Chicago. I mean,
you know, if people bigged up something so much and you finally get there, you're really expecting something, and you're like, okay, yeah, it's pizza.
I want to go to the Cubs game next year. They're in London.
Oh, right.
Go Cubs, go.
All the way to Chicago for the run.
Anyway,
He brutally mocks the Chicago crowd and CM Punk for last week. He leaves an open contract for the title match All Out in the ring and leaves. Ace Steel comes down to pick it up, and obviously the commentators have to explain who he is. Moxley said that, you said you were the 60-minute man. I had 57 minutes left in him, left in me even.
That's a good
and
line.
you only had 4. I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah.
When Ace Steel did come out the ring, I did wonder, oh my God, is this someone else Tony Khan signed? Is this someone new? And they went, no, it's Ace Steel.
I'll come later. Don't you worry about that.
didn't he accompany Punk to the ring last week for the title match? So
Well, yeah, he broke up a brawl, didn't he? And people were like,
Ah,
that's
that
Ace
was
Steel.
it.
He's
Yeah,
the trainer.
Yeah.
I thought it was another promo where another person sort of hinted at backstage goings on when Moxley was saying it's a shame he didn't turn out to be the way what any of us wanted him to be.
Ooh.
So it felt like after Hangman, after who's the other ones?
Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston. There's one more. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it felt like another one. Yeah, fragile ego, fragile body, weak mind. Weak
Oh,
spirit.
that was
Yeah.
good. Fragile ball, yeah.
You can tell that Moxley kind of semi-improvises these as well, but it still sounds really good.
Yeah.
Fair play to him.
God, he sounded good here, didn't he?
He should have almost been Wrestler of the Half Year, which I nominated, I think, but it's just
I forget. Who did we say was it Wrestle Half Year?
Dax Harwood.
I'm alright with that.
Yeah, so man.
Well, I think that
Good
it
call.
should be John Moxley.
There's lots of good wrestlers.
Yeah, but he came last, and I think Takeshita beat him for having 2 good matches. Sorry.
I know. Sucks
What sucks?
that he didn't win
Oh,
because he was magnificent here. Jack's right. He
Yeah,
should have won
if
because
he was-
he was so good. Because the crowd, Chicago, yay! CM Punk lives here. That's where he lives. But there were some cheers, some boos. It was a nice response. I like when there's some cheers and boos about the situation here because it's like, yeah, you got a point, but shut up.
I did like because Moxley was like, I don't give an F, basically. But I forget what the actual term he said was, but it was like, yeah, he didn't in Chicago. A lot of people would have just cut the promo to suit the crowd. He didn't. It was good.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys, that I beat your guy.
Yeah, sorry.
I hope he's all right.
Sorry, he's a knob. Basically what he said.
Yeah. And Chris Jericho cuts a promo on Bryan Danielson ahead of their match at All Out.
He did this 1 week late, I thought. This promo should have been in response straight away last week. They might think you're a better wrestler, but they appreciate more what I did for the business. Felt like he was doing it a week late.
I was going to say,
Well,
yeah,
it's like when you have an argument with someone and you think of the
Yeah.
comeback.
That's me every week on this podcast. That's what I should have said.
Ben Stiller and Mystery Man. Jericho says, hey, if Stu and Owen, does he say Stu and Owen with the two
Yeah.
hearts? He says, who would they prefer? And I said, no, Stu would wonder why they would be making Garcia look like a
Like what? What's happened there?
Is that a Brucey P
Never
reference?
mind.
Is this a Hart family reference?
Yeah, sorry, lads.
Early day Brucey P podcast reference.
No, it's a cornet thing. Talk about the story with Stu Hart and the rib and the. Obviously not. I'm very sorry for completely derailing that. I'm sorry for the people at home.
What is the story there then?
The way Cornette tells it, it was during the Davey Boy Smith, Shawn Michaels feud in '96, where it was Dinah Smith. Is that the right one? Who was basically saying that-
Davey's wife.
Yeah, that like Shawn Michaels been hitting on her, and the way Cornette says it, Owen and Davey Boy bought a big red phone and said, "Hey, it's Stu on the phone," and Cornette's like, "Sure it is. I'll have you Brucey P." And he's like, "Hey, what you doing?" And he's like, "Hey, you're making Dinah Smith look like a whore on TV." Yeah. And obviously, Cornette's really much better doing this Stu Hart than me, and so Cornette's like, "Oh, okay," like these two, the biggest ribbers in the business. All right, he says, well, you know who's booking that? I think we'll get these names right. It's been a while since I've heard the story. It's Bruce Pritchard. Say, yeah, Bruce Pritchard, he's a massive pervert, him. Like, he loves it. Oh, I didn't know that about him. Oh, okay. And then he's like, put it down. And apparently, according to Cornette's thing, as soon as he puts it down, like, Brucey P walks past and he's like, all right, so who was that? And like, no, that was actually Stu. Like, oh, it was, hey, Brucey P, don't talk to Stu hard for a bit, all right? I think that's it. It's a very rough routing. So I've got some details wrong there. I apologize. But yeah, that was it. So yeah, sorry, I thought that was common, not because gone out for a while when he was doing tours with like, hey, people like, hey, do the impression of Stu. It's like, all right, make him look like a Sorry. That's my Stu watch is Popeye. So moving on. Daniel Garcia interrupts to apologize to Jericho for last week, and Jericho accepts his apology. Danielson beats Jake Hair in a singles match. And I thought it was a pretty good match because obviously he's battering him and Danielson's smaller just to take him down and stop him from being devoured like he's a packet of French fries or French fries.
French fries,
Whamburger.
Whamburger. I liked how Brian was trying to out MMA the MMA man, but the MMA man had an answer for him every single time.
Yep.
Yeah. It was how a match between Danielson and Jake Hager should have gone, and it did.
Hager looks amazing.
Yeah.
I think he looks like a proper main
Send
event.
him down, yeah.
Yeah. If they let him be his 5-star promo, his 5-star wrestling promo, and then the way he looks now, I don't care who you're on about. That's a AEW main event. That's a world champion. That's a Moxley beater.
You were the softest man I ever felt.
You felt like s'mores. I'm really surprised at the finish of the match, though, because I thought they were going to do an injury angle with Brian to try and make even the playing field sort of for Jericho. Yeah, but I'm surprised they didn't do that.
I thought that Hager beating him up because he's big bad Hager or
I'm a
stuff
bit
like
worried
that.
that Jericho was going to win.
Imagine if he out wrestled
I
Brian.
feel like he might win.
Oh no, stop it.
No,
No, he loses the first one every time, doesn't he?
Yeah,
And he
he
wins the
does,
next
yeah.
one. But
The
I like
important one he wins.
the
yeah.
segment was set up well as well because Garcia went in his little promo was like, "You don't attack people from behind. You don't need to do that. You're Chris Jericho." Blah, 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 blah. And when he was going for it, then he whapped the chair out of his hands.
JAS run down afterwards. Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta chase them away with Claudio just body slamming one of them out the ring.
Cool Hand Luke.
That's right.
No, Angelo. Cool Hand
Cool
Angelo.
Hand Luke. Yeah, that's a good film. But it's not him. But Jericho sneaks up on Brian with a chair. Garcia takes it out of his hands, which allows Brian to hit him with the knee. And then Jericho recovers and is just like, Garcia. And Garcia's just closing his face. He's like, "Aw."
yeah, he did. He went.
Oh no, he did the, hey, Dolph Ziggler, you stink.
He kind of did. He looked sad.
But that's it. Whose side is he on?
I can't work out who's going to win this match now. I know that everyone thinks it'll be Brian, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It is Lionheart on Sunday.
It is,
We all know
yeah.
what that means.
It would be funny if Brian won immediately.
Yes,
That'd
it
be
would
really
be.
good.
Garcia's like, hey, the match is over already. Oh,
They can't do
phew.
that twice in one night, Jack. We know that.
Oh.
CM Punk's going to lose again. Double quick time.
CM Punk's not going to lose, unfortunately. I'm sorry to. It's in Chicago. It's in Hoffman Estate or whatever.
He's going to do the Benoit promo where it's like where he beat Orlando Jordan.
Jesus.
And then the week later. No, God, I know, yeah. Hey, let's see if I can say this quickly enough so they don't pick up said that guy's name. Didn't work.
Okay.
The Benoit promo where he's like, all right, Orlando Jordan, I beat you for the title at SummerSlam. All right, so afterwards, let me go make a cup of coffee and see how long it takes, which is the quickest thing to do. And he plays the entire match in the corner while he waits for his coffee to be made.
That is good.
But in Chicago, could do that with a pizza. That
It
wasn't
looks
worth
more
it.
like
I'm sorry.
a quiche or a lasagna. The Chicago pizza.
Yeah, it's really thick.
Yeah. Lots of slop in the middle.
Yeah, slop.
I'd
It's
try
exactly
it.
what I think.
I would try it though. I would.
It was all right.
Detroit Square Pizza style was at the food battle thing I went to at the weekend. You know Detroit pizzas? Square pizza or whatever.
Pour a load of petrol on it.
What? Because of Motor City.
I like that.
And it was actually
I like
delicious. Very good. But also square, so it felt
What
like
else?
you
What else did you eat at that
felt like
place?
you having-
Is this places in the northeast or Tyneside or like?
Wylam Brewery.
Yeah, no, but like you said, it was food from all over the place.
Oh, it's Newcastle restaurant.
Oh, okay, right.
So Dabblewall was there. The Indian restaurant, delicious. There was one called Posh Street Food, which was nice as well. Square Pizza, some tacos one. There was lots of good stuff. Anyway.
Was that Giga Taco?
No. But I do like Giga Tacos.
Bless
as well.
you.
How? Okay, very good. So I'm trying to think. Like I like eating at different places. So I went to the I always get the name wrong. But the Japanese stove place where it's, you have the food's cooked in front of you.
Oh,
and
yes.
Like catch an egg in the hat
Yeah,
and all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Went there for a mate's birthday this week. They didn't know what it was. So it's like, oh, it's good to see you again, Matthew. I haven't seen you since before. Like, hey, catch the egg! And also the giant flame coming up like Kane. So
Can't remember the name of it, but yes.
Yeah.
Sam would know it instantly.
yeah, of course he would, because he's a massive weeb. And then, well put together. It's one of those restaurants. The wingmen hold a protest in the ring
the wingmen.
because they've not been booked again.
Shut up, the wingmen.
They got about 4 seconds into this, but say who they were and why they were here and what they were doing before the music kicked in, and they'd be like, "Hey, it's the new signing." Even though he's been around before, but I guess he's back.
He was a hired goon before, though.
That's right. That was
He had a good match with Wardlow.
he's a full-blown goon now. W. Morrissey making a surprise appearance and beats them all up to very little reaction.
Guess he's a heel then.
Well, then Stokely Hathaway hands him a business card, snaps at Tony Schiavone, crowd cheer for Stokely.
I thought they were saying Tony.
I thought it was Stokely.
I could have been either.
Oh, damn it.
I reckon it was Tony, because Tony was like, no, you're on my show, buddy. This is my business. Answer my question, fool.
Yeah, no question about it. So that all happened in about 3 minutes. God, it was rushed. I have no idea why you'd be debuting someone before a pay-per-view if he's not going to be on the pay-per-view. Obviously, delete this opinion if he is on the pay-per-view.
What are the
but
Joker's going to be?
W. Morrissey with face paint.
Hey, I thought he was a shoe-in to go back to WWE, me, the way his career's gone recently.
Oh, yeah, true.
The upswing. Yeah, he does look good.
He does, yeah. Obviously, Impact Wrestling, W. Morrissey's been a completely different creature to Big Cass.
Yeah.
But it was still like, okay. Cool. That was the segment that happened.
Just haven't seen some Frankie Valiums or whatever he was called back in the day. Frankie Valley.
Frankie Valiums. That's a good pun. Is that actually somebody?
I don't know.
Is that someone's drag name?
Yeah. It sounds like a drag name,
It'd be a
yeah.
fantastic. Copyright that.
Yeah. I am Frankie Valiums.
There you go. That's how you copyright
I've
things.
declared
Well
it.
done.
I've declared it now. I thought his chokeslam on Peter Avalon was fantastic, though. Doing that where he's got
Yep.
Straight
Yeah,
on.
proud of the beating up stuff.
just like the Giant in WCW.
He even beat up JD Drake with these, who I thought would put up more of a fight.
Yeah.
But I forgot that JD Drake is now in the wingman.
You know what the
Yes.
J stands for?
Jobber.
Jobber.
D. Drake.
Backstage, Don Callis goes in the United Empire's locker room and tries to patronize, can't tell, Will Ospreay.
It's definitely patronised.
Yeah.
We're
Ospreay
English.
tells him it's time to leave.
Yeah. And you, Marvez, because Marvez was there.
Morpheus. I forgot he's
Marvez,
there.
man, what a guy! Whenever he turns up, I can't believe it.
I don't think it's any surprise he's back when Kenny Omega's returned.
Oh, is he Kenny Omega's boy? Oh no, he
He
follows
used to-
him
used to
round.
love
Yeah.
following around, didn't he? In his garden, at the golf
The
course.
golf
everything.
course was so funny. The best one was just after Kenny had won the belt and he was leaving to go to Impact, and just behind the truck, Marvez was like, "Kenny, what's just happened?"
Alex Marvez,
Yeah.
just like Brucey P in that story. Pervert.
Yep.
He never lets a scoop get away.
But he did for the longest time. He's been missing for ages. He's missed so many scoops. But
He's
now
been
Omega's
following
back.
Kenny around, yeah.
No, that's why we've not been seeing him. There's too many scoops backstage. Like, he's so tired. He's using all his magic abilities to teleport places. He's like, I've come from Thunder Rosa to Eddie Kingston to CM Punk. But yeah, so Don Callis is bad. So he goes to see United Empire. United Empire are heels.
So Don
But
Callis is a
then
heel, but
the
he's friends
crowd are
with
cheering
faces.
Ospreay. And I guess Aussie Open now because they're realizing
Yeah, but
more
the
and more,
United Empire are definitely the heels in this situation.
Yeah, but then Don Callis is a
as
heel.
well.
Okay, yeah, great. Well
This
done,
goes
AEW.
back to Cody Rhodes' mantra for AEW. We're not going to have the stereotypical heels versus baby faces. We're going to allow the fans to make their own minds up.
And then he then booked himself the most like babyface versus babyface match.
I think Cody
Wait.
was probably one of the filters.
Yeah, but then I realized also the babyface heel with MJF and stuff. So
I think that
it's
Cody,
almost as if he's a liar.
Cody's probably one of many filters that's been removed from Tony, who now just throws all his ideas in all the time. Because I reckon, just from the way that he was backstage with us, I reckon Cody's probably someone who would be like suggesting things or saying that won't quite work because I've literally grown up in wrestling and I know about pacing a storyline. And now he's gone. Tony's just like a million miles an hour.
Yes. Tony Storm and Hikaru Shida beat Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. The nice little tag match.
Yeah, it was
with
good.
Shida getting the pinfall on Britt.
I was
Shida and Tony
surprised.
have an uneasy handshake after the match.
I was surprised that it was Shida who got the pinfall on Britt.
I was going to say she's probably the one with the least amount of time and build up to this. Her last time on Dynamite was April,
Wow.
losing to Serena Deeb.
I think that, well, now, I thought it was Tony who's going to win, but now that Jamie Hayter didn't get pinned, I'm like, could she do it?
I thought it was noticeable how they let her wrestle more as well, Jamie Hayter, in this match. The way she sold that Hurricane Rana, it should be my move of the week, but it's not because I've already said it, so I can't say it now. She actually killed herself, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, Jamie Hayter, such a good bumper. We should have bumper of the year just to give Jamie Hayter something. We won't. We'll forget about this bit in like 3 seconds.
Good stuff from Tony Storm in the finish as well. Off the apron. Wow. Overground, underground, wombling free.
I can't remember the rest.
Wimbledon Commonwealth.
Yeah.
That's it, well done.
Making good use of the thing.
Black White Army. We see a video package building up to Pac versus Kip Sabian for the All Atlantic title.
Oh, yes.
Is this on the card for Sunday?
So,
Yeah, it's on the
pre-show.
preview.
Oh my
pre-show,
So why,
whatever.
why does Kip Sabian talk weird now?
I think Hollywood has had a bad effect on American wrestling companies where they
Right.
think that every Englishman and every Irishman can do creepy and charismatic
He's
really
just
well.
JD McDonough now.
So now we've got JD McDonough and Kip Sabian being awkward
He's-
and crap.
Ah, hello there, Pac. I see you've fallen for my rules.
Americans are
And then
really, they're really
Pac
easily
goes-
impressed by mediocre Brits.
And Pac goes, you really are the most devious. Oh, God.
Yeah, haha. I want to make my comeback a year and a half after my last match, having a box at ringside, and I wanted to strike at the best time.
I remember when it was World of Sport, right? One of my favourite things of that World of Sport series was the tag team of Kip Sabian and Yeston Reese, because they had the hard man, and then Kip Sabian was like the cocky heel. And that's the role he's best at. But now he's all like, meh.
Yeah, I'm a sophisticated weirdo. Meow, meow, meow.
I challenge you to a race around the globe. Just gets in a hot air balloon, he's off. Like, why?
Kip Sabian's Pac's like, I'll just swim.
Yeah.
He would swim like Hasselhoff as well in the SpongeBob.
Like a
Nice.
torpedo. Yeah.
What a great cameo.
But Kip's got that box. You can tell he's gonna. I've brought my box of tricks down to the ring. Let me pull something out. It's a Tommy gun. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, it's gonna be. It is strange the chick because I thought
Would you
super
like a
bad.
handkerchief, Pat? A string of...
Hey, there's loads of them.
I present to you a bouquet of flowers. Oh no, it's not.
thanks.
It's turned into a little water piss. I don't know.
Hey, where'd that dove come from? You know what? Actually, I've changed my mind. If that's how
I've
the match
missed-
ends up.
What was even he saying? Because I was just captivated by the guy liner.
Keep up your nose.
It's I, Dickensian gentleman. Try my snake oil, Pat. It'll cure you of your ailments. Or will it?
Oh no, I drank his snake oil and I've remembered gravity.
This isn't bloody snake oil. It's just Brunel. Howie! Bosh!
Oh no, it's made him stronger.
Bloody hell! Jeeves, ready the carriage. Anyway, so Kip Sabian's back. Oh, God. Pac's going to win, probably, if it's
God,
on
I
the
hope so. I mean,
Yeah.
look, Kip Sabian, it's nice that they've kept him on paid him to have a box this
Aye.
head for a year and a half. But it's like, aha, I'm getting a match with you. It's like, what?
He fell into his trap, though. Last week. You saw? Front row.
Yes.
Fake man.
I think
He's going to be there with a
when Pac probably wins, people are going to mock this storyline because he's been gone for a year and he's lost his first match back. It's a lose-lose for them, this match.
Yes.
Unless it's a DQ, I guess.
Yeah. It's weird. Just, all right. And then, what else happened to this show? Oh, then afterwards, we get a nice change of pace. Reveal of Miro, which may be the most consistently great promo guy in the business right now, because he only gets a promo once every 4 weeks, and they're always amazing. Miro wants the House of Black that the last time someone got involved with him, they shook so hard in heaven that he shook 3 hands in hell before calling God a coward again.
Because he made a deal with the devil to take him down.
There's so many people making deals with the devil to take him down, and now he's signed up with Darby and Sting, and it's good because then Darby's like, yeah, I look like I'm 14, but I'm a badass, and then Sting's like, it's showtime, folks.
Why does Sting shout everything?
Yeah, it's like, when Sting came in, friends?
That's right, we hate God. Yeah, really emotional. Hi guys, it's me, Sting. Got another YouTube video.
So crazy. But
I
not
love
like
it.
Kip Sabian crazy.
Oh,
Different kind of crazy.
No, I liked it. It's in a nice cheesy way. So, yeah. We then get.
Is this
sorry.
going to end with Malachi losing again? Surely it does.
yeah.
Because he's already wiped off the spaff to the face, hasn't he?
Yeah, you think it would just be Miro versus Aleister Black for the you got spaff
I'd
in
like that.
my eye.
Yeah.
But again, I have everybody else on the card, so.
I reckon Lana might turn up,
Oh,
take down Julia.
Oh.
that'd be cool. Yes.
Yeah.
Only my wife can touch my lovely body, said Miro.
Anyway, oh, look, it's God. And she showed up.
Is that his
Lana's
god? Is
god.
Lana his god?
Nah, she doesn't fit at all, does it?
No, he says he's got a god and a wife.
Yeah.
Oh.
They are separate, I think, for him. It's weird that we're talking about the philosophy of like Miro.
Here's me. It's just like when people go, oh, well, they're going to have Putin show up because they keep on mentioning him on Raw. I'm like, well, God's going to appear at one point. Anyway.
I just love if God was just Miro's dad from Bulgaria,
Oh yes, when he brought out the photo album.
Mr. Miroslav. Yeah.
That was one of the worst things Roman Reigns did when he was supposed to be a babyface and went, whoa, look at your ugly family, Rusev. It was like, oh, okay.
Everyone wanted Rusev to win.
Ha ha, you don't look like Americans. It was like, this is shocking behavior, this.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and they weren't ugly. It's handsome.
It's like,
Rusev.
ha ha ha. It's like, oh,
He had
brutal.
He had a cute little grandma, Babushka.
Yeah, Babushka, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone was like, I'm going to punch her. I'm gonna punch them. You got a dog, I'll punch that as well. Shocking.
Suffering succotash.
Anyway, back to good things. Visibly upset, CM Punk arrives for a promo. And he instantly insults a heckler who's shouting Colt Cabana. Over. I had 16 screws put in my foot. Colt Cabana. Which is 16 more times than this fat guy has ever been laid.
And then he went, I shouldn't have said that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just emotional right now.
Body shaming, disgusting.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Eddie Kingston runs out and punches him. Nah,
Yeah, he
sorry.
should have.
Yeah.
Should have gone in for a business for himself there, Edward.
He talks about not being able to wrestle at the same level anymore. Half the crowd's into it, half the crowd is
started
not,
to
which
boo
is
him.
Chicago. And then Ace Steel, who is the brother of polyamory Steel, interrupts and cuts a passionate promo on Punk, slapping him in the face and telling him to sign Moxie's contract. Some of the
And
crowd
then
are shouting,
Punk
"Who are you?"
goes, no, it can't be true. I can fly. And he gets in the crowd. And it's like his big moment in the film. It was class. No, it was really, I enjoyed it.
Up there where babies grew.
I'm on my way.
Hey, that would be good though if it was like Buzz. You know, Buzz, he gets on the ledge, doesn't he? And jumps. Yeah. And he just falls.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the match on Sunday.
Like he's trying to do a springboard.
Yeah.
Oh, he is going to win.
Imagine if he just gets on the ropes and goes, I can fly.
No, he's going to
And
win.
he goes, luckily, I didn't think I could do it, but luckily I've got a friend like
Next week after he loses, he's just in a darkened room going, strange things are happening to me. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Toy Story, is this what's happening now? Isn't it?
I liked
In many ways.
It is, yeah. I liked it.
Yeah, it's like if Andy had lots of money and just bought every
All the
toy
toys,
he
yeah.
saw at the shop.
Forgets about swathes
Yeah.
of them. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, this happens, and then the promo kicks into second gear because after the crowd's like, "Who are you? Who are you?" We only know you, Ace Steel, really from being the guy who was Donald Trump on that one match against Rosie O'Donnell all those years ago. But then he kicks it in because he goes, "This is Chicago.
He does a good-
Where the weak are killed and eaten." The crowd's like, "Oh, there we go.
What does
There
that
we
mean?
go."
Like, bloody hell.
Why? Because that Punk was being a you-know-what, you know?
He was
a
being
big
human,
big old
with
soft.
feelings and
nah,
stuff.
He wasn't being a man. He was being a softie.
Ace Steel was good when he slapped him in that. I was like, oh, can Ace Steel cut a promo? Because I didn't know. And he could. Yeah,
It was like Rocky.
I was.
Yeah, bum.
Get up.
Yeah.
Fight. Yeah, it was.
Look like a whore. Yeah,
I
I'm going
like
to sign
the
it in
visual.
Chicago. And
I
you
like-
know what?
I like
Oh,
the
go on.
visual of Punk in front of the crowd.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was it. Yeah, crowd like, oh, he's in the crowd now. Yeah, and it was then the Chicago cheer happened because it was a bit. They were unsure. Like, all right, what is happening with this?
I still don't know if it's better than just not having that match on Dynamite at all and
Yeah.
just
Well,
going straight
that's
to this
the
match.
big thing, isn't it, Jack? This was a good promo segment. I'm looking forward to it because I like Moxie and Punk when he's on. Yeah, fine, but at the same time, so you're telling me the story that could have been good with Moxie just beating Punk because he was just came back too quick, and then having a match later on, which would make sense in 6 months or 4 months or whatever from now, is being done in the space of 2 weeks. That's rubbish.
Yeah, I thought the switch was flicked a bit quickly because his Punk, he obviously re-injured the injured foot last week, and now 7 days later he's like, I'm gonna smack. The turn was too quick.
Yeah, so, you're healed now, are you, after 7 days?
Like, if AJ Styles came out and was like, oh, no, you're a bit hurt and whatnot, but I've managed to get my hands on this. He's already signed it. Do you fancy giving it a go? And he's like, I don't know if I can do it, you know. And the crowd are going, CM Punk, CM Punk. He's like, I'll try and give it a go for the fans and make Larry the Dog happy, you know. That makes more sense, does it not? And then
This was more evocative than it made less sense. I agree. This made less sense.
I think you look at Kenny Omega and it makes Punk like a right drama queen, right? Ooh. He's like, oh, I don't know if I can fight on anymore. And Kenny Omega's like, oh, just, get out there and just do it, you know? They're the same, aren't they, at the moment? Yeah. They're both working hurt, are they not? Kenny's like, I'll just go out there and wrestle. And he's like, oh, I don't know if I can do Larry at home. Oh. His friends slap him in the face. The Young Bucks just going, hey, Kenny, go on, you do it.
You come back to CM Punk is going, Portobello Road, Portobello Road. Like, all right, that helped. But yeah, they've done what they could, these two lads who were good at promos. Punk did what he could in Chicago and all this stuff, but it is still like, all right, this is rubbish. AEW's storylines are off the deep end in regards to just, all right, everyone do what you want. Like, no, don't do what you want. Have someone actually sort this stuff out.
I've been intrigued to know in the comments down below if the sentiment is there with Punk, like he's the underdog now and he's gonna do it. He's gonna take down the big bad.
I reckon, apart from the great city of Chicago, I think most people are on Moxley's side.
Well, therefore they shouldn't do it then, should they? Have him win on Sunday.
No, it's in Chicago, right?
I know,
but they've got to have him win. Surely.
Oh, it'd be great if Moxley beat him.
I don't
look. I'm half looking forward to that. Like,
I think there could be. Do you think there'll be shenanigans? Are people expecting shenanigans? Like MJF turning up? Or do you think that's just not going to happen now?
I don't know.
I don't know
and
what's
I've kind of
going on.
lost, I've kind of lost interest because it's like, all right, what is happening with this? And but it's not necessarily in a positive way. It's more like, okay, that kid thinks he can do a skateboard over that giant valley. Let's see what happens.
Let's watch.
Yeah, let's watch because,
I think I'll be just as interested to see what happens in Tony Khan's press conference after the show. After the show itself.
Yeah.
Volatile.
Just fights spilling out into the the press
No, because
area.
of the amazing questions. Tony Khan, why are you so great? Just, just the reactions to, yeah.
Are they
I'm
putting
still watching it, so I don't know.
I know they hold most of their big events there, but are they putting too much stock in Chicago and letting it get in the way of the story?
I love Chicago, the crowd.
Do you think maybe that's it? That they had to have Punk, regardless of what was happening?
Because they can't have him lose in Chicago.
They have, though.
If Punk loses, we riot. Oh, yeah, they did have him lose.
And they didn't riot. Ha ha. Cowards.
Philadelphia would have rioted, yeah. What are other hard towns in New York, Boston?
Oh, it's that whole area, isn't it? Yeah.
Just America.
Pittsburgh, aye.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Long Island.
Yeah.
Same naming places now.
Truth or consequences.
I love that place.
Beautiful Buffer, Washington. I just know that from Figure 4 Weekly online.
That's right.
From beautiful Buffer, yeah.
JR does a sit-down interview. Why's all this sit-down interview? Why does stand-up one?
Well, he had a condition this time.
Of course, yes. With Jungle Boy and Christian Cage under condition of no physicality. Christian says he'll make Jungle Boy a has-been at 25 years old.
I like that line.
Jungle Boy says at All Out, Christian is going to fight Jack Perry because everyone's going to have alter egos now. Look what Mick Foley did the business.
I saw a tweet, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was from, but someone said, I can't believe that when he said that line about being Jack Perry, JR didn't stand up and fist bump the...
Yeah! Oh, when I say it. Yeah.
Is this the start of a little gimmick change for Jungle Boy, maybe? Dropping the Jungle Boy bit? Because he's been wearing that leather jacket a lot and looking more like a city boy than a jungle boy.
Sexy man,
A jungle man, absolutely.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But because it just felt like a bit of a shifting gears.
But I hope that this feud doesn't permanently turn Jungle Boy too serious, because part of the appeal of him is that he's, you know.
True, but yeah, if they kept him like a jungle boy and he's just like, me hate Christian.
That's not what he was ever like.
me build grass trap, he fall down and get caught in spike. Then me pin him 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Jumanji.
Imagine if on Sunday he comes out like a scream, like thrasher version of that song. I forgot who did it.
Just a guy clearing his throat.
Reading and Leeds, Bring Me the Horizon did a song with Ed Sheeran. It'd be like that. Bad Habits by Ed Sheeran, but it was like, but the Ollie Sykes goes like, please welcome to stage, because he's from Yorkshire. Please welcome to stage, Ed Sheeran. It was so cringy. I was like, oh.
That's great.
Can't
That's
be as
what he
cringy as the Arctic Monkeys' new song. Oh,
I've not listened to it.
I've only heard the mock one that was on Twitter.
no, that's better.
Yeah, that as well.
They said they were.
Teacher caught me.
Didn't they say they were?
And
Going,
offstage, so
didn't they say they were going back to the naughty stuff? And then it's the wanky 2013 like.
We're all in the desert in
We're
space.
all elevated, jazzy.
I literally don't even remember those
Oh
songs.
man, it's not my
It's
Arctic
not, is
Monkeys.
it?
Yeah. Get your nose out your arse, Alex.
Aye,
Sort it
and,
out.
and carry on watching AEW Dynamite, where Wardlow and FTR win a squash match against 3 brave local boys, and one of them's Silas Young.
Oh, what?
His paycheck last night was earned by putting his gear on,
Yeah.
walking out, taking a punch from Cash Wheeler on the apron, and that was it.
Really?
Yeah.
What a worker.
Wow.
No, that's class.
Last for dying breed, as
I
he
love
says.
that. There's only 2 things that are real in this business and all that.
Who was the first fella who was in the ring getting beat up? Because he was hilarious getting
What,
beat
Ren
up.
Jones?
Maybe I don't
not
know what
sure.
his name was, yeah. But whoever the first guy was in there, he was getting beat up by Wardlow and Dax Harwood. He just kept going stiff and like being very flamboyant with his selling. Fantastic. Sign him up, Tony.
No. God, Tony. Anyway, just a big old squash because these guys have...
It's a tune-up match, Maffew. You need to get the reps in.
That exciting feud with Sanjay Dutt's lad, whatever.
Sanjay was taking notes backstage as well.
Yeah.
He was like,
Where's the
they're
little
really
fingers
good.
on? Yeah, they are good. Yeah, don't get hit by any of the moves.
What you done here?
I've moved them and I've gone off that. But anyway, I know what the main event was.
Next up was Dark Order and Andrade getting bought, maybe.
Oh,
Andrade's gimmick is crap. I've written down, he's like Vecna from Stranger Things. That's what I've learned
okay.
here.
Oh, bloody
'Cause he-
Stranger Things
Hey, it's
again.
fantastic.
hey, you know
let
what?
me
You never
tell
shut about them nerdy things, you.
Is this why you mentioned Dungeons and Dragons earlier?
Yes,
Go on.
I'm part of Hellfire
Oh, you
Club.
press the button. Oh,
No, because he just absorbs other human beings and just uses their power to benefit. He
like
just
Mega Man.
absorbs people.
Oh, I'm doing it.
It wouldn't be if he took that suit off and he was all like veiny and like snaky and Vecna.
He's like Vecna.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to question his recruitment strategy. Because why would you want to hire someone who's just injured his leg and a friend of Maffew, you know? but Uno, who doesn't win that often, why would he
No.
want them in his gang?
Because he's crap, man.
It's
He's really bad.
it's just the
He
reason.
can send them the bookings he doesn't want to go to because they'll make him lose.
It was very transparently just a reason to go, there's no one else for the Dark Order to turn to now. But yeah. Also, when Jose the assistant stun gunned
I was going to ask, yeah.
10, did he sell it or did he just
I think
go,
he just threatened him, didn't he? Like,
No, I thought he stunned him, but it's really hard to sell physically when you sat down. So he did it for a little bit, and then he went, well, okay,
I thought-
done. That's what I thought happened,
'Cause
but
he's
it was
wearing-
done behind.
Because he's wearing a mask and you can't see his facial expressions. To me, it just looked like he'd stabbed him with it, and then he just went, fine.
He went,
Oh,
That's what it looked like. It
Okay.
didn't look very good, but
No.
it's when you sat
I just
down, you got a
assumed
bad
it's
leg
like-
and a mask on. There's only so much you can do.
I just assumed just because of the depth of the shot, he just must have gone like, just stay back. But maybe not.
Maybe
Whatever. And it was
Maybe
that,
press 10 vantage is really hard, apart
Maybe.
from his knee.
Yeah, and it was weird as well. Like, so CM Punk is injured, but is going to have this title match with Moxie for the world title, the biggest title in AEW, and suddenly no problem. Evil Uno was hit with a crutch once, maybe twice, and it's like, all right, well, that's you out.
well, yeah. You never know.
He might have aggravated an injury.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been carrying that games thing, hasn't he, on his back for the past
He
couple
has
of
been working very hard.
Yeah.
Bless him. And so it looks like Sexy Cowboy will be there.
He said later on.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be.
And they're going to lose, and I'm going to hate it.
He's got to
No.
beat a Jackson.
He's got to.
Oh, yeah, well, as we'll see in a minute.
Let's get the camera in to show us being really nice to you, Hangman.
But I think
Let's talk about us
but
for
the
an
Bucks
hour
are
and a
gonna,
half.
the Bucks are going to definitely want to be the first trios champions with their friend Kenny. And,
Especially since they weren't the first tag team champions.
Yeah.
But there's injured Kenny, so it's all right to beat him.
They're going to win anyway, and I'm going to hate it. I can tell.
Stupid wrestling.
But then next week we'll get to find out who their friends are.
I don't want
Because that's how you know if they're good or bad, because they're that unlikable.
I want to see Ross's reaction after the match when they do a gracious handshake. Say, you are the better team, the elite. You're the better
Those
team
clips of
than
people
us.
getting the TVs and throwing them out the window. John Moxley comes back out and says, I'll have you, Punk. It says Punk wants to go out on his Shield
Oh.
in his hometown. That's fine by him. He'll make himself a legend on Sunday. Get stuffed.
I'm glad.
Like one of Chicago Town pizzas.
I'm glad they let Moxley come out to have the final word, actually, because as the champion, you'd think that's probably
Should have done that. They kept them coming out. CM Punk going, all right, I'm glad you accept. Having a match. And I'm glad that you got that. I'm
you
accepting.
Smell. Well, you smell.
No, you hang up.
Yeah.
Awe, come on, awe. Then Wheeler Yuta wins a fatal 4-way match against Phoenix, Rush, and Dante Martin. I'm very surprised they had this right before the main event because this was a lovely little fatal 4-way spot
This
fest.
might sound wrong, but I actually preferred it to the main event because it wasn't too over the top. And because it came first.
Yeah.
I think because it came first.
I know exactly what you mean. There's a
Those
certain,
Jacksons again.
there's a certain point in these 6-man wacky spot fest things where you go, all right, I'm full.
I mean, we'll
All
talk
right.
about it in a sec, but I will say, like, it was obviously very impressive, the stuff they were doing. But after this match, you're right, it was a weird order of things.
After all the segments and stuff, there's obviously lots of sit-down interview, whatever. It would be lovely to have something there, but
This could have this could have opened the show.
Yeah.
Put Brian and Hager here. It's a different enough type of
Could
match.
put Brian and Hagen hair.
Dante and Ray, though. I don't know what they were doing, but a couple of things they did were unbelievable.
Yeah.
I just don't know what you seem to say about it.
Yeah.
Not as good as Trick Williams telling Ricochet's bad at promos. Though, 'cause that was move of the week.
That was a career ender.
Wait, Dante and who did you say?
Ray Phoenix.
Oh, I thought his first name was Ray. It was. I was like, I'm gonna mix with Mysterio. Oh, Ray Phoenix. Oh, is this called him Phoenix now? Huh?
Yeah, like the shop.
God, I'm dumb. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
I don't know what they did in the first bit of the match, but he had him up and then reversed him.
Oh,
into just,
yeah.
I don't know even. Yeah. Then he did they all did the German spot off the top, and then Dante flew halfway across the ring, just took Ray out. Really good.
It was.
And just Danny doing, imagine to stay on the ropes. He jumps onto them and then going.
And I think all 4 of these lads are in the casino ladder match, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
So this is the good. This is the good ladder match because this is the one that Hangman won last year.
Yeah.
And it went somewhere. So it's
This
not the one that
isn't-
Scorpio Sky keeps
It's
winning.
not the face of the revolution ladder match.
No.
It's not the bad one where nothing comes of it really.
It's not the Cheerio one.
Yeah.
It's the chip one.
the chip one. The
Yes.
Sonic Ring one.
They're the same match.
No, this is the good one.
This is the good one. Yeah.
And then the main event, the Elite.
There's news, by the way, before we start
Oh my
speaking about
God.
this. Will Ospreay has tweeted, "For the foreseeable future, my time with AEW is done. Thanks to Tony Khan for having your own mind and not listening to Kenny Omega attempts at blocking me from coming to do my few matches for you.
He's carried it on.
We are even for now, Ken. Keep your mouth shut and we won't have any issues." Wah, 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 wah,
It's like
wah.
when you do the final mission for someone on GTA and then they cut ties with
Oh,
you.
big news
Keep
as
your mouth
well.
shut, kid.
Strowman is actually returning to WWE.
Oh!
Peter Insider reporting that he is going back. Multiple sources confirmed this morning that Strowman will be at this Monday's Raw in Kansas City.
Nice.
More news. MJF. I don't know. That might be a Meltzer opinion rather than news. And also, Sean Ross Sapp is saying Solo Sikoa is going to the main roster. And that is
Good.
your news roundup.
Can I be the 120th person to say, WWE, look at them, signing ex-WWE people. Never gets old. The main event, the Elite, obviously the most important wrestlers in the history of the universe, and if you don't believe me, just ask them, beat the United Empire to progress the final of the Trios tournament.
And it was impressive stuff.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
It really was. But for me, it was just maybe a touch too much. Especially when the United Empire hit a casual shooting star press Meltzer driver. And Matt Jackson went, yeah!
And surely, like not even someone breaking up the pin,
Yeah.
the mega new finisher, the Alvarez driver.
Yeah.
And it just,
You could argue that Ospreay didn't get all of it because he didn't get his hands up to fully. But like,
I'm not making that argument.
no, I'm not either. It was a weird kick out. Was someone meant to be on the
right.
scene? No. Everyone was fully out of the ring, weren't they?
This is Matt Jackson. Then. This is like when football pundits are speaking about Man United and they just go, "This is Manchester United. This is
Yes,
Matt Jackson."
yes.
Of course he kicked out. This is Matt Jackson. One of the biggest football clubs in the world. This is Matt Jackson.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Nick doing that.
This is Matt. Yes. Yeah. So you get, as I said beforehand, sometimes you're doing these they're doing these matches and they're beautiful and they're smooth and like, oh my god. But then after a while, you just kind of get numb to it, especially after
so
following
much.
a 4-way. It was like, okay, I've this is all very impressive. Well done, lads. Yeah, I'm sure you're in pain tomorrow, but okay, less would have been fine. But they love doing it like this. Like when they had the match at the very first show they did, All Out. No, it's All In. I always get the two mixed up. I'm sorry. All In.
With
that got,
Ibushi and
the
Ray.
one that got cut off time-wise. fine. It was like 12 minutes.
It was a big deal though as well.
And they were like, damn it, we had like 10 more minutes. You're like, I was like, I still say to this day, no, that was fine.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with that match. It was lovely. But they're like, no, we've got to have even more. It's like, no, it's fine. Less is more. But what they did though was nice. Aussie Open looking better and better. Carl Fletcher's hair is improving.
Well,
His hair is getting better, and Davis's mustache is getting better every week.
Is this your take on the match?
Yes.
Aussie
It's the
Open,
hard-hitting opinions that people
more
want to hear.
hirsute recently.
Yes.
I thought that Omega had pinned because I watched it live last night and I was quite tired by this point, and I thought that he'd pinned Ospreay at first because him and Fletcher from certain angles were wearing like similar gear and stuff, and then it cut to Ospreay outside the ring doing that like, "I'll get you next time." So I was like,
You
"Oh,
what, mate?" As they say
yeah,
in
bruv."
America.
I like the stuff between Ospreay and Omega. Like Ospreay kept one up in Omega, but then Omega would use his savviness to get the one up in the end.
There was the cool bit. Was it there was
The dragon
I
bit.
enjoyed the first half of the match way more than the second, and
Yeah.
I think that was he landed on his feet from the Snapdragon. Yeah.
When he got
Yeah.
on the floor straight after.
Yeah, all right.
And I
was
like
good.
the entrance as well. Like all of Kenny's stuff was just aimed at Ospreay. Like he does more charitable work and this, that, and the other.
Oh.
He has
Oh, that
better
was
hair
good. That was good.
No,
that.
it was-
and does more charity work.
It was funny, but obviously this whole feud right now, it's just happening. And I'm like, okay, do the moves because I don't really care about it because it is just no. Meltzer loves me more. No, Meltzer loves me more. No, and I'm like, okay, lads, like.
Tell a story for God's sake.
if this is
Grab
where
a
we're at.
wrist lock.
Yeah, really. I'm listening more and more like Kevin Nash podcast like yeah, how about grab a hold. But like they did some good stuff here. It's fine.
Who was it? Who was it?
whatever.
Was it Ricochet? Who like kind of used? I don't know whether it was deliberate or not, but Omega was saying last week Ospreay's had a million good matches, but no one remembers any of them. I think Ricochet
He
said
said
the
that
same
on Carmelo,
Hayes,
yeah.
Oh yeah, they used a
Yeah.
very similar line. Yeah,
Weird.
but that wasn't. Then the NXT crowd went, "Ooh!" I'm like, piss off! You were there for all of them.
Yeah, you were.
You're acting like you don't remember
They were
Carmelo's
all in the
matches.
same place.
Yeah, you're here every week. What do you mean you don't remember? That's on you.
No.
Whereas Osprey's like B-sides, his outtakes are getting album of the year now from Meltzer. So I mean, there was a point if I watched any of them or cared about them, but
Undertaker versus Michaels, 4 3/4 stars. I don't know what.
yeah,
Meltzer
Osprey
hated,
versus some lad in a chip shop, 5 stars,
Meltzer hated wrestling in the 2000s. It's fine.
and now he loves it again.
And now he does more than ever before.
It's funny that, isn't it?
The 5-star matches are coming at
It's
more
just so
frequent
weird,
rates
innit?
than ever before, even in the 90s when it was all Japan.
These tag guys naming moves after him, and suddenly all these 5-star rates.
Ah.
What's the connection, lads?
Ooh.
Just saying.
Well, good match though. You
It's
know.
just that kick out at the end ruined it for me. The Matt Jackson one.
I did take a
Oh
lot
my
out
God.
of it. Yeah.
Come on, what are you doing?
I
man?
remember having that moment of realization when it happened, thinking, "It's not getting broken up." Oh my God, he's gonna kick! Like I was
Yeah.
like, surely not, and then he did. And I was like,
Like we don't want to sound like Jim Cornette, but like it was one too many.
Yeah.
I know
No,
they've got the
Well, I
talent.
don't think that would sound like a cornet or Nash.
Yeah, just
well, he
I
didn't
hope.
get all of that shooting star press Meltzer driver.
There you go. Why not call? Wait, Osprey's British. Why not call it the Finn Martin driver at least?
Oh,
Now,
what a guy!
Respect
by the
for
way.
Power
He was a
Slam.
nice man.
Yes, he was.
You met him?
And is.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
I
sorry.
was to say, yeah, he's still
Just
alive.
because I met him a few years ago, but he was
Yeah, yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, yeah.
I was so drunk talking his head off, and the next day, I realised he just loves talking about wrestling, so he didn't mind. I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
It's a nice lad.
yeah, nice lad,
Not-
nice little lad.
Not nice enough to be a finisher for a popular tag team, but
No, Mick Foley lied.
oh my God, I hit him with a Mick Foley lie driver.
Anyway,
Yeah. That was the week of wrestling.
do you know the
Almost
YouTube
forgot,
channel? Is it called Dead Meat or something? Where he does kill counts of horror films.
Yeah.
James A. Jeunesse,
James
or whatever,
A.
yeah.
Jeunesse, yeah.
He makes a wrestling reference now and then. I was
He has
watching,
wrestlers on. Do the
Does he?
like the favorite horror films and
Ah.
stuff like that?
because I was watching one the other day because it's perfect for me because I don't watch films, but it's like basically a plot synopsis that he does.
Say nothing.
And there was one where he says something like, and they see a sign that says there's no way out. No, not the place where Mick Foley lost his retirement match. I was like, oh,
Oh.
fantastic.
You keep on saying now and again in non-wrestling media, heel turn used.
You
Like
do.
it's a normal thing.
Yeah.
I think it's an Undertale. It's one of the options when you're fighting somebody, and it's like
do
I
it.
think
I think
that's it. People know that now. Like
I think it's
that's
just
an old
American
term.
vernacular, isn't it? Because the Grinch has "You're a heel now, Mr. Grinch" or something like that.
Oh, that's
You're
Yeah.
such a heel.
Is
But like a heel turn,
Is
it's
heel
like-
like an old cowboy word?
It
for,
sounds like it, yeah.
You rube, like that?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
You knave.
Knave, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
fair
bite
enough.
my thumb at thee.
Cool, that was
So
a
you know
bomb.
what? If that's what Omega and Ospreay were doing. Oh, verily.
We need Kip Sabian in there.
Got more rate. Yeah. Oh,
Oh, good day, gentlemen.
he's got one of those bicycles that's got a propeller on it. It's like, come on, kiss me shoe.
Oh, God.
That was the week of wrestling.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
To a look in the mailbag. Number 1. Hello, you lovely lads. Hello. Big fan of the pod. Look forward to all, potentially, 4 hours of ribald discussion every week. And I have one simple question that's been bothering me for an age. Why would the Judgment Day ever want Dominic Mysterio to join them? He's bloody terrible. Sorry about the language. Also, you can mark off southwestern Pennsylvania on your map. Get it? Yes, it matters. Big differences between the greater Pittsburgh and Philadelphia areas, and we kind of hate each other. Lots of love, Nathan. Thank you very much, Nathan.
Thank you, Nathan.
A big map. Finally paying off. Let me move my very disappointing soft drink out the way.
Just southwestern Pennsylvania.
Southwest. Pennsylvania. Do we know where
Green
it
on the right.
is? Ah, southwest. So,
Is it near Harrisburg?
yeah, that's the only place that's on there.
Whoa. Is this
That's
because...
southeast of where it's the other side of Harrisburg.
Is this because in America, like, some state capitals aren't what you think they're going to be? Like, I think the California one's Sacramento, even though it's got, like, LA and San Francisco in it and stuff.
So, Jack, you like Dominic Mysterio. Why would they want to sign him?
I think it's a ruse. I think they're going to use him to turn on his pals, and then they're going to reject him.
Oh, they're going to use the ruse.
They're going to go,
I like it.
no escape, as Andrew said once.
Once.
Well, several times when Pacitti was trapped in that thing.
That's right.
No escape. It was good.
I think they're going after him for the merch.
Oh, there is that new shirt.
He's going to be Prince Mysterio, isn't he? So imagine the mask sales when he does eventually make the turn.
They go, yeah, we need you to beat your dad and take his mask. Because you're doing the Andrew voice now, so now it's in my head. Andrew's usually in my head, but it's
it's
like
all of
we
our
need
heads.
we need you to get the mask so we can get the Ray merch sales. The knockoff Scarface thing isn't doing that well, so you need to get that. Judgment Day's on its ass. Dom, we need your money.
Yeah. As we all remember, wrestlers are carnies.
Yeah, we are once again asking for your financial support, Dom.
Damien
so that must
Priest's
be it.
not. He gets stuck in the brewery in Wales when he's staying
Really
there.
good, that.
Oh, I've yet to see that, but people have been saying
Really
good things
good.
about
Pretty
it.
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what's he doing?
Just hanging out in Wales.
Just
with the
goes and
family.
moves in with a farm family.
Okay.
A farm family.
Yeah.
Who also like work in a brewery
Gets
at
out
the
with
same
it,
time.
gets a job in the brewery.
He
yeah.
rounds up the sheep. He has a conversation with the matriarch of the family. She's like, "Oh, I do love a double knee face breaker, so I do."
Yeah. A lot of
So that's what Damien Priest says. What's the women say?
I don't know if he says a single word in the whole thing. It's just them
just goes,
saying stuff and then just occasionally looking at the camera like,
It'd be great if he's like speaking of Judgment Day promos. Yes, but the reckoning is upon us. Welsh farmer.
calm down there. Six Nations isn't until next year. Boy.
He should have cut promo on the sheep. And this will be your Judgment Day.
He gets on with the brewery worker though. He does a big cheers with him towards the end. And it goes right in the bloke's face. It goes like that.
Okay, I've got to watch that. Thank you. Hey, diddlers. Hello. We are writing this from the northeast of Scotland. We, being myself and my girlfriend, who I have forced into listening to the podcast so much that she requests to listen on trips down to visit family in Newcastle and Nottingham.
Oh, that's a bit of a journey, that. All the way
It's
to
a bit.
Nottingham from the northeast of Scotland.
We were watching Celebrity MasterChef with Chris Eubank this week. Oh, and could not stop thinking of Ross's impression, waiting for him to say,
A little bit of spice. Would you like a sweetie?
if you've not watched it, stop this week's episode and head to iPlayer immediately. Oh, yeah, stop the
really
podcast and we'll just watch a bit of this. This made us think, how can we relate this to wrestling? Which I'm sure is a thought that goes through your minds a lot. So our question is, who would you like to see from the world of wrestling on MasterChef? And what would be their signature dish? All the best, ex-Newcastle defender, Fabrizio Colacini. Oh, a.k.a. Ryan, Mari, and Pumpkin. Our dog, but another stretch link
Oh,
for
I
food
thought it
theme.
might have been Mary or Marie. I remember
I
seeing the
can't tell.
spelling of that.
Mari.
Yeah,
It might be.
sorry.
There's different variations.
I
I've
know.
got Marie,
We know
Mari
Mari.
or Mari. We do know Mari.
She's lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely woman.
Mari rhymes with Ferrari. Stretch Think the food theme, which we thought you might enjoy a photo of, from Aberdeen, Scotland. Thank you very much for Aberdeen, Scotland. Let's have a quick look at the dog. My God.
With pumpkins as well. Fantastic.
Pumpkin with the rest of the family.
A delicious corgi.
You know what? You know what goes? You know what you get in coffee? It's that pumpkin.
Sparse latte. Would you like a bit of sparse latte?
Chris Eubank, what are you doing here? No,
Not much
that's
at
very
all.
nice. Then thank you very much for the question. So Chris Eubank, obviously living legend in this part of the world. Who would we have from the world of wrestling?
On MasterChef.
On MasterChef.
Well, I've taken it upon myself to go to intelligentdomestications.com and look at some wrestler food puns.
Oh, yes. Here we
Because
go.
back in the day, obviously, Jack, I think, goes to sleep at night, sometimes thinking about Kevin Mash and what could have been back in the day.
Can I just... I don't know whether to tell the story.
I vaguely remember the story of Kevin Mash.
There was just one day in the old What Culture office, the old office, when there was only a few of us there, when it was quite small. Maybe even before... No, it was when the YouTube channel existed, but I think before me and Ross were on camera.
Yeah.
And just thinking of list ideas and stuff and wrestling food puns, and we all made each other laugh around the office with Eggy Guerrero, Nacho Man, Randy Cabbage, all this sort of stuff. And then I went Kevin Mash, which I think got a good reception. But then the boss singled that one out as being stupid and not funny.
Oh, well.
Kevin Mash was funny. It was funny because it was crap. That was what I was trying to do. Didn't go down well. I still back my Kevin Mash pun though. Sorry, MasterChef. Ross has looked at some food puns. Yeah.
I've just got the Michael Coleslaw. Oh, delightful.
Okay, that's good.
Ooh. Sasha Franks. Well, there's a long... It's divvied up into different categories here. Do you want some appetizers? How about some Beck's Chex Mix?
Very
Okay,
well.
yeah.
How about some... no.
I like hot sauce Jim Duggan.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Brie Bella.
Nah.
Yeah.
Hogan's leg drop soup. Interesting.
Bad news bacon's rubbish.
Your meats and entree foods. You got Braun Strowmanoff.
Okay, that's good.
Zigs and Blankets, Sasha Franks. Swiss Bliss Pinwheels.
Nah.
Seth Rollins, that's how you say his name anyway.
Yeah, Newcastle upon Tyne.
I think this is a bit old. Seth Rollins Pizza Rolls. I don't know, that's the same thing.
CM pork sandwiches.
Oh, okay, CM Pork's good.
Kurt Angus.
Yes.
The world's strongest spam. Side dishes.
Okay, that's good.
Broccoli Lesnar.
Yeah. That used to be his name in 02 because he was green.
Hey! A Cesaro salad is classic.
Feed me
Rye
corn.
back bread.
Great cauliflower. That's good.
King of the Onion Ring. Crisp Jericho. There he is, Macho Man Randy's Cabbage.
Yeah.
Radishing Rick Rude.
Okay,
That's really
that's
good.
good. That's good.
Your desserts. Do you fancy some Dolph Twizzlers?
Very good.
Alexa Bliss bars. That's
Yeah.
Fruity Pebbles ice cream with Little Jimmy's. That's a 2011 reference.
Jesus, yeah.
Jesus. The Undertaker. Ben and Jerry Lawler. Oh,
Oh.
Scrum.
Kids love it.
And beverages. The Superman Punch, the Booker T, the Great Grape Carly.
That should just be the grape Carly.
Yeah,
Great
grape
colour.
Carly. Yeah.
Blend of an era smoothie. Oh, dear.
I think that's all right. Yeah.
Coffee Kingston. Oh. CM Punch. A Kool-Aid.
I like the idea of naming an alcohol drink after CM Punk. That's good.
SummerSlam
It's very
Punch.
subversive.
Brew McIntyre. Yes.
Triple H2O is a good one.
There we go. They can all be made on
Just
MasterChef.
water.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
didn't
So,
drink.
but who would you... Those are wrestling
was the
related
sober
food
one in
puns.
the
Those are
quick as
good.
well.
I would like to have Tony Khan on to see if you can make a food dish with 100 ingredients.
Yeah.
Oh, put an air fryer in there. You can make anything. Let me tell you. 100 ingredients in the air fryer. Just magic something up.
What, together?
Yeah.
I'd have,
Just shake it up. And
just from what Ross has
You
shown me
go
on,
all in, would you? Go on.
just from what Ross has shown me on his Instagram, I'd like Otis on there because he grills a lot of meat and it always looks fantastic, but also massive portions as well.
yeah. Baron Corbin as well.
No nights of bragging. Go on.
Baron Corbin has a dedicated Instagram to his meats and his whiskies and his watches.
Oh, nice.
It's called...
What a man.
Oh, what's it called?
Those are three man
It's
things.
called the Dastardly Dweller from New York City. Hey! No, it's something like that. I've got Incoherent Gentleman in my head, but that can't be it.
That's Kip Sabian's new gimmick.
It's something gentleman. Mad bastard on Instagram. But no, Baron Corbin knows his way around the
Okay,
grill.
yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Lovely. Those are some nice books.
Thank you for the
T?
question. And thank you for the dog picture.
Francis and Booker T?
T spelled.
TEA.
Oh, why not? Hiya, lads. I am currently drunk on the train home for Cardiff Pride. My first Pride ever.
Hope you had a good time.
I just had a quick one, so you can focus on AEW for the big question if you fancy. Oh, loving you already, pal. I was lucky enough to go to take over Cardiff, and I was thinking, do you think any match will live up to Walter versus Bate at Clash at the Castle?
Oh.
I'm going to Clash. I'm very excited, but nervous that nothing will be as good as that classic. Again, apologies if this doesn't make any sense. I am steaming on a train home and thought I'd send in a question. Laughing, crying emoji. It's always nice we get questions where people are completely out of it.
Yeah.
From Ashley Williams, former Swansea defender, a.k.a. Laura from Port Talbot. P.S. I do sound like Stacey from Gavin and Stacey, so I won't be offended by any impression. And as a
We've done a
26-year-old,
lot
I
of
generally
Welsh.
side with the arrogance of Hugh Fraser in his opinions, so apologies for that.
No. Oh, no, yeah, she would be
Listen
close.
here,
she would be-
you.
She would be closer to his age, actually. Yeah, fair enough. All right.
It's like how the Welsh say, here. Come
Here.
Come here.
Sure.
Come here.
Here.
Here in the valleys.
Well, there's only 6 matches on the card. We'll obviously get on to later what the best match is going to be. But one that I think could live up to that one is Gunther versus Sheamus.
Yep.
Very different, obviously, because it's 2 big lads rather than one big, one little.
Yeah.
But it can be, yes.
Well, there is one little lad, Gunther. Was half his weight, bloody hell.
I think that it's unlikely that any match will live up to it in terms of match quality, but in terms of the emotions, the moments, maybe there will be, like Drew, Roman, that'll be like intense, won't it? Yeah. What else we got?
Riddle, Rollins,
Yeah, I mean,
Morgan.
we'll talk about it in the thing, obviously.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think that I think that no match will be better in terms of pure. This match is brilliant, but I do think we'll have more memorable moments, possibly.
Yeah. I'm Sam with Ross. It's Gunther Sheamus. I'm really
Right.
looking forward to that hard-hitting affair.
Fair enough.
Because this is Gunther, the ring general.
Yeah, but
He's-
you're going to
he's
want
Welsh as
opposite
well.
people to win. You're going to want opposite people to win.
I don't mind Sheamus winning.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Ew.
Because, like I said, it means Gunther can go.
How the turntables.
Yeah. It means Gunther can go get the first-class ticket.
To paradise.
And
Or the right island of relevancy, as that's otherwise known.
the ring relevant Gunther. Thank you very much for all these lovely questions, sober or drunk. Appreciate them coming our way. And that way is mailbag@cultaholic.com. Wrist piss. Here we go. Butcher some bad Welsh here. Noswaith de Hogia, or good evening, lads.
We should all give that a go.
Go
Let's
on,
have a
then.
Around the table. Oh. Noswaith da Hogia.
Noswaith da Hogia.
Well done, everyone.
We just got demonetised in the Welsh language 3 times. To celebrate the Reclash at the Castle taking place in beautiful Wales, I thought I should send you a Wales-focused Reese's Pieces. Or, should I say, Reese's Piece, which is...
The Welsh spelling.
It's pronounced the same way, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was originally, by the way. Because, anyway, long story short. Fastest thought first. All right. So, Jack, Ross, myself. Best Welsh poet. Dylan Thomas or Ryan Giggs.
I'll have to go for.
Well, we can end it there
I'll have
then,
to go
really.
I'll have to go for Dylan Thomas there, I'm afraid.
I don't think Dylan Thomas ever used the phrase tent pole. It's Ryan Giggs, obviously.
Dylan Thomas, moving on. Best Welsh wrestler. Flash Morgan Webster, Mark Andrews, or Tegan Knox.
Purely because she was the first ever women's WCW World Champion, Tegan Knox. But Mark Andrews is a pop punk boy after my own heart, so it's close.
I want to go for Flash Morgan
Fair
Webster.
enough.
He has a lovely coat, a nice helmet, and a wonderful scent on to boot.
I'll say Mark Andrews because not just his in-ring matches, but he had that beautiful little video series where it was him and people commentating on their first matches together.
I loved that.
And I like
I
that.
really loved it because it was like his first one was so funny because it was like the sadistic destroyer versus Kid Lightning, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Guess which one I am, guys."
Best Welsh actor in an iconic role. Christian Bale as Batman or Timothy Dalton as James Bond.
Oh, Timothy Dalton as James Bond.
Christian Bale, Batman. That was his Batman voice, by the way.
That was very good.
Timothy
That's
Dalton.
the same as Vince saying Kurt Angle loves him.
Timothy Dalton was arguably 2 for 2 in good Bond movies.
Living Daylight isn't.
Whoa.
Timothy Dalton's
License
best
to
role.
Kill. License to Kill, yeah. The other one's just middling.
Timothy Dalton's best role was as heel number 1 in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
I'd say it's hard
Oh,
to
that's
beat.
horrible, that, when he gets the church spire stuck through the roof of his mouth.
Just that picture of him with the picture of him.
Yeah.
Christian Bale, though. Yeah, who am I kidding? Yeah, Batman. Yeah, I saw Dark Knight about 10 times. Who am I kidding? Best Welsh band, Stereophonics or Manic Street Preachers?
You know what? Despite Sam often telling me about how good the Manic Street Preachers are, I know more Stereophonic songs. Sorry. Stereophonics.
Stereophonics are just on Metro Radio in the afternoon and inconsequential. Manic Street Preachers are better.
Ooh.
Yeah, Stereophonics, I can't
You
get my head
stole the
around.
sun from my heart. How dare you?
Yeah, I'll say MS. Thank you. MSP, but like for a certain point, like the mid-90s.
Okay.
You know, if you tolerate this, your children will be next, and everyone else like whatever. Best Welsh footballer: Gareth Bale or Ian Rush?
I don't know. I mean, the different eras, aren't they? How can you...
Yeah, come on.
Gareth Bale scored the winner in about 3 Champions League finals. I'll go for Gareth Bale.
I'll
You know
go for
what?
Rush. I like me a goal scorer rather than a winger / attacker midfielder.
Okay.
I'm the opposite. I appreciate the people that set up the stuff. So I'll say Bale.
I like Gareth Bale's banter.
Oh, what's he said?
Doesn't care about playing for Real Madrid. He
Oh,
held up
what did
that
he say?
sign once that was like Wales, golf, Real Madrid in that order. Something like that.
Oh, was that? Didn't Progress name a show that? Like
Oh, did they?
I wonder
Probably.
what that meant. Thank you for translating. Best Welsh singer: Tom Jones or Shirley Bassey?
Oh.
I know Shirley Bassey.
Do you know
was
what
Welsh.
it is? Just for the sake of Manana, who's a big Shirley Bassey fan, I'm going to go for Dame Shirley. Dame Shirley.
Nay.
Dame. Goldfinger.
I know, man. They're both done Bonds. Yeah.
Does she always do like...
Shirley Bassey did like Goldfinger and all the rest, and
What
then
did
Tom
Tom
Jones
Jones
did Thunderball,
Thunderball.
and famously collapsed at the final note.
Tom
Sailed
Jones
the
wasn't
song.
die another day. Interesting. Is Shane...
Analyze this. Sigmund Freud analysed that.
Is Shirley Bassey also the other one? Diamonds Are Forever.
Diamonds Are
Yeah,
Forever,
yeah, yeah.
and
Big spender.
yes,
Oh,
that's not a Bond one.
it's the Dame, isn't it?
It's Dame Shirley. Well, Tom's got some great songs.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got like 70 years of music, so
But
mate, it's tough.
Do you know what? The voice soured me on Tom Jones.
Why?
Because I feel like he's
Oh.
got creative control written into his contract. He's like the Hulk Hogan of the voice. Whenever
Understandably.
there's always little segments in between acts where the judges are all chatting to each other, and it's like Ollie Murs going like, "Remember that?" And it always turns into Tom Jones telling a story and them asking him and sat around like he's a wise old granddad. And then
Because he is.
Ollie goes, "I'm going to sing a song." They're all like, "Do it, Ollie, sing a song." And he's like, "Only if Tom does it with me." I'm like, "Dog." And then Tom has to act like he didn't ask for this specifically. And he's like, "Oh, okay, then if I must."
You didn't live through Jonesy Mania of the 60s.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I remember
Just
when-
like Hulkamania,
seen him on-
but
seen
really-
him
Yeah, exactly like it.
on- Seen him on Morecambe and Wise though. I remember that sketch where they just ripped the. Well,
I remember what with
they're
Tom
in the-
Jones.
They're in the background going, yeah. It's funny. They're just. Eric Morecambe's a genius.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
I'm picking Tom.
And Ernie
just
Wise.
Just what?
And Ernie Wise.
Of course,
Just
yes.
thought, got to give him credit
Yes.
as the straight man.
Thank you. Not enough people give that man credit.
I know.
My dad refused to give him
Morecambe
credit.
wouldn't have been as funny without Ernie.
They do that.
What are we doing? Why-
Just quickly, but every year, like my parents, for some reason, they have that one thing where it's like the best of Morecambe Wise. But it's like a talking heads where they go, yeah, they were really funny, and they show clips. I'm like, just, I don't care. I know they're funny. You don't need
Show
to
the
tell me.
clip, yeah.
But then they talk about like when Morecambe White, it was like, oh, like a national day of mourning and all this stuff, and then Wise died. It was like, all right, Wise dead. Like thanks to the newspaper thing, and they're like, I'm like, oh, where? And they went, and my dad was like, nah, obviously he was the other one was the
He was
talented one. I'm
setting
like, no, he can't just be him. He needs whatever.
He's the one bumping and selling and making Morecambe look good.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
only
Bret
ever
Hart, and everyone's Tom McGee. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen that one. Is it the Christmas special where they're on the piano? I assume.
Yeah.
Is
I'm
it-
playing the
Andre Previn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Playing the notes, but not necessarily in the right order.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, they were funny when they were on. Where we're at. Best Welsh football club: Cardiff City, Swansea City, or Wrexham AFC. Ooh, I'm on my depth there.
I will go for Swansea then, because I think they are probably the best Welsh football club.
Yeah, I like the ethos of Swansea on the ground, play football.
Sorry, Cardiff fans. I know this is going to cause a kick-off.
Is that what they do?
I guess so, yeah.
That's what, but hitting you over the head, you mean?
No, that's the channel. I don't know what.
Oh, okay.
I've probably just done something really offensive there. I don't know.
We'll find out.
I've just seen Cardiff fans do it, so I've taken a big leap of faith.
We switch on Clash the Castle. It's like, well, there's loads of sign wanting us all dead.
I think that Cardiff and Swansea hate each other because of it goes back to like one town went on strike and the other one kept working or something. Maybe I don't know.
It's a relevant week for that, aye. I'll pick Wrexham then because they sound like the Partick Thistle of Wales.
Well, they've got their owners now are Ryan Reynolds and Pat. What's he called?
Oh, that's them.
Rob McElhenney.
Yeah.
Oh, if Green Lantern's managing them, then I. Best
Owning them, not managing.
Oh, sorry,
Owning, yeah.
Yeah, he hires the goons.
Best Welsh comedian: Rob Brydon or Rod Gilbert? Oh, come on.
Oh, Rod Gilbert.
Rod Gilbert all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. He takes himself too seriously, Bryden, for me.
You think?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I think he's great at
He's
his
great in-
hosting role and stuff.
Yeah.
Gavin and Stacey's
He's good in
as well.
Gavin
Yeah.
and Stacey. But I think Rod Gilbert's funny on anything he's on.
I think he also weighs down Would I Lie to You when he
Do you
used
think?
to host it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No,
was
I'm
the
thinking,
Queen.
just for saying that, Rob Brydon.
Get out.
Nah, I
Get
don't
out,
believe in
Rob.
that at all.
Yeah. Fake baldness. Wait and see your scalp.
Leave,
try and hide
leave me
it.
alone, Ross. Jesus. I'm sorry. All right, Rod Gilbert, I'm sorry. Best Welsh inventor: Edwin Stevens, inventor of the first wearable electronic hearing aid.
Ooh.
Walter Clopton Wingfield, inventor of lawn tennis. Or Robert Record, it says here, with an E on the end, Recordy, inventor of the equals sign. What?
No. Inventor of the Eagles.
Oh, I'm glad you put them in order of importance, pal.
Probably go for the hearing aid one then.
Yeah, the hearing one. Yeah, that seems to benefit more people than lawn
Tennis,
darts or whatever.
I don't know, what would we do with Microsoft Excel if we didn't have the equals sign? It'd be chaos, I guess. So Robert Recordy. Best Welsh TV show: Gavin and Stacey, Fireman Sam, or, surprisingly, Funny Bones.
Oh.
Sam is the hero next door for me.
Yeah, Fireman Sam was the one.
Yeah.
Ponty Pandy.
Ponty Pandy.
Norman!
No, it's Norman Price.
Why have we
What's
Leave Norman alone, man.
reference Norman every week.
Do you know the Italian place? You know, the woman who owns it.
Oh,
Her
Bella.
name's-
I thought she was called Bella.
Yeah, Bella. It's like Bella Lasagna.
No, she's not. Bella Lasagna.
Swear.
That's
Go,
lazy,
go,
that.
go, go, go.
I found Fireman Sam's real name is Sam Peyton Jones, obviously.
Peyton Jones.
Peyton Jones.
Or Ponty Pandy.
Oh my God, yeah, Bella Lasagna, Fireman Sam.
A famous
No.
Welsh person. Bella Lasagna.
Lasagna. Nah, it's
Mamma mia.
I feel a bit bad.
Sam,
You know,
my pasta's on fire.
And who's terrified? and Norman Price is
Bella has minor roles in most episodes, mainly gossiping with Dillis. But in some episodes, she's a major character.
Dillis, have you heard Thunder Rose is really unsafe backstage?
In Lost Cat, a chip pan fire caught fire in the cafe, and she had to be guided out to safety. In Lost Ring, she inherits a diamond ring, but it disappears. Also, in Quarry Rescue, she starts making pizzas for Trevor to deliver. In Home from Rome, she's... I always feel bad for Norman, because it's clear that Sam's his actual dad.
Because he's ginger.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have that heated discussion there of all that. Yeah, I'm probably have to pick Fireman Sam, but stiff competition there. And that was from lots of love
Who
from
did you pick, sorry? Fireman Sam?
Fireman Sam.
Oh, yeah.
Fireman Sam. Lots of love from former Wrexham and Manchester City goalkeeper Andy Dibble, aka Reese. From Wrexham. That's why he picked. Makes
Thank
sense
you,
in the
Reese.
end.
And it was Reese's Pieces.
That's
Yeah.
what he did at the
Bloody
start.
hell.
That half an hour ago when it started, he put...
aka the guy who bought Ross's clothes.
Yes, I auctioned my clothes off, and he got the, I think it was the cord, which was blue with yellow smiley faces on.
Oh, was that during the drip period?
Yeah, during the drip period.
Very nice.
Yeah. Got himself a steal there because we didn't publish him on Twitter.
Now, Mr. TJD on Twitch was asking me and Owen last night. He was saying, I'm preparing for the 250th episode, but I don't know when it is. He said he was talking to you on Twitch as well, saying...
Yeah, I told him to tell you.
I know, and I was like, I don't know when it is. The person who does is in Japan. But I think he's doing a quiz. He's preparing a quiz for the mailbag, Ross, so look out for this in the next few weeks.
Was it in this week about Dan? Because I didn't pick it.
No, it's about early episodes.
Oh, right. No, I
It's
didn't
going
see
to
that
be
one.
a celebration quiz sort of thing where we all have to guess what happens in like early episodes of the podcast.
Oh, yeah. He did. Yeah, he did talk to me. Now you said described it, and he was. I said, give us an example of some of them so I can, try and swallow up. And he went, no.
Oh.
And I went, wow, you're a man of
Yeah.
integrity.
Yeah, protecting
Well
the
done.
integrity of the quiz. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. TJD.
And he also said he hadn't written it yet. So thank you very much for those fantastic Reese's Pieces from a real Reese. That should be the new rule because we get so many of these. You have to be Reese.
Yeah, I've still got a few stored up. So don't send Reese's Pieces for a few weeks, please. Please and thank you.
But you can send your quiz.
I do like when people like bring up their areas and stuff. We learn a bit more.
That was actually in this week's mailbag, so I've had to bump a few banked ones back a week.
Good timing, pal.
Yeah.
Well done. So thank you very much. And please send these lovely little Reese's Pieces. Make sure you label them at the top of the thing in the email thing. You know how they work. Maybe you don't. Just ask your dad. To mailbag@cultaholic.com.
Or don't for a few weeks.
Yeah.
It's Cultaholics.
What a lovely long... Should we say something in Welsh?
Nope.
No, you're right. That'd be a horrible idea. What am I even doing?
Girthy podcast.
What a girthy podcast. Podty pat, whatever. Thank you very much for the producers before I got on the big question. Reno 2200.
2200.
Noah Anderson.
Anderson.
Nick Harby.
Rahabi.
And Buddy.
Buddy.
Buddy. See, I can't do what Matt Berry does. Just to disprove you from earlier.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Imagine if he was here doing that. What would the miracles we would have heard come out of his mouth?
Noah Anderson. That's really hard.
Anderson.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks,
Is
I
that
guess.
you, Noah Anderson? I can hear you. I'll be doing that.
The big question is, of course, split down the middle like Bill Alfonso and ECW. What's going to be the best match at Clash of the Castle? And what's going to be the best match at AEW All Out?
Well, it might not be in the YouTube title because I don't know if we've only got 100 characters to play.
I know, it's going to be a real bit to figure out.
We are going to answer both, though. We are going to answer
We can't
both.
answer... we can't answer them both. What? Sorry, speak English. We can't watch both these magnificent shows and Worlds Collide, not mention both of them, at least during this podcast. So let's have a bash at it, shall we? Let's have a look at the card for Clash of the Castle, first of all. And we
a lovely,
have,
consumable, just nice little nice appetizer of a card.
Well,
Maybe.
SmackDown might add a couple more matches on.
Maybe,
Still
yeah,
good.
maybe.
But yeah, six is a good starting thing. That's absolutely fine with SmackDown. Adds a few. And I imagine there'll be a few big-ass entrances with that lovely big stadium, some local celebrities.
Tom
Jones.
Dame Shirley.
Yeah, of course. So, Edge and Rey
Violence.
Mysterio.
No, I don't think that.
Without
sorry.
Dominic Mysterio, I should say there, but says
I think
with.
Dom, yeah. Oh, he's not going to be there.
He
No,
will be
I meant, sorry,
ringside,
like
he will.
jokingly, like rather than pick my son, I'm picking, Edge. Versus the Judgment Day of Finn Balor and Damian Priest with Rhea Ripley.
I think that'll feel like a Raw match unless Dom and Rhea get it on. In
Hop of the night for that, won't it?
altercation, yeah.
I think that will be acceptable, an acceptable match of wrestling.
I agree, and I'm looking forward to see what happens at the end. Gunther, the ring general, will be taking on Sheamus with his Brawling Brutes, I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know how long Pete Dunne's going to be Butch for a while.
I think this is strong because this is coming out just before SmackDown, and it went round on social media, so I feel okay saying it. And Andrew spoiled it in one of the videos we did earlier this week. He was dressed as Pete Dunne again in his little singlet, so it looks like a return could be on the cards. I hope that does happen in the stadium and not on SmackDown.
I was going to say, what a better time to do it than in Cardiff. Let's see.
That's match of the night, though.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that it'll be good, but it might not be. Am I being silly?
You're not into it, are you?
I am.
Not like,
Oh, really, guys?
not like us two.
No, not like you two. I'm going to hold off for now.
That's fine. Matt Riddle with his first name versus Seth with his middle name, Freakin.
That'll be good.
Or Frickin, as the commentators say.
If this match starts with a collar and elbow tie,
No, I can't.
I retire.
I think they'll brawl down to the ring.
Oh, that's
Brawl-
it.
Brawl around Wales.
Do it all the way through the night. Just have them brawling. Just the camera keeps going back to them and stuff in different situations.
No, but they'll make it comical, won't they? Be like, oh,
Yeah.
Sir Tom Jones, good to see you. Oh, sorry about all the brawling backstage. Don't worry, it's not unusual to me. Then Ron slaps him and runs away. Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler because Ronda Rousey's been announced as, well, not announced, sorry, but being reported as not being
There.
overseas. Yeah.
I think that Liv has a hard task to get cheered over cool badass Shayna Baszler.
I reckon Liv will get cheered by the UK
you
faithful,
think?
and Shayna's going to get booed.
I think
It's
Shayna
just
will
been
get
so long,
cheered.
there's happy to see her.
I think it's the other way around.
You think so?
Yeah, Shayna's
interesting.
cool.
I
She'll
think
have Warhammer and stuff. That's British.
Ronda will be there despite the reports, and she'll get involved in the finish.
No.
Because there's been little murmurings of discontent between Shayna and Ronda, and I think that will bleed into the finish. It'll look like Ronda's going to win. Shayna is going to win. Ronda gets involved, and Liv escapes once again and gets booed even louder by not wrestling and winning well.
Yeah. She lives and let dies. All right. And then Roman Reigns takes on Drew McIntyre. Oh, look at all that meat.
Oh, yeah.
I think that the emotions of this match will carry it to being the best match of the night.
Oh.
All right. Drew McIntyre wins, then makes himself, celebrates Austin style, not with booze, but with Welsh rarebit. Beans on toast everywhere.
Get caught in his chest hair and that.
Oh. You're all right. Cracking open the cans.
That one. But I'm hedging my bets there on Drew winning. Because if Roman wins, it'll be a deflating match.
Gunther versus Sheamus, second match of the night. They'll batter each other.
Aye.
And I'll be finished.
Yep.
I'll be full.
I thought you meant like that Randy Marsh thing where he's... Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He was a spooky ghost. Ectoplasm.
Well, that's day one.
Ish.
Day two.
Oh my God.
AEW All Out.
God. Can't even film the
That's such an intimidating wall of information. Just in case you're listening to this audio podcast, there's 14 matches all listed in front of us here. So far, with Rampage still to come.
Ishii versus Eddie Kingston.
It'll be great.
Yes.
In his punishment for slapping Sammy match. Okay, yeah, looking forward to that. Pac versus Kip Sabian.
How bloody whimsical, hey?
It'll be a good match. It'll be good.
Hook will take on Angelo Parker.
Squash
Well, that'll be
match.
quick.
Squash.
Brian Danielson will take on the Lionheart Chris Jericho.
Catch as catch can. Straight down the middle, wrestling purists.
I'm not sure how that's going to go. Because Jericho has been doing well recently. And Danielson is very good. Yeah, it'll be good. Yeah.
It's interesting because it'll be like the Moxley match that he had as Lionheart. But will he go that one step further and actually win, or will he lose another match in a row?
I can't call it.
Toni Storm versus Dr. Britt Baker. DMD versus Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida.
You know what? Based on that tag match on this week's Dynamite, I'm actually very optimistic for this match.
Yeah.
Likewise, anybody but Britt Baker winning. She's
It's
already
gotta
had a
be
run. Please,
Anybody
please.
but Cheetah for me.
Hater or Storm, I'll be happy with.
Yeah,
all of
yeah,
it,
yeah.
What Ross said. House of Black versus Darby Allin, Sting, and the God Killer Miro.
If Miro just flattens them all,
Oh,
Sting does something big and stupid like he always does at these big events.
Yep.
Darby's also there. That'll be good for me.
Yeah. I think that'll be a good match.
yeah. Jade Cargill versus Athena for the AEW TBS Championship.
Not sure.
I want Athena to win. I think it's the time for it to happen.
I think this will be the closest Jade comes to losing, but she'll eventually come out on top.
I can see a finish where it's like one eclipse and then she... Remember when Austin used to stun people twice if they stayed up on the second one? But you have to like run back up and do it again.
Yes.
Maybe that'll be it.
Jack Perry
Jack,
versus Christian
it's
Cage.
Jack Perry.
Yeah,
Jack
singles
is Perry.
match. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I don't know what. I'm surprised there's no stipulation attached to this.
Yeah, same.
I think it's got enough heat. Just have a less stipulations, the better. I think.
Well, like, maybe no holds barred or whatever.
Yeah,
Just because it feels weird having that and Stacks and Herbs just both being
Very similar feuds.
singles matches. Maybe it'll get added tonight. We don't know.
you're right. Usually they have like something being a wacky hardcore match. Obviously, I know we've got the Casino Ladder match, but I'm actually happy with them being moderate for a change.
I think it'll be good.
Christian Cage for the win for me.
Ah,
Oh,
come
do
on,
you think it's
Jungle Boy.
rumbling on?
Yes, I think it'll rumble on. He'll insult his dead father.
Does that a lot?
The fire burn within even harder. To be fair, Jungle Boy has his stuff back at Christian. Bit too harsh from time to time.
It does. Gives it as good as it gets. Wardlow and FTR versus Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns.
I just
Man tag.
wish it was just a tag.
Yeah, again, this feels like a hodgepodge.
However, I think it'll be good. I think it'll deliver
Yeah.
in the ring.
I just think Lethal and Wardlow could just get in the way a bit, won't they? With
You
their
know
bits.
what? Yes, but
harsh it is.
I've realised that Wardlow's really big and that the machine guns are really small and you can throw them all around. I think that'll be good.
Yeah. Good seeing Sabian and Shelley.
Yeah.
Castagnoli.
you say? No.
Castagnoli, Yuda,
Penta
Penta
is there?
Miedo, Phoenix, Roosh, Andrade, Danny Martin, and the Joker. As Lemmy said, don't forget the Joker.
On a
in the
night
Casino Ladder.
where there's all confusing storylines going on, who should win this and what's going to happen and what's going to happen, I'm going to go for this one for Match of the Night because I just want to see lots of high spots and fun. That's what I'm going for. Despite my critiques of the 6-man on this week's Dynamite, I just want to see loads of carnage. So I'm going for this one. Because I also think the competitors for this one are quite a good field for a ladder match as well.
Yeah.
This will be what, the 4th or 5th ladder match they've had this year?
Okay, Matthew, well, maybe it won't be the best.
Nah, I'm sure it'll be a good spot first, but it's like, all right.
I'm going to go for Leo Rush to finally get the job done as the Joker and come out on top.
Who do you think who will be the Joker?
W. Morrissey.
Has there been anyone rumoured?
I don't know.
Yeah, W. Morrissey would.
I don't think they've had
actually
him
makes
come out on
sense.
Dynamite, though, if he was going to be the... Well, they probably
Well,
would.
the bookings all over the place, so yeah, maybe he's dropped all his notes.
Who could it be?
It
I've
could
got
be
no
anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Nemeth. Swerve in Our Glory. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, are any New Japan lads in town this weekend, like for a
I've
different
not heard
show or
anything.
something?
I haven't even looked at the other.
Osprey.
Oh! Why did you do that tweet saying, like...
Because he's smart.
Oh, you might have cracked it.
Yeah. Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaimed for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, because the Acclaimed are having a hot run right now.
They should win.
They're the only tag team who are getting a push.
Listen, they're not going to win, though.
Nah, they're not. I think it's going to be entertaining.
Sesame Daddy ass get involved, though.
Bit of a Dynamite match for me, this one.
Yeah.
I'm glad the Acclaimed have got onto the pay-per-view.
I'm being positive because, yay. Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs. This is a match I'm really looking forward to. I love both these guys. Got a proper feud, apart from the factory. Yeah.
It'd be interesting because obviously the parallels with Jungle Boy and Christian Cage are there. So would they have both heels win and have both feuds go on? Or one feud end here and one feud continue by, I don't know.
They're
Both
both
going to
end.
carry on.
I think Jungle Boy and Christian could end, but this one might not. I don't know.
We'll have to wait and find out, won't we?
Yes.
The Elite versus To Be D. Ooh,
Oh, the
I
Dark
hate-
Order.
Yeah, if it's the Dark Order with Hangman, then I'm looking forward to Hangman winning. I know. But
he's
if
got
Kenny's
to.
injured, then it makes sense for him to come back and go, I didn't win, but I only did that because I had a shirt on. Without my shirt, sorry, I'll wrestle you with my shirt off, gives us some rematches. That makes sense. It's not going to happen, but I hope anyway, because I'm stupid as hell.
The match will be good.
Yeah.
I hope it's spaced away from the ladder match.
Yeah. Moxie versus Punk in a hot 3 minutes.
2 minutes this time.
Oh, this is so good.
I just can't see a way they can have a satisfying end to this match because of the build, so I'm not going to go for this one as the match of the night.
Nah, I think it's going to be too distracting with other stuff going on, if that makes any sense, for us to really just sit back and enjoy it. Who knows? They might pull it out of the bag and tell a wonderful story, but I would just love it if Moxley just squashed him again.
I would love it if he squashed him. Yeah. Lots of good stuff on there. It's a lot of stuff. So it looks like the exact same criticisms we say about every AEW pay-per-view. It's too long,
But
too
they
many
only
matches.
do
too
4 a year. 5 a year with the door one.
Yeah. The door one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching them both, actually. Because you know what? Even with some bits not working that well or some drama or this or that, still a good time to be a wrestling fan right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big weekend.
Yeah.
Ricochet versus Carmelo for the other card.
Yeah. That's...
Yes, I think that one as well.
I'll quickly
Yeah,
fire.
All the tag
You
match.
throw us off now.
Tag match could be good.
Yeah. But I'm not looking forward to that because Gallus are probably winning.
God's going to win, yeah.
Boring. Yeah.
Right, quickly. Fastest sport first. We have Carmelo Hayes versus Ricochet.
Yes.
Creed Brothers versus Brooks and BJ and JB versus Gallus versus Pretty Deadly.
Yeah, be good.
Yeah.
Who's winning?
Gallus.
I think Gallus.
Creed.
Women's Tag Team Championships. The Cowie Girls versus Dewdrop and Nikki ASH.
That's just going to be a whatever match, isn't it?
I might lead to the breakup of Dewdrop and Nikki ASH.
Yeah, that's all happened. Mandy Rose versus Meiko Satomura versus Blair Davenport.
Yes. Looking forward to that.
Blair will do it and unify them both. Nah, she won't. I think Mandy might do it.
I can't pick that one.
And then Braun Breaker versus Tyler Bate.
I'll be good.
I'm interested to see what Tyler Bate wrestles like because I haven't seen him wrestle in years.
It's quite
Yeah.
interesting just because of how much stock they're going to put in NXT Europe. To show you they'll
feel
have the
like-
European boy win.
I feel like Tyler Bates is such a weird one because I genuinely think he could be one of the regarded as one of the best wrestlers in the world. But he just doesn't get regular big matches. If he got big matches all the time, people would be like, he's amazing. Apart from Andrew would be like, Pete Dunne's better. But, you know.
No, I agree. I love Tyler Bate and I'd put him above
brilliant.
Pete Dunne. But
Would you put him above Pete Dunne?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
that's a hard one for me.
yeah,
I prefer Peter Dunne, me.
I like Pete Dunne, but like Tyler Bate, just love
I
the
can't
style.
really separate them.
You got to keep them separated, like
Yes.
the offspring.
God, Tom Campbell made a reference to that song this week on the news with me. Wow.
You're so in sync, you two.
I know,
you are.
What do you like?
I
Yeah.
love the offspring.
I love Tom. This has been a long podcast because a lot to talk about.
Not even 5 o'clock yet.
And stop it, you. Next week's going to be even longer. Can't wait for it. Looking forward to it. Yummy, yummy, scrummy, scrummy. Going to eat up like a petit poo. Petit pois?
Petit pois.
Petit pois. Petit poo. A small poo in French. All right, great. But you know what? I'm tapping out. Jack, what have you got for us to keep us going
Just
until the end?
all the what happens after both shows.
Of course you have.
And Twitch streams every Wednesday with Owen. 6 p.m. UK time, twitch.tv/Cultaholic.
Ooh.
Keep your eye on the channel for lots of Worlds I'll keep your Clash at the Castle content.
Yeah.
Tom, Sam, Andrew, Owen going down and providing wrestling interviews. I think they're going into Cardiff to do some stuff. There'll be news. There'll be all sorts going on. WTF, the pay-per-views. Clash at the Castle will be Tuesday. All Out will be Wednesday because I'm away at the weekend. And yeah, to see you next week for the podcast.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long
When are
podcast.
you away?
This weekend.
Oh, gonna have to carry the load. Oh, no. We don't do the same job at all. Matthew, what have you got?
Me and Tom call out Classic SmackDown review this Saturday.
I'll plug it next week actually because me and Jack are shooting it on Wednesday. Are you ready?
Oh God, I don't know what this is.
Are you ready?
Aye.
It's a big bloody whopping tier list, so it is.
Oh yes, I remember this now.
Every AEW pay-per-view.
That's next Wednesday.
We're shooting it. It'll be out a week on Sunday.
We were waiting until this pay-per-view to include it on the thing. Yeah.
Over 8,000 words of research from me.
Well done, bloody hell. Wow. Do you hate AEW?
Well, is that so? What? Yeah, that's you copy pasting the match listings for 2 pay-per-views. Then
No, that's me looking back at matches.
that was
in
a
double
good
quick,
joke. How
double
dare
quick,
you sandbag
double
that?
quick speeding.
Thunder Rosa.
Oh, sorry.
Ain't that? Oh,
I thought you'd been serious.
sorry. Of course, yeah. Come on, Ron. Yeah, so I'm sure you've put a lot of effort and research into that, as you do every single week.
I've got no memory, Matthew. It's worrying. I just don't
Because you
remember
consume so
anything.
much per week. Yeah, it's a normal thing, Ross. Don't worry about it. And one thing we're not worrying about is our lovely fans, be watching, listening to this, who know they can go to mailbag@colic.com to send us their thoughts and previews or whatever the hell they're talking about. And also patreon.com/Cultaholic, the Hall of Fame. This has been Jack. This has been Ross. This has been Andrew behind the thing. You can't see him, but waving at him. There we go. He's smiling.
Any technical
been
issues,
Maffew.
blame him.
Yeah, that's right. And you have been bloody lovely. Hope you have a lovely time at Cardiff or Chicago or in Worlds.
Orlando.
Yes. Yes, on the beach, in the car park, wherever. And we're going to point to the screen now. And we're going to say...
Bloody hell. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, that will work. 1, 2, 3. Bloody hell.